The code recalls eternally. No more games, no masquerade. Vaya's lies will be unveiled.
Okay, what's going on, chat? I don't know if you guys were in the stream just a minute ago. It was really laggy. We were having issues. It looks like there might be an issue with multi-streaming between Twitch and YouTube. So we are live only on YouTube for this stream. I will try to figure it out before the NA stream at 8 p.m. tonight Eastern. But for today, unfortunately, we will be just on YouTube. So apologies for the delay. It does look like we're going to go ahead and jump straight into Nozomi Citadel. Long story short, because I know the stream was lagging, today is the final day of PROHUBS for the group stage. This is EU. There's a lot of great storylines to cover, which we'll cover right after this map. But I don't want to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump right into the map.
Exclamation mark bracket. You can go to our fantastic site. We're going to be updating the points in real time. You can follow along as we move through each of these matches and see where the teams are. We're jump into the first of our 5 matches on Group A here on Nozomi Citadel. One of my favorite maps, this new one. Fantastic stuff.
Listen, if I say what my favorite map is, I think I might just be executed from this community, but I will keep my breath for now. I will keep my opinion for now, but as we can see, the first fight is going already to be engaged between NDA and the Golds. A few shots being fired, not one yet being taken out, but now we have the first one fallen. NDA lose the first member, and Amers are just hunting them down, and the Golds are following up with it. And just looking at the bullets are flying, kills as well, the cash is on the ground, and the Goats, they secure themselves the first wipe and a little bit of money in the cash box.
And everyone running light, medium, heavy, everyone running winch, every light using dash. The specialization is pretty consistent. But I see a couple people on these lights running M11s, which we've seen a lot of.
Any interesting weapon choices today? I have the feeling you're going to be seeing a lot of the same. You might, I heard, it sounds like there's some M11 usage happening, which is, you know, a little different from the 93R that we've been seeing. But I do think you're going to see a lot of the same for this match. Give me one moment. I'm kind of fixing some things, and then we should be set. Okay, I think we're good. Hopefully we don't start dropping a bunch of frames. That was really bad. I don't know what was going on there. Okay, so it does look like we have Amers, and the Goats currently holding the first 2 cash outs. This is as expected. Amers and Goats are the top 2 teams in EU currently, and they're only separated by about 150 points. So this is really everything to play for these maps for them, as this is for seeding for playoffs. Either one of those could end the day in the #1 spot. Personally, my bet is on Amers, but, you know, time will show. So
for NDA, they're going to get the steal. Rame on the high ground has an RPG. He drops. He shoots the RPG. It does a lot of damage, but the steal is already there. A gateway getaway is there for the side of NDA. They're on the high ground, completely flipping. But Roma catches their shoot by surprise. 2 members for NDA left and a full 3 for Amers. They're continuing to do damage to the side of NDA. The steal was there, but they're not going to be able to hold on to this. Bad Wi-Fi's turn to go for this flip. Drop into the floor. Roma looking to prevent this. Can he do it? It looks like the steal successfully there for Bad Wi-Fi. But the fight on the side, Rame dueling with NDA. Can he finish this off? Drops the Dome Shield. The Dome Shield for OG's about to expire. That one goes down. Looking for the next, but he gets taken out. Amers.
Yeah, Cret, unfortunately, if you turn off a stream on YouTube, it starts at like a new URL. It's one of the many gripes of YouTube. But unfortunately, multi-streaming looks like it's broken right now. Yeah, I tried to go live like 3 different times, and they all were dropping frames, and then there was an issue with Twitch apparently. So we are just on YouTube for the stream, and then I will try to figure it out before NA later this evening. But yeah, I know.
Perfect time, right? Getting that cash box in the second without taking it out of the vision. Beautiful play from them. Considering they're always the third party team, see a little bit more of engagement.
Oof, what a cleanup.
Roma playing a little aggressive, might have been a little frustrated with bad Wi-Fi, and instead he just gets taken out.
Let's do a prayer for Pulsar losing. I mean, they've got a lot to play for today. They've gone from number 1 to number 4, I believe, and they're playing the third team. Saints won in Group 3 today, so they do have a lot on the line for performing well.
Looks to get themselves back on track for a win in this map. Gateway is down, looking to maneuver that vault, but they're getting attacked by bad Wi-Fi in the backside, chasing after. Don't have time for that gateway as it did get glitched. Looks like they're free though, and bad Wi-Fi is going to be playing catch up.
It's gonna run after them. I mean, we know bad Wi-Fi. They're gonna let them probably plug this and then try to play as that third party. Also, these two cashboxes are so close to each other. There could be so much potential of action here. And as we can see, the first cashbox is being avoided, and now they're running towards C. So this will be maybe a double plug.
Oh no! What happened?
We've fallen off the map. Look at it. Oh no! But we have plugged the other cashbox, and we're into C. Completely ignored the question is now, will bad Wi-Fi get this plug into the other cashbox, or will they double it? From the looks of it, they're gonna be going to D.
PRN.
Do I think it's possible to create serious heavy fits that are male and have skirts? I'm trying right now, and it's actually quite difficult. I mean, I'm sure it's possible. I don't really do a lot when it comes to like my contestants' fits. I should spend more time doing it.
All three hit the floor. The heels come in, but Carnifex is going to get melted by.
I also only run the female character models in these games, so.
And a steal, third-party central.
Yeah, see now that's true. We need tunics or kilts.
Beautiful. Now the cashboxes have completely turned around, and I mean, bad Wi-Fi. They've got the plug money. They've got now the first cashbox, and they're holding that actually pretty good. In fact, this also what I see here is that all of these three teams that really, really desperately need to get through, especially, and they're not having too great of a time.
I think Scottish and Irish both have kilts, if I'm not mistaken.
And the side of the GOATs might have a few things to say to that. I don't think they're going to let the NDA play as well, because they know they're on the glimpse of hope here.
Oh, yeah, they want to shut down any opportunities that they have. Amers, they picked him up. PRN gets caught once again by himself. That's going to be a huge blow to the side of NDA. They have only 30 seconds left that they need to hold, so they have the time. They can do this. Revive is up. NDA back in full strength. Amers with the perfect advantage. Rome on the high ground is just
there's no way I'm doing that.
They've lost Rain, but the revive is onto their heavy, so all three members back, but they have to go for a steal right now. Only about 10 seconds left. They're going to have to start this in just a matter of moments. Amers continue to circle around this point. PRN on the low ground. Airtrue's losing health. He has to get rid of this barrel. He's just going to ride it.
Rinky's going to try to ride it. Oh, unfortunately, the gas barrel knocks him over.
Take out Rame as well. Roma getting PRN. 2 down for NDA, but they've held on to the cash out. Amers.
Oof. OG getting cleaned up.
Finally get the wipe. Nice finish from Roma. But Amers, after these two cash
Man,
outs,
Amers have been struggling. Like, they're in 4th. They're not even getting one of these cash outs.
Looks like they're just going to be able to successfully do, though. Does the winch in from Alex here being taken in as
my gosh.
Matterlock and Gamer doing what they can to just prevent this.
What are we hitting at the gym today? Let's see. I'm going to be honest, I'm really sore from yesterday, but we'll see. How am I feeling after the stream? Today's upper body hypertrophy and conditioning. Looks like incline dumbbell press, assisted rows, Arnold press, cable machine chest fly, barbell or dumbbell curls, overhead dumbbell extensions, and then there's an optional finisher. I have a story to tell after this map regarding my current workout regimen, which I think maybe some people will enjoy listening to. But I'll wait till after this map.
Yeah, huge lead for them. The GOATs. We talked about GOATs versus Amers. Amers have been dominating so far. They've gotten multiple 5 wins in a day, and all of a sudden, they're looking down the barrel of a 4th place, while the GOATs are sitting very pretty in 1st. NDA does get a plug, so they have a chance to hold on to 1st themselves, so long as GOATs does not get one. Bad Wi-Fi delivers Amers on the other side of the map right now. Matterlock does go down. A lot of damage going out from Rame. Floppy takes an RPG to the face. Does go down on the side.
Floppy taking a ton of damage there, unfortunately.
One left. Bad Wi-Fi getting pressed up against it. Gamer.
I don't know who Razor Gamer is.
Cleaning up the side of Amers again. They cannot catch a break. NDA are just having a sleepover on the other side of the map. None touched in these final battles.
Which is pretty good for them, considering, again, they need the most points here. They need a lot of these points to stay in the top 8.
They're looking for a double?
The other group stages, so it's really important.
Why are they trying to double this?
Early start on those points, and considering they're now the second,
Doubling?
this will be double from the looks of it.
What is this
give
choice?
NDA, this could give
Why would they
NDA a
double
really good
this?
start
I'm
here,
a little
but
confused
also
on that.
This gives Amers another chance to end up on the
Chat, is the ProHub stream quiet for you guys? I feel like it is for me, but I don't want to like start turning it up if it's too it's loud enough.
Why are you willingly taking second? Interesting choice play for them, but the duelist here already. Roma goes down again. The first one on Amers.
It's a bit quiet. Okay, I'm gonna crank it, and then you let me know if it's too loud. That's as much juice as I can give it.
They drop on top of him. Treason goes down, but he's right there in the thick of it. Palma continuing to just damage Amers. It's Rame against Carnifex now. Rame gonna get knocked out. The Goats wiping the team that they're trying to keep on the ground. As bad Wi-Fi is still dueling with NDA on the backside. 25 seconds left on this. It looks like NDA are probably in a very dominant position. They've winched it to the side, and bad Wi-Fi are gonna have to go for a last-second steal if they want to do anything.
I don't think NDA will make or let that happen, especially with the goals as well. They're just trying
OG's gonna get caught in the open here. Yeah, how is nobody shooting at OG? Bro is literally stuck between like 4 different teams. This double play was not good for the Goats.
The bullets are flying, so the cash, but in the end, they have the most points. And now they're on the
Do I want to see the contract? I feel like I've seen it, but yeah, if you want to send it to my DMs, I'll look at it.
But the doubling from the side of the Golds into the cash will definitely help the NDA here to come out.
Okay,
on top.
so real quick,
They played the waiting game.
I wanted to talk about this before we go to the next map, right? So, because I was given the spiel and then the stream died. So, here we go. Okay. EU is a really tight race currently. Amers and Goats are like 140 points of play apart, not including the map that we just played. Saints 1 and Pulsar are only 30 points apart. Amers and Goats are playing this group, and then Group C, Pulsar and Saints are playing against each other. So, like, this is super, super close to end out the group stage. And what happens is after this, they get seeded for playoffs, which is when we switch up the mode from cash out to final round, and we go to bracket play. Based on their performance in playoffs and where they place, there is a cash prize, and then on top of that, they will take home or get more points, and then the top 6 will qualify for championships, which is when they play against EU. So that's what's going on. I'm personally, I like Amers, I like Goats as well. I'm happy with either of them winning so far. I like Alex, and I like obviously Carnifex as well. It's very popular. So either team, I think you're probably on a bandwagon. Teams that go to playoffs, I believe all of them do, because it's just for each region. But for championships, which is kind of arguably like playoffs in my opinion, that is when you have the top 6 from each region going. So I will say, I was gonna say come check out our channel over on Twitch, but we are not live because we were having issues with multi-streaming. However, there are Twitch drops available, so if you guys want that Chuck healing emitter skin, head over to Twitch. You can pull up the ProHub stream in the background and lurk it if you want and hang out here with us. But go ahead and head over there so you can get your drops.
You're going to get moments where
I'm going to turn it off.
Lucky, you get denied by another team, but it comes back around. And if
oh my God, Zapier is just spazzing. Oh my gosh.
This match. And as we move into Bernal, I think the real thing for me is we have to. It has to be Amers who step up their game. Like, they have to be winning these vaults fights. They have to set up their defenses a little bit better. Yeah, the third parties were there, but you need to be expecting those third parties, and they just seem to be on the back foot a little bit. Their macro was just not.
Why do I use that bot? It scans our YouTube for like channel uploads and stuff because we schedule videos most of the time. Streams are a different story, but we schedule our videos, and it's normally they go live during the workday, so we usually will miss like the first 30 minutes of it going live. We want people to be alerted. But the bot does come in a really big pain when we're having streaming issues. If I'm testing stuff like off stream, I'll turn the bot off. But like today, like I was trying to go live and it kept blocking me from multi-streaming. It would update settings and then it would just break down and have a problem. And then when it was live, it was dropping like 90% of the frames for some reason, even though my internet was good. So there's something happening over there.
It's
quite a nightmare.
On the other hand, making sure the cash box is in their possession.
Roma not letting him get away with this one. Immediately catches up to PRN as NDA trying to run away, but the Goats are there to clean things up.
Ranky
as
might
well.
get caught here. Yeah, Ranky's gonna get caught. Alex is a little too late. Does he get to the gateway? He did. Didn't
through the gateway. Are they gonna be able to finish off Roma? Roma escapes as well.
Okay, Roma got out.
Delay by them, and now it's a 3 versus 2. But Carnifex on almost no health. Treason taking out Alex, medium counterpart. And Palma just going to go ahead and run and plug this. Aimers get fully wiped as the plug goes through. But NDA are still here. Bad Wi-Fi untouched on the other side of the map as NDA waiting for PRN to respawn. They're going to be getting a full res now. And Aimers are definitely going to want to look forward towards Bad Wi-Fi. They do not want to have anything to do with the Goats and NDA right now.
Definitely not. And I mean, look at this. Already close in the cash box, trying to apply a bit of pressure. They have a lot of time here to play with, but they have to make sure they finish this fight so that in case they lose, they have a second good chance. The first one dies. Beautiful shots there coming in. And all of a sudden, we can see the advantage being built up even more and further. NDA is just staying on top of here. One last member from the Golds. He needs to make sure either he gets a res or he gets this denial so his teammates can use the coins. One is up, a 2v3.
Oh, they're back.
Established, but look who's coming in. Aimers coming in with the third party. And on the other side, we have Bad Wi-Fi just sipping the tea and waiting for their opponents.
Yeah, apparently Aimers do want a part in this. They want to prove that they deserve this. They ran all the way over to A. Dancing around the outskirts, though, they're waiting for these teams to pick each other off. They don't want to get in if they don't. The Goats set up on the amphitheater. A lot of long-range damage going to Alex on the backside. Air shoe with, I believe, a pike doing some damage from range. The pike's so useful on this map. Keeping the enemy down. He has eyes on all of the team of the Goats. They might just go for a steal and force them out, but they're pushing to the sidelines. They want to get a pad up onto the high ground, throw some goo, separating this so that they win. They do go for the steal.
Sending even the wrong.
Cover. Has to hit these shots, doing a lot of damage from range. Already damaging the medium. Steal, look to go after a second. OG on the high ground, trying to find the angles. Gets the winch, looking for the light. Carnifex goes down. That's the first kill. The snowball has begun. Palma running for his life, getting chased by the light and the heavy of NDA.
Palma's so dead. How is he alive?
HP, but that might not be enough. He still has
Wait, he's gonna get the winch on this and get the stall.
Barricades and domes going down.
Or not? Why doesn't he winch it?
OG was ready for that. The only one left. Treason is there. He's gonna get picked off. The steal goes through as well. NDA.
Oh, Palma, bro.
Comers and keeping this insecure. But on the other side of this, Aimers, I think, got wiped by Bad Wi-Fi.
I mean, it's already a crazy start considering Aimers on the first run weren't quite able to perform the way they wanted to. Now Bad Aimers also taking their spots in slowly but steady. On the other side, what we just saw is NDA, they had a great opportunity when they were in that 3v1 situation with Golds having just one player alive to steal the cash out. But because they weren't able to make a decision because there were two teams, they were forced in an over.
What's up, AJ? Yeah, just coming in now when you can. Yeah, we've got some good matches because we have the top 2 teams from EU battling it out right now, and then later on we're gonna have the 3rd and 4th team from EU battling it out. So there's a lot happening for the top 4 currently going into playoffs. So this is our last day to get their points. So definitely some exciting games to have happen.
Plug already on the second round of cash boxes. NDA got the first one, and from the looks of it, the second one will be secured by either Bad Aimers or
they stole it.
Bad Wi-Fi or Aimers.
Oh, Bad Wi-Fi. Learning from their mistakes before, they actually were running towards it. They're losing this fight against the Aimers as they get picked off one by one. They were looking to plug this at church, and then the second it got plugged, instead of doubling like we saw a lot from them early on, they actually wanted to get their own. But Aimers were waiting, yoinked that away. A nice plug from Aimers. Bad Wi-Fi not getting fully wiped, but that's going to delay them long enough that Aimers have time to set this up. A big boon for them. Church cash out. A little bit under. NDA actually are here looking to push in against the Goats right now. At least PRN is. There's the rest of his team. Once you get down, they're repositioning this cash out as the Goats. Where are the Goats set up? They're on height, but are they close enough? Whole ceiling has been dematted. Damage being thrown, but no one actually hurt that much yet. OG's a little low. Open up the side of the map. RPG at the ready. Has eyes on someone who uses the RPG. That's a big use of that early on. He does winch in the event, and he takes down OG. That's a huge pick for him. NDA just gets melted. They get the revive on OG. They're just farming his his death stat at this point. NDA, that was not the approach that you wanted. Bad Wi-Fi here, looking to third party this again.
Razor's gonna get Palma, yeah.
Palma goes down.
Oh no.
Carnifex also goes down, and NDA and the Goats, both of them getting the worst.
Bad Wi-Fi is gonna get the steal here. Reason's gonna come in. I'm not okay with the goose stall, I guess. Shoot him!
He had 2 goose, he even threw a dump pad down. But the steal is there. But the rest of the Goats have coined in. Carnifex and Palma are here. The steal does happen. But now
Okay, Carnifex on the backside of the box does get winched. He's gonna die. Palma does have time, and the D-match is closed, except gas just went off like everywhere.
Bad Wi-Fi successfully holding onto this cash out.
It's the first time in a while I've seen a medium run gas mines in Pro League. Okay, bad Wi-Fi in first place. It's kind of unexpected. And Aimers and Goats down in third and fourth currently. Aimers does control this cash out on C, so. And they were hitting the pad stall. So, it does look like they might control this by the end. I don't. Pretty much becoming no time. They're definitely going to secure that. Wow, it's also in a really tough spot. Okay, Aimers securing that. Second place.
Second place as we move into the final 2. And Bad Wi-Fi sitting in first place. Yeah, they got a free cash out, but they played very nicely to get that second one. Put on their big boy pants today, you know? They said, you know, we may be bottom, but don't count us out yet. Making sure that they can actually put up a good showing on this final day. And it really is anyone's game, though. Even the Goats, if they hold on to one of these, could at the very least get second. We're going to have to see how this pans out as the Goats moving towards the sides of Bad Wi-Fi.
To try to flank.
Okay, Floppy, I think, goes down. Yeah.
Because they need that plug money very desperately, and also they need that double. They want to make sure they are on the top lane. Just a plug and one cash box would be enough, but then we also need a little bit of kills. So it is a little bit a tough spot for the side of the Goats. If they want to be coming in here as the second or first, they need to make sure that they keep this cash box and that the opponents don't get too many kills here. And NDA, look at them. They got the plug and they got the box. So this is a really second good game for them. Also a few more kills coming in, and
NDA is kind of rent free, I think, over there right now. Got Goats and Bad Wi-Fi scoring off here. No, I guess NDA are fighting Aimers. It's a 1v1 currently. PRN against Rainkey.
Strong PRN by himself sitting on A.
Looks like Goats might head that way as well. No.
The fight happening on B right now, though.
Thought for a second there Carnifex was going to run that way.
Around the Goats. Need to take this away so that they can hold on.
Yeah, Treason spotting it. They might consider running that way. Oh, never mind. Bad Wi-Fi is going to force the fight here.
The steal is there. Make sure you're focusing on. Winch comes up immediately.
Winch the wrong person.
Gets the heavy Matterlock, taking all the damage.
Alright, it's going to be enough of a pick. Yeah, this is a wipe easily.
Razor
Gamer's not even close. They do have gas mines down. Gamer's coming in. No, Palma gets it. And he falls.
Gets immediately melted by that pike once again. Treason has been going off, and just like that, Aimers and the Goat pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, looking at first and second despite being so shut down earlier in this match.
There's only 40 seconds left for NDA to get themselves here one more cash out box, to get themselves on the first spot, to get a lot of these points, because they're the team that needed the most here. Yes, the Goats and Aimers, they might be fighting for the first spot, but let's be honest here, NDA is that team that desperately needs them. So, not much time left, 25 seconds, they need to make a run for it. It's now or never, and that's going to be quite...
The Carnifex off. Lynch goes in. Those final kills.
Nice.
Not able to do anything at all, though. OG cannot convert. They got the initial pick on a Carnifex, but it just was not enough. NDA.
Wow. And after all that, Aimers and the Goats are going to wind up first and second again. That's crazy.
Where did it all go wrong, Diana?
It was a little bit of a tough game for them. I think especially the first few Ghana fights got out a little bit of power from them. I mean, they got a good start. They got the first few cash boxes. But here also later on in the game, they found themselves always in a little bit of a tough spot, right? Especially when we're looking at that gunfight towards the church. They were trying to get a little bit of a reaction down at the bottom, and then all of a sudden the Goats, they were just on the top. They're not quite hitting their abilities, and then being wiped one by one. I mean, here again, Bad Wi-Fi coming in good on one of these gunfights, always third party, getting a lot of these kills and stealing cash boxes. But NDA, in those team fights, especially when it came to the high ground, they didn't quite seem to synchronize as much as we saw them on the other map where a lot of these gunfights were happening on the level floor. Maybe that's something that NDA can look forward to in these coming games, in these coming rounds, to then improve. It seemed like high ground, low ground gunfights, especially when then the change comes in, when they have to go on top, they weren't quite as much in the synchronization as a team.
Oh, yeah. One thing is that we do have Norton's not playing on the side of NDA. He has been. I mean, this is part of their official squad, so they do run with these players a lot. But Norton not being around, PRN has not been playing as much, so maybe that's part of the issue there, is just not quite having that coordinated stack. But of course, the big story is we talked about Aimers and Goats 1 and 2. They started off so poorly, that initial cash out fight going the way of NDA.
Yeah, Handsome Man Waltz is back. He's doing the EU streams, and we actually have Dianic on the caster test. This is her first time joining. I believe she has R6 experience with casting. It's been nice to hear her on there.
Actually getting the cash out conversion, so they finally figured out what they were doing wrong.
Yeah, PROHUBS is really they've got quite a big cast now for casters. I like it.
Get wiped. It was a little bit of a. It didn't quite go the way they wanted to, but clearly they figured out what they needed to make work, and they are a little bit behind in points now. Going from 4th to 1st is not great because they're going to be significantly behind the Goats in terms of points, but there's still 3 maps left.
Exactly, and also Aimers, they're starting with a little bit of an advantage. I mean, they have 2,385 points, so they have a little bit of a heads up, so it is fine. It can still be on the first point, but as you said, they're coming from the 4th all the way to the 1st, where the Goats have secured themselves the 2nd, and now also the 2nd. So they're consistently
I don't know about our community tournaments per se.
Major differences in these two teams. Again, one team is
We were talking about the whole Via versus Duckies team thing at one point, and
needing to be taken, they don't take it.
I said it could be fun to watch them like have Waltz cast it, but it'd be like a non-serious like casting. You know what I mean?
All of these teams, they know they're not gonna have a chance to get out of the last spot or out of the last 4.
All right, let's see this.
Their main goal here in this game, this is what they've been doing game 1 and 2, is sabotaging these other 3 teams and being able to get themselves to spot them in NDA first game.
Right, yeah, he's just making fun of their mistakes. All right, here's the conditional agreement that Brett has made.
Because they need to make sure they're on in those bracket of 8 teams, and currently, without these last 2 games taken in consideration, they are number 6. So it will be close because again, we have Group B and C playing after this. So
behavioral modifications is crazy.
They need to perform, and those last 3 maps are going to be really important for them. They need to make sure they're either 2nd or 1st if they want to be sure to stay on the top 8.
Yeah, even just settling for 2nd, I think, would be a decent idea, just because, like you said, they have to make sure they separate themselves from their opponents. Consistency, even if it's not 1st place, is enough to make sure that you have enough points to stay above your
This is crazy. This is crazy, bro.
Skill, there may be less variation, and you're right. Like for bad Wi-Fi, it really is just playing spoiler. Like they have. Theoretically, if you look at the standings, I mean,
what are you talking about? You're a representative for Result. Is that not a job?
Could have an easier match.
I think it is.
First single elimination, so there are still things to play for. But you're right. There's 0 chance of them making out of the lower bracket. Over the many games of cash out that we played, we're gonna have 30 games of cash out by the end of this that all of these teams have played, and at that point, whether or not these teams are at a certain level. So the top teams definitely tend to come out on top more often than not. We just saw that with Aimers going from.
Okay, I'm gonna step away. I need caffeine. I've not had any today, and I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna grab some real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
Do they go at each other a little bit more aggressively now? Because map 1, it definitely seemed like that was happening. The Goats were on top of Aimers every single time that there was a fight. And then this past match, Aimers tried to third party the Goats there at the beginning, and then decided not to do that. They left. They just did their own thing, and then both teams got 1st and 2nd. Do you think we'll see more of that? They just ignore each other and get a guaranteed 1 and 2, or do you want to see them try to knock their opponent down and separate that differential?
I mean, let's be honest. It would be a great next 3 maps if they would try to be head-on every time and show the opponents who and which one is the more dominant team when it comes to team fights and everything. And that's always also something that we like to say. limit testing. How far can you push your team against another team? How far can you limit test your abilities? So maybe that's something that Amers and the Goats, they also need to try to be doing here. They are on the top, so maybe that's also something. There will be maps that will require other things. I'm a big fan of considering maybe Bernal or other maps where like close corners, maybe play more of a shotgun, maybe try to change up your loadout fitting more to the map, because there are maps where more required of long range gunfights and more that are close range gunfights. So maybe the Goats and Amers, what I would like to see is, yes, try to limit test, maybe because you are on the top, you don't necessarily have to be the best. I mean, if you want to make the best impression, you want to be the first, definitely. But also wouldn't be too much of a shame if you would limit test a little bit your.
I really like these two on
How
analysis.
much can you change around your loadout? Is your loadout really that?
Like
I've
talked about it before on the watch party, but I think it is crazy how knowledgeable Waltz is about this game. Like he's very, very locked in at like another level.
How far can they push themselves?
To know like what's going on and like what teams are doing right and wrong and stuff. And I think that's hard as a caster, and you see it a lot with other esports where it's like casters, people will say like, oh, the casters don't actually play the game, but he does an amazing job. And it sounds like Dianic's very knowledgeable too. This is, like I said, her first time on the stream.
If you cannot perform, if you are having a bad day,
but they're doing great.
What can you change to make yourself great again? So that's something that.
And they're doing a good job keeping this entire like filler section like
I couldn't
going.
Have that better myself. You want to put you don't want to leave anything on the table, especially because you earn points from the playoffs. So there's a
lot of people that have gone from R6 over to the finals. I mean, not necessarily in like casting terms, but I mean there are actually a lot of casters. I don't know who they are off the top of my head.
One team versus one team arena, that is final round, the true test of just mono skill. If you are the best team, you will get those extra bonus points from getting first place. So if you're wondering why we're taking a little bit of time to chat as well, it's because we did have a crash, so we do have our teams rebooting, but hopefully we will be back up soon. Production will let us know.
Overwatch or Apex players? I don't believe so. I think a lot of people came from Siege.
But I am curious, while we're kind of waiting here, Dan, because you mentioned it earlier.
I'm curious to see how many people from Splitgate come over. I've been hearing some rumblings of that over on Twitter or X, the everything app.
You out? But why do you think the finals has really been attracting a lot of Rainbow Six players? What is it about the finals?
Perfect. Here we go.
Is it just the destruction?
It could be the distraction, it could be also this vertical play, and it is also the fact that the one thing that we have in Siege is a lot of vertical play, a lot of vertical pressure, right? So you destroy the floor, you rebuild something, you reinforce stuff, so you build the map and the spot the way you like it. And especially on this map, I mean, you can destroy a whole entire house. You can't do that in Rainbow Six Siege, I will say that right now. But you can play verticality here as well. You can do top to bottom drop down, something that we saw with NDA, when they're trying to get a reaction on the church and then all of a sudden they go all the way to the top. That's also another game not as possible. And then there's no mini-map. And I think that's what's really intriguing, because you have to know the map, you have to know where the points are. I mean, yes, you have always that big indicator where the cash out is, but and I will admit something to myself, and I might. Sorry. I have a difficulty in this game finding stairways. I don't know what it is, but I cannot find stairways. I will wander around the building and.
Well, I was opening it in another browser. My fault. Sorry for the double.
Stairways, because I cannot find them, and I think that's a little bit of a charm, because that's what you have also in other games, especially like in Siege, when there's a lot of vertical play, and I think it's mainly that. And on top of that, what I think it is there's little to no downtime. When you wipe 20 seconds, you're back into the action. You need to strategize. You need to get a point. You need to make sure what side are you attacking on. And that's something that we're kind of missing right now in Rainbow Six Siege. This whole occupation the whole time. Because if you die, there's a lot of downtime.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. I love the intensity of it. And that is definitely the big transition as we look towards our 3v3s, is that the final round has a lot more downtime. There's a lot more ability to set your defenses up. It becomes more strategic in a lot of ways. It's bursts of action, whereas Cash Out is just non-stop action, which is why we love it. It is just chaos incarnate, one of the most enjoyable experiences to play, except of course sometimes when it goes horribly wrong, but yeah, everybody experiences that at least once. The highs are so high and the lows are so low. But 3 more maps left in Group A, just waiting on our teams to get back up here, and we will have them in just a moment. And production, what's our ETA on getting them back in real quick? Okay, we should be ready in just a moment then, guys. Just another minute or two. So
Your cat
you don't
jumped
have to
on your
listen
PC?
to us too much longer until we get in the game, and then you gotta listen to us some more. So
How did that happen?
unfortunately, you are locked in here with us for the rest of the day. But hopefully, you are enjoying the games, and we should have limited bugs after this because there are still some issues with the custom lobbies. But we'll be handling that in just a moment. Any teams that you're excited for with the later groups, Dianic? Because obviously we have 2 more groups after this with B and C, some of our other big teams. We got Pulsar and Saints 1 in our final group, and then Group B is a lot more of our middle ground. Any groups you're particularly looking forward to?
I mean, I'm looking a lot forward to Group B because there is a Rainbow Six Siege player in one of the teams. So, and I've casted him quite a lot, so I'm gonna be looking forward to, you know, a little bit of banter also coming in later. It's just all I'm saying, man. Like, if you come here, not joking. No, but I'm really looking forward to these teams who are like in the middle field, right? Who are also gonna be fighting for this spot in the top 8, especially like Group B.
On a shelf?
Really
The
interesting.
thing, it didn't
We
knock
have
it
some
over.
books. We
I need to
then
take my
have
PC
also
off my
Always
mount and
Hungry.
clean it out. I'm
Also,
sure it's like
in
full
that
of dog
role
hair now.
space, we have
It's
Gamblers,
bad,
and
I know.
we have Team Extreme. I mean, all of these are kind of in that range to getting themselves into those top 8s, and that's what I'm looking forward to. We have the extremes, especially in this group. We have the top 2, and then we have one at the very bottom, one in the middle. But I think Group B is going to be, for me, the most interesting group because nearly every team is in that middle, so they're going to be really desperately fighting for their spot.
We are in our next map, Sis Horizon. It's really been the question of can Aimers and Goats be on top, and Bad Wi-Fi putting up a really good performance. I'd love to see them continue to do so this next map as well. Surprising me a little bit this match as they get in. They're going to be going head-to-head with Aimers right off the bat, jump padding into each other. The high jump pad, the RPG, missing the side of Bad Wi-Fi in return, gets eaten by the dome.
Yeah, they loaded in. It's instantly fighting. That's crazy.
He gets brought out of position, goes down, but Roma.
I mean, that is Sis, but like, my God.
Wi-Fi. Like at 3 goes.
That's crazy.
Blink of an eye. Aimers starting things off very strong. On the other side
Like, they're not even 30 seconds in, and Bad Wi-Fi's wiped already.
It's just PRN left alive. Taking so many shots. Treason and Carnifex were killing it last match. And it sounds like Carnifex actually running the LH1, which is not something.
Really?
Nope, it's the
No, it's on Aaron.
Misheard. It must be Treason still running the thing.
Beautiful, also delaying a little bit of the plugin as we saw, and he was just trying to make sure that they're not gonna have too much.
Like, if Carnifex pulled out the LH1 right here, that'd be crazy.
But no, we're gonna be going
This is how you're. There's no way a cash out, crash out 2 happens like this. I'm telling you, these guys are so fast with everything they do. Like, it's crazy. I mean, the pace of play at this level is just another level. I can't keep up with it, like, playing wise.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, Ploppy's just turning on him. It will be like, Scrims, you want a whole bunch? Yeah, Scrims looked fun. I was watching while I was cooking. I was at a friend's birthday last night, and I made this tomato and burrata like spread kind of thing. And so I was cooking that when I joined him. My laptop was watching Cody's POV because he was a random observer. But they looked fun. I wish I could have played in them. So.
Thought there was a chance that they wouldn't be able to get that. They were slow to go for the steal, but there's a quick one from Carnifex. Picks off one.
Made him tilt in cash ball. That's funny.
Follow up. The fifth is there. Treason with the pike does come through. Heals, bringing his team back up alive. Palma at half health, but he'll be higher in just a moment. On the ground floor, they've spotted him.
Oh no, Carnifex.
You're going to be eliminated.
Yeah, Palma gets the trade though. What's up, Young?
Back the other way. The Goats maintain control of Cash Out A as they move over to the other side where NDA tried to get the better of Aimers.
Hope your Saturday's going well, Young.
Remember, as OG waits for his team. 2 seconds left. Everyone will be respawned as 3 versus 3, but the time is ticking, and there's not a lot left for them to get this steal.
We can also see that we're very far away from each other, and they had a few unfortunate spawns. I mean, look at the time. It's starting to get a little bit tight here when it comes to
Nice shots out of Airshoe.
bullets are flying, damage are being taken from sides, but Aimers, they've lost now one of their members. It is a 2v2 now established and need to get this steal very soon as they now go for the steal and leaving their teammates in a 1v2.
Oh no, the drop. I don't think he got to keep it. OG? No, Rinky gets clean up.
And now we have Aimers getting themselves the first cash out box. And on the other side, you have Bad Wi-Fi trying to make a play for that cash out box.
It's still shooting. Yeah, of course, still shooting.
As we have quite of an what do we call that? A strat?
Oh yeah, look at the. That's the.
What's the goo doing up there? Can you even gateway to that? Surely you can.
That's true. It's very different. Reminds me, makes me think of Neon Guts with his goo nades off the wall, off the edge of the map, everywhere else. Just get that high position. Nobody expects you to be up in those positions. It can be very surprising when you look for those pushes, especially when you winch the cash out outside like that. I love seeing it up there. The angle's definitely surprising people. Moving into our next ones, though, the goats getting over towards C, but C could be very contentious. Looks like D is all the way over in the Zen Garden, and nobody wants to fight in the Zen Garden. You'd rather get this one, but ND are waiting for him. He's caught the vault. He's actually stolen it. He jumps into his death.
Seeing more Lockbolt out of EU today.
To his enemies. Looking for the return. He does pick out on OG.
Seeing Lockbolt and Barricade instead of C4.
He has the barricades down, holding the long res, but he gets picked out from behind. Airshoe keeping his team's hope alive. It's just Airshoe.
Hey, Palma's back up.
By Treason, two of them back up as Airshoe and OG on ND.
He gets the free cleanup here, surely. Yeah, on OG.
Heavy battle immediately goes the way of Palma, just melting him once again. Defib is there.
Oh no!
The winch is there. Palma on a kill streak. Everyone in his way is.
Okay, PRN's still up. Palma does get full.
Vault, but they do get the cash out at the end of the day.
I think PRN's just gonna play for the coin though.
But he's not gonna be running away, not from Palma, and all of a sudden NDA, they're wiped, they're gone, gonna have to regroup. Aimers now in a fight with bad Wi-Fi, have already lost two of their members, one last man standing, but they're not falling apart. It may be second one, the second one unfortunately will be out of bullets, can't take that gunfight. Now Bad Aimers, they're gonna have a great chance of taking this cash out box.
Tell you what, Bad Wi-Fi has kind of shown up today, in my opinion. They've led at least once, a couple times. And they just kind of lose on the last set of cash outs, but I feel like they've kind of woken up today versus other days when I've watched them.
Look at the goals. They have nearly 21 points here. It's in a really good position, and Bad Wi-Fi is then not going to be tackled by NDA as they're moving in, losing a few of their members. The gunfights are proceeding. Time is being wasted, so not quite being able now to go for the steal, as Poppy will be the last man standing. And from the looks of it, NDA will be able to secure this box.
No, he tripped the gas mine. Tripped the gas mine. I think OG just burned his winch. Yeah, he did. Oh, and a second one just detonated.
Yeah, at the very least, they can always winch this out if need be, but Aimers on the backside are falling to the goats.
Man, they do just winch it out. Surely it comes off cooldown. They have time to steal. Yeah, they're stealing it right now.
It's on the backside.
Hey, goats, they're still in first.
They do get that. The last possible second, they waited until it was very, very nearly over. They do get that, fortunately, at the end of the day. Bad Wi-Fi looking like they...
All four of these groups are playing really well, in my opinion. Like, these are very, very close games compared to what I expected. I really thought it was going to be a battle of just Aimers and goats.
We said they needed to get some good points. Yeah, they got fourth last match.
But even though Bad Wi-Fi only has 8K to their name at the moment, they have really done well, I feel like. Let's go, Aster. Yeah, my bad. Multi-streaming kind of just exploded, and it was a nightmare to get things running again, so we are just on YouTube. But I wanted to say thank you for the follow. I believe you followed us over on Twitch. We will be live, hopefully on both, when the NA matches start. I'll go live a little bit earlier to double-check things, but I don't know what happened. There was some freak thing going on with the network service we use for multi-streaming, so... Yep, we're just here on YouTube today for these.
Every single angle, the goals are having a little bit of a tough time fighting against two teams here, managing to get themselves in a very good position. Aimers got himself the teammates, gonna go for the res as the goals are being pressured second by second. NDA, they're not letting loose of their opponents. They need to make sure to get a wipe, and then the box.
Yeah, all three teams vying for this position.
Airshoe barely getting out of there. Never mind, gets cleaned up by Rainky instead.
No team has gotten wiped yet. They're running away. They're getting long revives because everyone else is focusing the other team.
I mean, these cash boxes are basically right on top of each other too. So this is just gonna be like a fourth party city.
The control over this vault is crucial. It does get plugged though. No doubles happening this time, and NDA are the ones to count.
I mean, if you're goats, you want to be going for B. You want to try to steal that one. I mean, I guess you could just go for bad Wi-Fi's, which is, I think, what they're gonna do. It kind of sucks. They're kind of griefing out purple a little bit here, but I mean,
hold
do
on
what
to
you
the
gotta
first
do.
place if they can, or do they just want to keep Aimers down? Do they want to prevent them from taking this away? That's the question they have to ask themselves. And it looks like they would rather just go for the glory and take the cash. Setting up on this position, figuring out how they want to get in here. Bad Wi-Fi, only with 2 members actually. One of them is all the way over on the other side. As we find this push, they're going to waste out gas in just a moment. Make sure they go for a steal.
Oh, he tripped another one. And there's one on the bottom of it, or is that C4? Goo wall. The goo wall fell on Palma. No.
But they have the high ground. They're playing with the higher up. And so far it's working
Yeah,
out.
they detonated the other one.
Are not quite being able to secure this spot,
Okay,
so maybe
C4's
going
out.
for the steal, but let's
RPG
be
out.
honest,
Winch out. Holy util. He still loses?
they get a little bit of an eye on it. They find
No,
the-
dude.
find the second as well. Bad Wi-Fi one. The
After-
remaining player.
Dude, they're all like actually one shot. Razor could clean this up.
Gets up a little bit of health and goes
Oh,
for the kill, finds-
no.
It will be the night. A little bit of a few seconds now.
Oh, dude, that was close.
Box, but they will have a chance to go for the second. It's so close from next to each other, and the gunfights are already being shown. Their aimers are under the control.
Okay, OG cleaning up Carney.
That for now, as they drag the box.
I don't like going for the steal here just yet. You really need to clean up. It's also okay. I would just be playing for kills. Just frag out. It doesn't matter if aimers steal this.
It's just so chaotic, and let's be honest, no team will allow for this to be.
Yeah, if you're goats, you just farm kills there.
Denying every single play, getting themselves the cash out box, getting themselves the second place, and again the goats on the first spot.
The Goats with a dominant
Goats have
performance
taken
that
first in
match.
every map so far. Yeah.
Aimers
Or
picked
no,
up at
second
least 7
first 2
kills
maps.
in
Never
that
mind,
one.
I lied.
That was crazy. Just fire everywhere, but the goo nades were perfect from Aimers, blocking that fight, making sure they had the ability to back out when needed, delay long enough, the cash out getting winched back and forth and back and forth.
Is there a new
Just
sound when you
never
go back to
sitting in
menu?
one spot, but that whole
I haven't played since the update.
Goats getting the last second steal, but Razor Gamer there almost holding on, just so close. There was just a sliver of HP left on the side of Goats as they were going for that steal. Incredible play from them, and the body blocking exactly what they needed was perfect. But we still have 2 more maps. The Ghosts have been putting up an incredible performance right now. Aimers outside of that first.
Is that what that is? The cash ball ding? Yeah, that ding. That's what I was saying. Every time it seems like you go back to menu or you go to the final leaderboard, that's what it sounds like. I like the background for Waltz though. The cash ball arena is actually really sick.
Taking fourth, but in general, they've been performing in a really solid way. They are really punching above their weight compared to what we saw earlier in this season.
I mean, listen, I'm just surprised with the performance of Bad Wi-Fi. I'm completely joining you in here in this. I mean, something that we have been seeing from them is they want to take themselves out of that very crucial moments and get themselves really that third party. That's what they're known for. That's what they always do. That's what they're able to sabotage it. Also, these last few maps and also these last few gunfights or team fights that we have seen always gave Bad Wi-Fi a great chance.
You want a
to
fashion
go for that
contest?
third party.
Wasn't somebody saying
Sometimes
Neon Guts
also
was hosting one? See, somebody said that to me along with the idea of us hosting one, and I was like, I don't want to like step on their toes if they're doing it.
In those top 8s, they're just on the other side of the map, fighting each other and not giving them any
Winner gets to
space.
buy their dream
Bad
fit.
Wi-Fi, a lot of these times, they've just
It was you,
completely
right?
ignored on the other side of the map, and because of that, they had a great time to then be able to
I'll think about it.
make sure. Okay, what are we gonna?
I
do?
just
How
like
do
I
we
don't
set
want to
up?
do it
How
if somebody
do we
else
set
was
up?
in
I
the
think
community was already
this
doing one.
map also will maybe
That was my only
give
thing.
them even more of that, right? Because the rotations are so clear, so open. Careful.
We could do a community one though where everybody votes, because I also don't want to be the person voting.
If you dash across, so you have enough dashes.
Yeah, we could do it.
It'd be a little bit unfortunate if it would happen again.
Oh, if it happens again, he'll never live it down. So let's pray
Yeah.
he doesn't. An Invis bomb for Aimers. Roma running Invis, not something we see very often.
Oh my,
I like this, especially when
Oh,
you
there
don't
it is.
have the
It's
mesh
fixed.
shield. You need a way to cross
that was weird.
successfully, but an RPG does take a lot of their health pools down. The winch. on
Let me,
the
I'll
gets
talk with
pushed
Cody about it.
in. OG
See.
winning that 1v1, 2 dead on the side of Aimers already. It's just Alex looking to run as fast as he can. They did plug it, so they're going to get the vault. Alex surviving. He's on the high ground. Has he been found? He has been found now. He does pick off one, but he's in a very compromised position. Does not win that. Airshoot gets the better of that 1v1 as PRN just running that over. Plugs onto B as the Goats plug over on A.
Both time is passing out as we're getting the first few.
Okay,
plugs.
Goats squaring off. NDA also having the other cache currently.
They have the plug. They have the plug. There's another
The
very
cache in the Isolt building, I think it
spot.
is. Yeah, okay. So they've got, that's a good hold for them.
And they can also then strategize.
I love this map. I've just, every time I play this map, I've just loved it more and more. I love having to hold the Isolt building. I think it creates really fun fights with all the different levels.
Have a good chance in understanding if there's more teams coming in, what they need to
Fortune
do.
Stadium like was a map that I wasn't sure I liked to start with, but it has just become absolutely cinema for me every time I play it.
To just go in and sneak and get themselves a few of these cash-out boxes. They're just waiting. No, I love that. I love that they're playing this. We will wait
That's true, Aster.
for the team to happen, for a fight to happen. Wherever they go, we follow them. Look at them. So close to each other and just waiting.
Oh, Rome almost got ripped. Same with Alex.
Dodging what? They don't want to make that cross towards B. Moving over towards Sector 6 is almost always a death sentence. It's much like Hospital and Soul. You can find ways to get across, but if you're not doing so perfectly,
Why did
it's not
Streamlabs
gonna
peak?
That Wi-Fi doesn't seem to have followed this time. No, they actually are. Everyone looking over towards the other cash out at this point.
We're also testing a new chatbot,
Waiting
so
the arrival of 16
might do
members.
some bleachy
Already
things like it
bullets
just
flying
did.
across. Razor gets healed up by his team. Momentary recovery as the calm before the storm awaits when this fight kicks off. Is about to kick off in a big way. With 40 seconds left on this cash out. Something has to break, and there it is. Roma going in very aggressively, goes down by Palma. The heals from his teammate. Dome shield as well is down, and there's Ploppy. The riot shield is in. He's looking to cause absolute chaos. Drops to the floor. Razor picks off one of the.
Hey, Alex Arinki taking high. There's 3 teams here. It's NDA is going to get that cash for free.
Down the goo as well. Bad Wi-Fi looking to secure this third party. The winch onto the teammate. He gets taken down. The steal is prevented though.
Oh.
Treason may have gotten killed, but he prevented the steal for just a little bit
Do
longer.
they get those?
Everyone from Bad
Does he
Wi-Fi
drop
is able
dome?
to prevent this, but an RPG from the back
No,
side
no
doing
dome.
So much damage to them.
Oh,
Can they
wow.
drop?
Bad
They
Wi-Fi
do.
getting that steal is
Bad Wi-Fi
crazy.
in the midst of the bullets, the hailfire around them successfully gets
Oh, and they might clean up aimers here. Wait, this is going to be big cash and points for them.
as Alex running away for his life.
Floppy breaking out the riot shield.
Chasing after them right now, but with the dust settling, Bad Wi-Fi have to be very happy with this result.
Bad Wi-Fi getting the steal, and I mean something that we saw from the Gods doing very well. They knew as soon as they execute coming in from Amos that there will be a third team coming in. They tried to get themselves out of the fight, let the other two fight, but it wasn't quite working out in the favors. Amers on the other side not being able to get through that. That riot shield did so much, protecting the teammate, being in front of them, running after the teams, creating panic within the comms, and that is what really Bad Wi-Fi will just need in the second. As we have the next few rotations coming through, and also the next 2 cash box being looked forward to. C has been plugged by the side of NDA. They got themselves a few more gunfights here. Looking forward to take more gunfights and a few more of these players. L2 are gone. Last one standing, Roma. We know where he is. We're gonna go for this chase, but I have to be careful not to tunnel vision a little bit too much for these kills now.
Caught up in this
Oh, Palman gets cleaned up by the riot shield.
Working around with that riot shield. Does have the DMAT, which
Floppy's low-key doing some work with this thing.
fight. The vault is still the focus.
Oh, and it got like
And
buffed,
this
didn't
point
it?
is just sitting on the side
Like
of the map.
2 days ago?
Looking to put the smackdown on the Bad Wi-Fi for their insolence of getting that steal, but Ploppy comes out on top. The SA-12.
Okay, good res. The riot shield for protection. I like that.
All right, he might have his teammate get down though. No, all 3 of them able to get away. Another fight. They're just.
He does need to wait. He's got healthy Jones starting.
Let us get to the plug. They're down to only Treason and only 2 at this point. Treason and Carnifex still back up. Palma going to be coining in at 10.
Where's Carnifex? I don't see him.
Look how
Okay, there he is.
stacked this is. NDA,
He's getting cleaned up by somebody. Who is that that's hitting him? Oh, it must be Razor.
This is not what the Goats want right now.
I mean, the one thing that we can
Yeah,
say
Goats are
is
super broken apart. They're basically having to abandon their own cache.
massively delayed. I mean, Cash.D just started out. Well, C is like 2/3 finish, so like the delay on the cash shots will be quite crucial because that allows Bad Aimers to have even more third parties. It opens up the opportunity for other teams to also come in and third party even more. Now with that we can see they try to steal, not going to be able to. The matting immediately happens. The goals are completely falling through. Now given NDA the higher ground, but we already know from the past
Okay.
rounds that might be a little bit of a struggle. They try to
Nice.
not gonna happen, and we will find two.
I like the defensive dome on top of their team so they can't shoot out of it. That's a good play.
Themselves an opportunity to come in here for a steal. But as we now take one of our
Good play out of OG, honestly.
and NDA secure the cash box.
Bad Wi-Fi seems kind of brain dead. I mean, yeah. They kind of, I feel like, have that rap now, don't they? Like, they're always doing something kind of just weird, like doubling or third-partying everything, but they've had decent, I feel like, cash outs. It's just they can't seem to close out the game. I mean, the Riot Shield is definitely a choice, to say the least. Did get buffed.
Roma as well, very, very low. Rame is down. 2 members left for Aimers as they dash around the outside, but Alex takes out another member of Bad Wi-Fi. They're down to only 1 remaining, just bleeding their team members. Matterlock pushing in towards Roma. Can he finish off this 1v1? The shotgun, Matter versus SA12 right now, losing this 1v1, but Bad Wi-Fi are not in a position to go for a steal right now. Aimers successfully holding onto this cash out, taking them out of
okay, good cleanup on Matterlock.
Finally wiping Matterlock as well as they look towards these final cash outs. 2 minutes left as already 1 has been plugged. The Goats getting a very quick plug and Vault 6 spawning very close nearby.
All right, NDA leading us off. We're on final row, right? Yeah, being stolen already. Goats' boxes. I feel like Goats have been nothing but staggered this entire map. It seems like only Treason or only Carnifex is up, and it's like they're just kind of always playing for res or coin at this point. I feel like every single time the camera's gone to them, they are just kind of all over the place. Like, yeah, that's clean up on Treason. It's cleaning up on Palma. Carnifex is out still. He's not dead. Not even in this fight. I don't know where he is. He's going for the double. I haven't understood this whole double strategy out of EU. I mean, look, that's a Bad Wi-Fi double. Great for Bad Wi-Fi. I don't understand why you would double it, though. Why would Carnifex even run it to go double it? Do they need it? I don't even think they needed it, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I guess it would put them at 33, huh?
They want to try and knock them down, but there's nobody here to stop them. Bad Wi-Fi. Razor does get
okay, I guess it just makes sense that Goats would need the double there.
Waltzing in.
Because they would be at 33.
Deciding to get that plug. They're now back in the match as all 4 teams are looking to be. But with that,
we're gonna yap about fashion context and feedback. All right, I'll take a look. I'm down to host one.
Only 30 seconds left. They have to push for something very, very quick. They see them on the backside. They see the Vanish Bomb go out. They've jumped up onto the high ground. The Aimers looking to get that upper advantage. 20 seconds left. The steal has to happen in the next 15. Somebody needs to go. NDA dashing around the outside. Carnifex doing a lot of work. Palma as well. The rest of NDA dying in the seams, but it's all down to Palma. The winch away. Not going to be allowing that steal through. Everybody is just in the melee. But when the dust clears, the Goats unable to hold on and actually find themselves in 4th as Aimers go to 1st.
That was a rude steal in the corner. Nobody there to get the kill away. Aimers coming in last second, getting themselves a cheeky little steal in the corner, and that actually causing them to
imagine Riot Shield have better stat of a heavy. I mean, I wouldn't say all that.
You're 3 man up. You just got the steal. You can regroup because there was enough time to NDA was still at that.
I mean, imagine Riot Shield, right?
Team wipe today needed a little bit of time to come back into the game. So Aimers, they've been given a great opportunity because the Goats weren't unable to get that kill out. NDA was team wipe, Bad Wipe.
Palma and Treason got farmed this map.
Then only the Goats and Aimers.
I know, dude. They EU be yapping in the game chat.
Unfortunate for the side of the Goats, but also what we've seen. And this is maybe what I want to highlight.
Yeah, dude,
Goats
scout kind of farmed. I ain't gonna lie, that map.
One of the Riot Shields, and I mean, as we all know, the patch coming in from the last patch, the Riot Shield has become, how should I say this in nice words, significantly godlike.
What, Utopian?
Maybe
yeah.
I can.
It's been, it comes, like, you don't expect it, and I think a lot of the times because these weapons are so unexpected, they take you apart because you are not ready to play for it. You have to play in such a different way.
Is Riot Shield actually a problem right now in like actually in like ranked games and stuff currently with the update?
Their play style for it. Not something.
Or is it just because like it's such a random pick in Pro League that people don't really know what to do with it?
sometimes it happens the same way when you're going up against that Riot Shield. Multiple times when we saw Goats going up against bad Wi-Fi, the SA-12 shots are just getting eaten by that shield. Normally, if you're a heavy in that 1v1, you expect to win it, but when half your bullets don't do anything, it's just over for you if you know how to play that Riot Shield well. So yeah, with the buff to all of the weapons, maybe we do see a little bit more of that. I don't think it's time to say that melee is back yet, especially because Ploppy is probably the advocator for Riot Shield. But it was, I believe at the end there, I think NDA was actually the one to make that double happen at the end as Orange.
Yes.
Yeah, cementing their second place, which I'm curious from your perspective. Do you think
Whoa,
that's
wait, what,
they need
cringy?
to get these
I'm not a
consistent
Halo
wins
fan per se, but I mean, I follow like Optic in them. I mean,
potentially in
just
the
in
bottom
general
four,
as an org,
try
so
and
that's
gamble for
crazy.
first place or settle with that
Why
second.
are they doing
That was
that?
the right call.
It's a
I
little
thought
bit
HCS was like kind of
different
back
on
low
how the
key.
further games are going to go. I mean, it will stay something that you can always debate, but
Like I think if it's Scump and them were watch partying HCS for Optic, which was crazy.
Consistent too than having the inconsistent first place or last place. We just saw Amers on the first game be completely last, and then having the chance to be on the first. While when what we saw from
Interesting.
NBA,
That sucks.
really
I don't.
always being
I
in
mean,
that second
I haven't heard any
and
news
third
about them making a new
places.
game, so I
prove
don't
that
know what
luck
the
because
comp
they
scene's gonna
proved
be
to the
like.
side of bad
That
Wi-Fi,
sucks
giving
though.
themselves the opportunity to play the statistics.
Last I heard about
have
Infinite, it was
consistent
actually in a good
second place,
spot.
which gives them consistent points. Might save them, but here again, we don't know how the further games are going to go, so that will be also then depending on their opponents. But as we're talking about, if that was correctly or not, the first gunfight.
Yeah, for future titles, but we haven't heard anything about a future title. And like all the what I feel like press conferences would have been for, I've already passed, right?
The next few shots are coming in.
Dude, how did Alex get that kill on Treason?
Roma.
And it will be Amers. Light against lights, and Roma. Maybe just
I mean, 343 have
sign
dropped
of
the
it
ball
better
with
that
Halo
gunfight
for
because
a
he
couple
got
years
himself
now, to be honest.
then the win. Look at it.
I mean,
Seconds already
it's
happening
been
on the plug as
kind
well.
of a mess for a long time, and I'm not even a big Halo fan, but
You were just talking about it.
I've just
Finishes
always
off
heard that.
too.
Oh my god, Ploppy is
Chasing
just
him
still on the
down.
Riot Shield. That's crazy.
Holding onto their cash out. NDA are just helpless against the Riot Shield at this point. We've seen them take it down. They did get second place last match. They know how to handle it, but
That Riot Shield is going to show what teams play around their heavy or not, or winch. Because I mean, I don't, you can't block the winch, I think, with Riot Shield, so they should be playing together, trying to winch the Riot Shield, just blow them up every single time.
We've
So.
seen them have a good start. They'll get a cash out, maybe even two, and then when it all comes down to those last few moments, they just start to crumble. They haven't been able to find their first place, and mostly third or fourth for them. But there's a double. Who doubled this? Wait,
doubled?
I completely missed who doubled it. That's an early double on the
Why
first
would you
cash
double the
out.
first two
What just
caches?
happened?
I believe it was Amers going in to then double it. They were on the second cash box and then just running it, making it even closer, even more nerve-wracking as
Okay,
we
later,
might say.
Carney.
Here we'll find a few of these kills, a little bit of damage, not quite getting here.
Okay,
Second
Grenades
recovery.
out.
Your
Delete the
winner
goo.
would be to
I've seen a
win
lot of
the
flex
first
utility on
one.
heavy now.
Lose the second ones, maybe
Through
not
EU, I've
quite
seen
just
Barricade, I've seen
as
C4,
beneficial
I've
for
seen
them, but
Goo,
that
I've seen
Microsoft
Lock
still
Bolt.
holding on
It's
the
like
cash
RPG,
box.
Dome,
If
Winch,
they manage to get this
a
win,
weapon,
they'll be in
and then
great position.
that last slot is really flexed right now. There's a lot of things being ran, which I'm happy with. I like that. It's not a solved loadout.
Unfortunately, not quite being able to get himself in a good spot as there's so much going on, covered in smokes, and there's just so much vision being denied.
Okay.
As all of a sudden,
Play around their
we see
range.
even
Play
more
it.
shotguns, even more close-range
Yeesh.
weapons being
That's
pulled
not a good
out
one.
just to be able to manage this fight.
Oh, OG looked to be in a horror film there, backed into
OG's
a
not
corner,
gonna be able
gas
to-
in front of him. But everyone, Goats winched the position. It's in
I
a
can't
new
believe all
spot,
these
but they
teams
weren't able to
stood
go for
on the
steal.
cash out, and Bad Wi-Fi is still gonna
hold
get this.
onto it. Amers
That's
doubling
insane.
the first cash out and getting almost nothing from it. They're looking to get some kills now, but they're going to go down to NDA, getting melted very, very quickly. Just Roma
Roma's
once again, the only one left
still
on his
up.
team. As NDA gets
Is Bad Wi-Fi throwing? I mean, I can't say so. They doubled the box. Well, they didn't even double it. They just stole it, and they're running Riot Shield, and it's just working.
Frustration,
At least on this, so far.
strats, or maybe just you know, kind of messing around at the last day. Not sure what the thought was there, but I doubt we'll see a double on this next one.
I mean, the double definitely gave them a lot of points, securing themselves with the second. But the double also now meant, because Bad Wi-Fi had the plug, they were theoretically and statistically only needing to defend that to then put themselves in still a great position. I mean, here again, they might be trying to sabotage one of their opponents, especially NDA or also the GOATs, by giving Bad Wi-Fi a team that is at the bottom, who's not going to benefit throughout being the first place as much as the other two teams. Maybe that's what they're trying to go on here, because with that plug, they also got now the second space, but there's still 3 more rounds of cash boxes that we need to go through on this map to see who comes out first. But Bad Wi-Fi, I mean, they're on the first place, and throughout the whole chaos that all the other teams created, all they needed to
Why is Alpha Actor getting that much
somebody
screen
tries to
time?
steal it, they just need to deny
Hey,
it.
it's
So
Vegas Stadium, you know?
that heavily.
The fight over on this side of the map has just not ended in so long.
Yeah,
Teams
they
have
are
continued to
kinda
stick
chilling here.
around. Finally, it looks
I mean,
like
I guess they are
over to
fighting
the
over there to
C's. Bad
control
Wi-Fi once
Vault
again
4.
in possession of one of these. And Aimers did get the tap, but NDA is going to get their plug on the other side. If Bad Wi-Fi gets one more cash out, they're guaranteed at least second, which would be huge for them in terms of this group. Not so much the long-term points. The question is, can they even get that plug? They do get the plug, but the GOATs are waiting. Palma's down, but Treason with that bike has been hitting shots all day. Has to wait for his team to recover.
We got the plug on the other side from the side of NDA, now Bad Wi-Fi and NDA in a good spot as we drop it 2 down. Force potentially going to look forward here soon to get themselves in a better strategical position, as all of a sudden Aimers is also joining the party, trying to maybe stir up a few of these plays, a few of these strategic points, as NDA on the other side just chilling and waiting for a few of these opponents while all the action is happening on one cash out. Bad Wi-Fi just waiting for an engagement to come in and snack those kills up and keep the cash out.
93R doing damage from the high ground. Aimers looking to third party this. Third party, the name of the game, and it feels like every lobby that we see Bad Wi-Fi at has a backstab on Razor. Unable to finish him off, though, doesn't quite hit the headshots one needed. Aimers continuing to just lose people in the weirdest of positions. It feels like we're back to map 1 Aimers. Not with that coordinated movement that we're so used to seeing from this team. It's just a little bit different than the normal tight movements. Of course, see a little bit further along. There's still time for them to get here, but the GOATs are also in place. They have eyes on them. Get to the high ground, but Bad Wi-Fi are still in possession of this. For some reason, they've just been completely left alone. Alex finally moving in with the rest of his team. He's lost his heavy, but he does get a defib on him immediately as he wins the fight on Rame and Carnifex. The GOATs down to 1 member. Now Aimers turn their sights towards C. But again, on the backside, PRN from NDA is going to pick off 1. The 4th party coming in from NDA on the backside.
Alex is, man, he's really after Razor here.
Alex following through the gateway, looking for anything he can.
Okay, he
gets
gives
to get
that
out
up,
of there, just trapped in a hole on the backside. A steal going out from the GOATs. But Palma,
Yeah, he got pulled into a trap. This is bad. He's so separated from his team. Never mind, they're here.
Cash out tick down are going to find themselves in a commanding first place thanks to that double from Aimers on the first cash out. As Alex looking around, hasn't connected with a lot of people yet, but his team are cleaning up the rest of Bad Wi-Fi. They finally go down, but it's well after that cash is in their possession.
Man.
I think something that NDA did here very, very
2 p.m. Eastern, Brett, is the time that we've, I think, announced.
While Aimers and Golds were fighting each other in the middle of that map, in the middle of
I'm
that
pretty sure it's in
building.
the tournament info. Hang on. Let me double check.
The cash out box of being too
Let me
tunnel
confirm
vision
that
on
we actually
one
put that.
team
Yeah. It's in the
constantly
tournament
trying
info.
to
If
look
you go
for each
to
other,
the
then
tournament
actually
channels, go to
the
info, it'll
cash
be
out
there.
box. Nobody rotated out, giving NDA also the chance to just walk in.
Yeah, captains will need to be there before
the team,
1:45. Because that's when we do map
Happy
bans and stuff.
staying on the point, and the other
Nah,
team
you're good. It's a lot of
even
info, and it's
if
also
they
tucked
do
away.
not give them the space to move around, which
So,
was actually very
we
smart
fully
because with
expect
that,
people
they got
don't read
themselves a few
all of
kills
it.
and also the casual box,
But,
and
yeah.
allowing
It's also
themselves along the opponent's
tournament
map.
pages, like the scoring and all that.
Beautiful hook. You're not going anywhere under his watch. But now
Ran
defending
in.
D. Look at it. That
Yes. Yeah, so we'll go through once registration closes. We'll be DMing all the captains to the people that are registered to get your teams. And then we'll let you know. But yes.
Yeah, that was such a quick double. And Bad Wi-Fi are just so happy about this, but the GOATs do have a chance to get first place again. Like you said, getting that double plug, managing to hold on to both those was really smart. A KS-23 from Matalock, we've seen him pull
Yeah,
this
because
out with the buffs. It's no longer projectile. It's working
the
for
captain
him.
should be the only one with the participant
projectile
role for the
is
tournament,
just
so we'll be picking
slapping
that role.
Amers down as two of them go in the blink of an eye, and they're looking at a potential 4th place if they cannot get a steal on this right now. Didn't set themselves up for success at the beginning of this, but every team has to figure out how they defend this. Bad Wi-Fi doing this off. They have a position. Could be a chance for the steal. C4 does do some damage. Floppy's still at full health. Gas goes down. He has to back away. Goats still holding on to this. They're full strength. Palma losing a lot of health.
Well, they
Has to back
reworked it.
away.
Well, I mean, I guess it
Nobody
is
else is
still
there. On the
a.
high ground. NDA with the high ground
I guess it's still
positioning. They have
technically a
better
projectile,
advantage
but it's
if
like
they
a
can
hybrid or
keep
something
alive.
now, right?
Go for a steal at some point. They're looking at
Didn't they
third.
just rework the KS?
PRN with the 93R continuing to chunk through these teams. Doing a lot of damage.
Past 25 meters, okay. I've like never used the KS ever, so I don't even know really how it works. But I know that they reworked it with Thursday's update.
Just a moment. Bad Wi-Fi.
It's getting closer range. Got it. Okay.
Gives them the high ground, just raining the damage from the heavens into them. But they actually get the steal. They haven't killed them yet.
Oh my god, Bad Wi-Fi running this lobby, Loki.
Lost 2 members. It's only Ploppy left with that riot shield, beating him in from the backside. Ray went for the steal.
Oh my
He's just
god.
taking the baton to the head as he does so, popping the gas on the point. Floppy and Matterlock, the only 2 left alive except for Amers. That is going to be
Emoting
Bad
on his
Wi-Fi
trophy, no.
with 79,000
Oh my
getting first
god.
place on our final map of the day. Not what I think anybody saw coming.
You could say they're trolling, but they kind of ran that lobby.
Here again, we had the first double on the cash out box, and we had the team fight between Amers and the GOATs, and in the middle of that building, completely ignoring that there's 2 cash outs going on with ND8 and also coming in, stepping in. I mean, in the last fight, the one thing that we can say, it felt
That's
like a lot
crazy.
of these players were scattered around, not quite playing as a team together. Maybe it was in the heat of the moment. They know they're gonna have to get this, but the one team that constantly tried to stay together was Bad Wi-Fi, and on top of
I mean,
that,
Ploppy 8 and 3 with the
also
riot
on
shield,
roof,
man. I can't really say much. There's not really any shit to talk. That's insane.
Close to be there. They were on the roof, and the second the 3rd player came in close to help, the other 2 members then
Bro
dropped
kind of popped off.
into
He's popped off multiple
the
maps now.
room
Yeah.
of the cash out box, and all of a sudden we have Bad Amers just. The Bad Wi-Fi is just like constantly on the outskirts of that cash box, waiting for somebody to go in, waiting for somebody to go for the steal, and then just beating him with the stick of the riot shields and the shotgun close range. And I think
I really hope there's not a riot shield meta, because that's gonna be super annoying. But
their abilities. They had the cash out outside. They understood it isn't quite their favor because there's a lot of long range enabled being there, but as soon as it was dragged in, a lot of the corners, the walls, the angles, allowing the riot shield, the shotgun with the goose as well to give themselves the advantage, and NDA wasn't ready for that, and neither were the other teams. They were so scattered, and it was maybe too much going on, and the communication was falling apart, what it seemed for me looking at the GOATs, because one player was inside, the other one was outside, the third one was on the roof. Like, a lot going on, and I think those are the points that they need if they want to prove that they're their best.
Yeah, and they're going to need to really build on those as we move into 3v3s, because for these 4 teams, there are no more games of cash out. This is it for them. So they now only look to the 3v3s, and for Amers and GOATs, the question is, did they get themselves up high enough? Did they separate themselves? And I'm not going to lie, I don't think they did. Like, both GOATs and Amers just kind of...
it was definitely a niche pick. I mean, people... Well, I can't say people, because I think Ploppy might have been the only one, but he would pull it out in Fortune Stadium. And Sis, or I think on Sis.
It's just very strange.
And, but now it's looking like on a lot of maps.
Fully updated. And you can see Amers and the GOATs still in number 1 and 2. Amers increasing their lead just slightly. But NDA having a very, very nice day. They've brought themselves... Remember, everyone else that is not highlighted has not yet played. So all of these teams are just... they still have yet to get points. Can we see the breakdown for points gotten to date production? Because I think that's the really interesting story here is Amers and NDA actually were... NDA and the GOATs with the exact same point totals here. So
Wait,
not what the
Goats?
Goats were hoping for. Aimers
Wait,
came a
Goats did a
little bit
lot
out
worse
ahead,
than I thought they
and
did. I thought
just
Goats kind of
no real
ran
separation. The only real winner in this group is
this
definitely
series,
NBA. Hopefully,
but
giving
I didn't
themselves
realize they got
a
2
chance
fourth
to
places in a
get
row. Damn.
I mean, definitely a few hundred.
Because they came out the gate
points
kind of
is because
hot,
it's a
and then
good start. I mean, they had
I guess they
first game
kind of fell
winning,
off a
the
little
second
bit.
game wasn't going too great. I think if in the second game they've performed a little bit better and maybe getting on that third place, it could have seen better for them. But nonetheless, overall, and this is what we were talking about. Do you
Is
wanna
Pulsar
take the
playing now?
consistent
No.
every time second place, or do you
Next
wanna risk it
is
on one
pretty
of
much the
games falling
midfield.
down to two, knowing you
So
need
you
to
have
place?
Gamblers,
And
Always
this is why
Hungry,
I
Team
do
of Stream at
think that
200 bucks.
plugging in that, especially
Or I
on
guess at the
game
bottom of
before
the field.
and
So
on
actually the bottom
games
4
also
teams
before, where they
currently.
specifically
Or
wait
sorry,
for the
sorry.
double
No, the
plug,
midfield.
guarantee themselves the
My
second
bad.
space,
The
is
midfield.
that consistency what they need
Dude, bad
to
Wi-Fi,
be, because
1
it could've
point
been
from
risky,
being
could've been
not
risky
the bottom
winning in
team,
the
but
second,
makeshift to
could've
not
been
play their
risky
matches.
giving other
The
teams
bad
to get
Wi-Fi
themselves
are
on the third
confirmed to
spot.
come in last.
They needed that points, and knowing that they have
So.
the secured the second spot is really, really good. So I think they've made throughout the games good decision makings. The one thing that I always saw, especially from that team, when
Aimers,
they have
Griefing
a
Goods
little
wasn't on my
struggle,
bingo
is
card.
that
I mean, like, why? Yeah, I agree,
something
but
that
and I don't
I've
even
struggled
understand why
when
you
it
would
comes to
grief him in the first
even
place. It doesn't really
on-field
benefit you
team
much, does it?
fights and everything. They're
Going into
really
playoffs?
fantastic and really good, but as soon as it comes to height
Young, you might
difference,
know. Do they
that's
get
where
a
some
pass or
struggle
anything,
for
like a
them,
round
because
bye
the
if they finish in
desynchronization within the
first?
team fights, that stood out to me quite a lot from NDA.
Yeah, agreed. They have to improve on that. They have to figure out how they transition moving forward. Of course, if you enjoyed that, there are more games to come. We have 2 more groups with plenty more cash out and a lot of chaos. And as we just saw, anything can happen. The teams that you thought might be getting counted out are always in there. But we want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Crash, the VIA PR Chief Officer, dropping bits in the chat earlier. Huge support to the prize pool. Absolute GOAT and doing so much to support the pro scene right now. We cannot thank you enough, Broxton. Thank you so much for everything that you do and for everyone that has been donating. We've gotten so much support throughout the course of this Pro League. It's been amazing. So we really appreciate everyone who has supported. All of the subs and bits do go directly to the prize pool, making sure that these players get rewarded for the incredible performance that they are putting on. Speaking of performances, like I mentioned, we have more groups for you very, very soon. So we're going to be getting into groups B and C very, very soon. We're going to be going to a very brief break in just a moment, and we will be right back with more games for you. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right. Chat, I'm going to step away for just a second to fill up my water, and then I'll be back. As you guys know, we normally play like Wordle and stuff during this. I'm saving those because I think Cody's going to be back for the NA matches, so I don't want him to miss out. I'm going to fill up my water, and then I'll be right back. Okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Chat, I saw Fantastic Four Thursday night. It was like, I guess, opening night or whatever. It was very good. I liked it a lot. I mean, Cody and I, I'm sure we'll have discourse on this when he gets here this evening. But if you guys are Marvel fans like we are, I personally really liked it. So my recommendation is going to see it. All right, time to claim my drops. What we got? Claim it. Getting there. Halfway to Little Chuck. There are Twitch drops currently, chat. Unfortunately, we're not live because multi-streaming decided to die. But we'll be live this evening. But in the meantime, you can check out the ProHubs official stream. If you're in there, you'll be able to get your super cash ball drops, which includes Lil Chuck, which is a charm, Call Me Chuck, which is a sticker, and then finally Chuck the Ball, which is a healing emitter skin. Very cool and totally free. All you gotta do is have your Embark account linked to your Twitch account and watch your favorite streamers for up to 4 hours. Yeah, lots of cool stuff to get. So Yeah, Ranger and Cooks. I'm pretty sure that's who made this. He remixes like a bunch of finals music. He's just really good at it. It does sound like an actual like mix though, like a DJ mix, which is fire.
We are back with Group B for the final day of the EU Cash Out Play Days. 4 more teams only have 5 more maps to make their place on the leaderboard. We got Always Hungry, Gamblers, Team Extreme, and 200 Books. And Dianic, I know there's a player that you're excited to cast because you've actually done quite a bit of this before.
Listen, Strike 200 Books. I'm gonna be looking very sharply at you today, so that's all I'm saying here. Shots fired a little bit, but no. I'm very excited to see all of the players, of course. Like, there's a few of these teams that are like in the blink of being either in the last 4, which are then gonna be dropping down to lower bracket single LM. We're gonna be really fighting for everything that I have to stay in the playoffs. I mean,
Strike.
They have a chance to come in today into the top.
Apparently, Strike on 200 Books was
are also here, but they
siege player. So
they need to make sure they
I didn't know that.
a lot of these points because Team Scream they are looking to get themselves under the 8th spot. Always Hungry, also like on the verge of dropping down, 7th place, and then 200 Books with 6th place. But here's one thing, all of these points are very close to each other. So if one team, for example 200 Books, isn't performing today the way they want them the way you want them to perform, they could be dropping all the way down to 8th place and then maybe be overtaken. So it is kind of still everything open because these teams are very close to each other. But Team Extreme, if they want to make it, they need a run. They need 4 maps to be place 1. They really need a lot here if they want to be coming into the top 8. So a lot of pressure on the boys.
You're right. Yeah, this is, especially as we move into our final maps, if you're not performing well, it's all over for you. There's no more second chances at this point. You're either going to be in the bottom 4, one single elimination game away from no longer being in the playoffs whatsoever, completely missing out not only on a cash prize, but almost certainly a chance to go to the championships. All
right, we're back.
5 maps to go. We're going to start on
more matches.
For every
W.
Today.
We're going back quick. Low key.
Let's see what our teams have in store for us.
There we go. First map between all of these teams. I mean, the one thing that I really like looking forward to is seeing Team Extreme, if they are able to get themselves a lot of these points in the first few gunfights.
Oh, good shots out of Strike already.
Strike gets himself the first opening pick here. That's a good start for the side of 200 Books.
Did glitch himself. He's not going to be able to keep Manda back up, but he does clean up Drax.
That's the first wipe done and dusted. Team Extreme are gone for the first few seconds of the map as Gamblers and Always Hungry are having themselves a little bit of a team fight on the other side as well. Not quite being lucky to get themselves a few of these kills as Gamblers are also being taken out too already. One man is standing alone, maybe finding himself one kill, but can he find a second? No, he won't. With that, Always Hungry are the second team to find himself a wipe.
Yoip once again playing on medium. We see him bounce back and forth between the medium and the light. Very neat to see him be able to flex and do so well across both of those. The plug will be coming out for Always Hungry, but it's going to be a little bit delayed because of how far.
All right, Team Extreme wiped early, but they're going to get a chance for basically a rematch against 200 bucks again. This is a really tough position to take. Strike's going to spot him.
Just two teams facing off.
Jordan, I guess, looking for another path along with Drax,
very
Executor.
By 200 books, but as we've seen before, on this point especially, if it's dropped all the way down and there it is in the stairwell,
and it's behind Goo, and it's got bind set, and they have perfect amount of height on it. Okay, that's a good winch. It gets inside. All right, here we go. Strike has already dropped. All three have dropped. Here comes the fight.
A lot of damage coming in. Strike chasing after
Okay,
nice
Jordan wiped.
Finishes off Jordan looking for the second.
Later.
His teammate, just a moment. That's almost keeping alive.
Execute.
His teammate, but he's been winched into
Oh,
a corner.
get traded.
Down. Trigger blue.
The revolver.
Again, Strike is on a mission. That's a revolver from one player, but he goes down, and Team Extreme unable
That's
to
a good cleanup there.
With that, they're wiped yet again. They're going to have a little bit of time to regroup, re-talk about what just happened, while the cash outs are currently in the hands of Always Hungry and 200 bucks. They will be secured shortly, but the question is, can they actually get themselves in here to get a few of these team wins, right? They need to find a few more kills. They need to find themselves also a little bit on the winning side here. Again, Team Extreme and a lot of pressure. If they want to be coming in into the top 8, they need to make sure they are on the second or third place every single game, and that's a lot of pressure.
Have to find something out right here now. Team Extreme on the approach. Nobody appearing to third party this, so they have a moment to just focus on Always Hungry. But with the timer being so low, they need to start the fight right now or go for a steal.
Okay, Executor looking for positioning. This is a tough place to try to go for steal, especially if you're a medium. Yeah, you're just going to get ran down by the light.
With the double barrel immediately wipes him, but he
hey.
goes down to Jordan with 2.
Oh, Drax is just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Jurgen. He's about to go down. Can he survive? He's immediately just going to get taken out. Drax wins the fight, but Always Hungry delaying just long enough. Bronx running the double barrel, something we've seen more in response to the healing meta, and we just saw why that's so useful. He did go down, but immediately melting Executor. The double barrel just packs a huge punch.
That's a great start for some of these teams. I mean, here again, Always Hungry may have been wiped now out, but on the other hand, they did get the first cash out box, so it isn't too much of a tragic point here. But Gamblers, they're gonna maybe have a chance to get themselves into that plug, as they're very close to the Team Extreme. They need this plug money, so they need to make sure they might be able to take it off 200 books very quickly here, but Strike is just denying that play. Taking out a player, just slowing down Team Extreme and making sure they're not able to cut him off while they're trying to plug the cash out. So now we have 2 plugs yet again, and Team Extreme very at the bottom, not able to have a say in this game so far.
Strike has been on point this match. He was at 4 kills after that first cash out. I'm sure he's at more. That is such a bold cross. He does make it across. Jordan surviving. Just gets his team with that gateway, and now 200 Book's going to reset, reposition, make sure they are across the way so they don't get caught. So often teams jumping up that stairway and then getting the advantage. Pulling off to a little bit of a distance. I like this play from them, making sure that they're not going to get caught unawares. The big glitch goes in, Executor very, very low, as neither team are very willing to commit at this point.
Drax committing to that. The heal is gonna put him, maybe put him in a bad spot there.
From the side of the
okay, they get the clean up on Krieger.
Krieger blue does go down. Extreme.
It's about to step on the mine.
Picking off 2. Manda takes out Drax, but he's by himself now. They thought they had the right position. Manda versus Executor.
Yeah, mine at his feet. He walked right over it, I think.
Is going to respawn very soon. They have the defender bonus, so their coins are coming up in just a
okay, Jordan's gonna clean that up.
Strike about to spawn in as well.
Get the res. They're about to full strength.
Revive. Manda playing it very, very safe, staying away from the point. But now they actually have
How do you still steal this?
through. He's healing the infuser, keeping him alive
Oh,
as he's getting shot
nah,
directly in the
bruh.
back. Trigger Blue cannot prevent the steal. Now it's all on Strike and Manda. Executor finally goes down after that steal eventually, but the gas on the far side. Strike goes down this time. Manda, the only one left once again. He's all by himself. Is he going to be able to pull this away as it's just Jordan to defend? But here come the Gamblers looking to third party. The gas is on point, but it's about to fade. He has an ability to do so.
Okay, he scared him
has to
off of
jump
it
the
enough.
point. The dashes are there.
Okay, so it's a
200
third party
bricks have been
here.
wiped, and now it's all an Extreme Executor coming back to life with Drax to hold.
Why
on to
are
this
they
point.
here?
Seconds
Why
away.
is Gamblers here trying to steal
Gamblers are
this?
gonna back off. They can't get
I mean,
this.
I guess their cache is confirmed, but like,
Unable to get the steal, but also look at 200 bucks. Strike no more coins, and there's still 2.5, like 2:40 seconds left on the clock. So there's still one more cash out box. Strike, he cannot respawn with a coin as soon as he's out. You could potentially just body block him and make sure that nobody comes in with the defib. 200 bucks may have thrown a little bit their coins here. I mean, yes, it was very good,
Borderlands
but they
4 as an
weren't quite
event with a
getting anywhere
break
with
room to
that.
smash
A lot was
things?
happening
What?
and they weren't quite
Is Borderlands 4 out?
that team fight.
It's not out yet, right?
Now we have it now. Team Extreme getting themselves.
Oh,
in this-
nice
Oh,
winch.
beautiful hook
Oh,
there,
why would
getting
you
the
want to
first,
winch him back
but
into
that
you?
Also the kill, setting themselves up for a great team fight here as they have the upper hand, getting themselves a second one. There's only one left, but he's gonna run away. And Team Extreme, they need to regroup and make sure they get this cash out box under their fingers and into their claws as they're now moving forward to point B.
How close these cash totals are right now. Everyone,
September. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I didn't think I missed that one.
If they just get
That
number of
release.
kills. Look at this. That is 1,000.
I want to play the new Donkey Kong game. I have a Switch 2 in my living room, and I've been toying with the idea of spending the money on that game. Apparently, it's really good.
So it's all going to come down to these last couple points. And these, oh my gosh, these cash outs are so close together.
Also,
You can
so
easily see teams running across. Devils working
on the topic of
chase,
video
through
games
the
for a second,
side,
so I got a new
Strike,
MacBook just recently, a MacBook Pro with the M4 Pro processor. Apparently Cyberpunk is available on Steam for Mac, which is crazy to me. So I thought about installing it just to see if it runs. Probably runs like crap, but then again, it runs on Switch 2 apparently. So I don't know. But definitely interesting. I would give anything for the finals to be on Mac. It would be so nice for me to be able to play it on the go. I know it's not as good as Windows, but like for gaming. But if I could play on the go at least, or host tournament lobbies or private matches and things, that would be so nice. Because I can run Streamlabs, of course, on my Mac. So.
Take it into the thing, not quite gonna happen here. They tried to bring it into the building to give them some.
Oh, nice headshot out of Executor.
Look at it, always.
Yoip is like a bullet. Bronx is a bullet. And they just get healed. No way. They're just getting healed. Now they're full health. Executor by himself, unfortunately. Waiting on teams to spawn.
Look at it, Gamblers and Always Hungry just holding on the cash box as Gamblers are trying to regroup and get themselves in this fight. And Team Scream unfortunately running into the side of Gamblers. So it is still a very close game. This could still go to one of the other teams. Is now only Always Hungry is secured. The second cash out box is still open.
Oh, Strike doing good doubles work right now. The M11 versus the 93 are both of them backing out, not able to finish off any kills. 3 teams looking at A. They've completely
Okay, there's 3 teams here. I think all 4 are here.
Always Hungry.
Looks like all 4 are
guaranteed
here.
at least second, but if they can force somebody else to take it, they can look at maybe a third, maybe a first place.
You've been on a looter shooter craze that isn't Destiny 2. What else are you playing?
Certainly completely out of this fight, but Extreme are on the point, going for the steal. Everyone running into them. Manda winches it away.
No, it is not a requirement. It is the meta currently. Yeah, it's pretty common that you see 1-1-1 like that. But no, there's no requirement.
Team Extreme coming in and cleaning up the rest of the match.
Nice cleanup. All right, 200 bucks taking map 1. Looking great. Only thing is, it looked like Strike had died pretty often and had to coin. He ran out of coins pretty early, but made it work. So, but yeah, ProHub League does not have bans or requirements or anything like that. The only bans are glitch mine and motion sensor, and it's because they feel like it's bugged. The range is kind of weird. It can like glitch or detect you through floors even though it's not supposed to, like that kind of stuff. And so they've blocked it. And then they also removed Kyoto out of the map pool because of, I think, hardware like issues with some players.
do a lot of points for themselves. I mean, the only team that is really secured here when we're looking at these fours is 200 books, but if they're not performing, they're going to be dropping out.
Division 1 and 2, Borderlands 1 through 3, and prequel, not a looter shooter, but Fallout. Yeah. Oh, that's a good amount. It's a lot of games right now.
Very impressed by 200.
Yeah, those are fun though.
Overall.
I like looter shooters. I like to play them until like I reach maximum like power level, quote unquote, and then I don't really care anymore. Like I don't care about collecting those games. I just enjoy seeing my like stats go up. Which is always been my problem with Destiny. Was like Destiny, I would play the crap out of it in power levels, you know, and I would try to grind my light level as high as it would go, and then once I hit like kind of the hard cap, except for the weekly pinnacles, I would lose interest because I just don't care about like trying to get like all the exotics. Like I don't want to deal with getting exotics if they're not even good. You know what I mean?
You just put them on the back foot. I was really impressed by their ability, and that has to come from good combos.
I played Tiny Tina's recently. When I say recently, like within the last year, and actually I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Try to create a lot of crossfires, right? There was this moment where they were fighting against Always Hungry in the building, but one of them was on the door, the other one was matting the other wall next to them. So trying to establish crossfires, not giving their opponents a lot of room and space, and that comes with just communication within the team. What can they communicate as clear as possible to make their lives easier against opponents? And I think you saw it in that first game. They had great communication. They knew how to make they map theirs and play around doorways or defibs throughout walls to give themselves that positive and just an upper hand. Now, the second map here is just going to make sure if they're going to walk away with a lot more points, if Team Extreme can come in, get themselves a few more points, because again, they need to make sure they're on that second and first place. A lot of these games,
yeah, melee is great. Yeah, I mean the character customization's mid. For sure. It was fun though when I was playing it. I like the spells and stuff. I think it's kind of cool. Oh wait, are they playing Vegas twice? No.
Oh, we have a wipe secured, done and dusted. As soon as books are gone from
no, they just played in Zombie.
That completely turned around from what I thought was going to happen. 200 books. They getting the initial pick as well. Strike and Krieger in tandem with the 93R and the FAMAS. They are a burst fire combo that is terrifying for basically anybody to run into. But Team Extreme played really smartly, using that jump pad, moving down and up, giving themselves a momentary high ground and taking them out as they walk through that DMAT in the wall. Ended up working out really, really well for them. They get a plug for their efforts, and a very early plug, because Gamblers are caught in a fight against 200 books on their way. The spawn was fast enough for them to be holding onto B, so they have to wait for this. The plug not even going to be in, but here comes the push. Always Hungry, looking for A. Team Extreme, they've won one fight, but they have to go for the second now.
Again, and this delay is just gonna enable even more third-party gameplays, right? So because if one cash out is very delayed, that can just be like, oh, let's go to the second cash out box and try to steal it away. So this might be a little bit dangerous if they're not able to catch up a little bit on time here. If the delay is just going to be made even bigger, we're gonna see a lot of these third-party plays, what we saw also in the first matchup in Group A. But as we can see, Gamblers on the other side of the map having a little bit of trouble here. But while this fight is going on, not quite yet decided, taking a little bit of damage, but Team Extreme are holding on good onto this bomb site. I say bomb site is cash up, goddamn. My comms are scattered.
When we get into the matches like this, it effectively is.
Every tweet I see from Space Station Gaming is anything but the finals roster. I know. I don't know why they're waiting so long. Maybe they haven't like actually found a team yet that they want to sign, but it is interesting that like Envy just like is like, oh yeah, we're joining the finals, by the way, here's the team, and they picked Brick.
Eliminating Drax in a matter of moments.
And then you have Space Station and Alliance both like, yeah, we've joined the finals. We're partners, and nobody knows what that really means. So, I mean, my guess is we see roster picks maybe even during open quals or after open quals.
Do they have the goo? They do have goo down.
They might sponsor a team, that kind of thing, like once they qualify.
Rox's gonna jump in, immediately melts him with the slap to the face. Extreme on the backside. They have coined in. Executor and Drax are aware, but the steal has already gone through. They've wiped two. It's all on Jurgen. They wiped them fully. Two against three.
How a Team Extreme there and Always Hungry.
Extreme are on fire right now.
Beautiful take back, Always Hungry. not quite able to secure themselves there a little bit longer. If they would have just hold on just a little bit more breath, they may have been able to then just secure also the cash out box. We're not quite able to. So as gamblers are still in fight, waiting.
I don't blame them, but holy 2 to 6 months of wait. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been so long now that it's like I don't even know what you mean by like we partnered with the finals. Like, I need to find their like actual wording on it. But it was something along those lines.
See yet another third party. Gambler is going to be very happy about this, unless they look to maybe actually contest it. Everybody being on 3, nobody on 4. 200 books getting the worst of this fight right now as they get slammed between 2 different teams. And now Extreme on the back foot. The SA-12 is going to immediately take out Jordan. And Always Hungry coming out the better, but they're about to run face first into the Gamblers. They're walking into
good barricade.
Crossfire.
I like that to set up the cross.
Before they got into the open, or
We're gonna need to find a way to cross this though, which is gonna be rough. I guess you go high ground and then pad maybe. Yeah, you could pad over the top. Where's the medium?
On the ground, they can take
Zip
the
is-
zip across. They're going to be able to
I guess
actually successfully
they
make
didn't
it.
see him. They took the
back
gateway,
from the
though.
Gamblers onto the point.
Uh-oh, and then they stole
They
it.
deemed it down so that they couldn't go for the plug right immediately. That's so smart. The Gamblers
Wow.
bringing the cash out down to
Wait,
prevent
Gamblers
the
with a
plug.
masterclass right there. Wait, that was
Heads up play
genius.
rewards them. They get this cash out started, and Always Hungry down to 1 member. They now get the high ground on the side of Gamblers.
Gamblers
They're in a
dematted
great
them
position to
down,
defend this.
and I thought I heard a glitch which made the person running the box drop it, and then Gamblers picked it up, dematted, and plugged it, which was huge. Because now they got the plug money, and they're gonna get the defender bonus. So like if they die or something, they get coin faster. Like that is a massive play out of them. Absolutely, like 8 million IQ.
As Team Extremes are coming in, are looking for these kills and are looking to take out these opponents, but they're not going to be alone. As Always Hungry, they're still somewhere around the
Dude,
corner.
who is that? Devil's Work is like beyond a bullet. Look at that. Bro's health bar is like gone.
Gamblers being harried left, right, and center, being chased up the
Hey,
stairs.
Jordan literally
down
slide
from
canceling.
the
Yep,
roof.
there goes
Everywhere they
Kureki.
go, the shots
Devil's
keep
Work is like
going.
half.
They keep hitting
Uh-oh.
from the back. The dome shield goes down, but the dome shield's not going to do much good.
Uh-oh.
When they're right there with you. He survived for a long time, and there's
Wait, Always Hungry's in here
They've
for the third
rounded
party.
Corner. They're third partying this fight. They're blowing
Nice.
up Extreme. They've blown up the Gamblers, and they get a
Damn,
very
Always Hungry with
easy
like the
steal.
perfect
patience
third
from
party there.
Always Hungry, paying off in dividends.
You could say the 200 books, they're reading books right now.
Oh, they're very
Chilling.
smart. They're very, very smart. That's at least 100 of those books they've read.
I mean, while the action is happening on one of the side of the map, they just secured themselves the box 4, got them transported to the other side, and was like, right, we're just gonna stay here, wait, maybe read a few novels and read what's on the news. And the news are that Always Hungry got themselves the cash out box. Now, as we see, Gamblers are coming back in, trying to get themselves their box back and get themselves a few more of these points.
Okay.
They try to run away.
Nice shots at Kureki. He
All
just
their
gets
guns
cleaned up from
reset.
behind,
The
apparently.
team, the trades are already happening.
Or got meleeed in the back.
Now Always Hungry, they are in a little bit of a display here. Not quite playing ass together as we want them to, losing a lot of HP. The hooks are being missed.
Oh
the
my
hooks are
goodness.
being
Peregrine gets
shot
cleaned
down,
up.
and the trades are here. Light against the medium. Who will it be? As we not get our teammate up, but he knows it around the corner. The question is, can he be able to get it? Look at it, so close. He got the defib.
Oh my
gets
God.
Oh, nice cleanup out of Fallen.
Just a second
Damn.
delayed because the cash out has been secured.
If he just rounded the corner of that barricade, it would have been totally fine. It didn't end up winning the fight, but Jurgen blocking that winch with the barricade was a very nice heads-up play from him. I really enjoyed watching that. And yeah, 200 books, also securing yet another cash out. How many more books can they buy with that money they just secured? And again, look at how close these scores are as we move.
This is
into
literally
our
anybody's
cash
game right here.
outs.
These two
200
cash outs
books
is
with a very slight
anybody's.
edge, but everyone has had their moment in this match so far. Everyone has had a chance to get a cash out. But 200 books coming out really, really strong already. They were in a dominant position last
These
match.
caches are worth what, 80 points basically right now?
Gamblers probably kicking themselves.
90
off
points.
that
Fourth
ball
place you get
last
10. On
match.
first place you get 100.
Quick
So
been jumped on by Team Extreme.
cash out's worth 90
Right,
points.
kill on to execute the
You
return
get one of
coming in from
these
Drax.
and
That's a
make sure that
very,
one of the
very
top
quick return kill from
two
Strike.
above you.
Again, picking up 2. He always
Don't.
seems to get these in 2s. Always taking out that medium and that heavy together. He's been a demon with that aim so far, and Jordan has to wait for his team to coin in. And on the other side of the map, the vault is open, but it hasn't been plugged. They got 50 seconds to make it to that cash out, or it's now going to despawn because of those new changes that have been made. Yoip goes down. but the Gamblers have been fully wiped. Bronx again with that double barrel. Now 45 seconds. That's surely enough time for them to make it to B, but they're going to have to cross a big part of the map to do so. And is anybody lying in wait for them?
Good chance because the light is going to be very quick onto this. Here again, they do not want to double this. I mean, it would be good for the side of 200 books, but other than that, not really either team would benefit from it. So if they're able to just get this safe and dust it into the cash out box, then maybe split the attention of the teams onto 2 cash out box, and that is going to be the case. Now we have the side of Always Hungry and 200 books being into their possession, but there's one thing that I just want to highlight. I mean, look at the difference when it comes to the cash out boxes. One's 2 third down, the other one just...
Wait, is a Twitch charm. What is that?
So much third party and fourth party
I want that.
there. And that's going to be really dangerous for the side of Always Hungry.
Revolver from Executor trying to do a lot of damage. They're chasing 200 books around. They've been so good at their positioning and their patience, but this time they get caught. Manda winches him in, but he's going to get dropped by a shot to the dome with that revolver. But here come Always Hungry to third party once again. Steel on the other side. They've lost their cash out on the backside, but they're here. They already wiped 3. They've wiped the entirety of Team Extreme from the help of 2. As 200 books also go down, Bronx finishes that up with the double barrel.
It's a season 2 one?
And with
Damn.
20 seconds left on the clock, we can comfortably say that Always Hungry are going to claim first place.
That's cool.
While Gamblers are following up in a close second as we finish up our
It's cool looking. I wish I had that one.
Very close few seconds, but the one thing that just happened...
It's like the NVIDIA one, too. Like, I don't know how people got that.
Always Hungry wasn't in possession of the cash out box B, but it got taken
Oh, nice
away
clean up on Devils.
from the Gamblers, and they...
All right, Always Hungry booking the win there.
Other cash out box, because
Wow.
they had a few seconds to third party that team to potentially get themselves back on the leaderboard. So they've lost control. We're in a little bit of a tough spot, but still managed to get themselves.
This has been a very close series so far.
Out of time, so even there, maybe a little bit too tough for my liking. It was a very, very close game, but which team, when it comes to this game, stood out to you, considering we've just seen 200 books being the first place last game and now being the third? What team actually made sure that they're here not on the first place?
Yeah, I think for me, the team that was most interesting was probably Team Extreme. They came in last place, and I can't help but look at Executor getting 1 kill. 8 assists for sure. He did have 8 assists. He did have 4,000 combat damage. But I just felt like the revolver wasn't really hitting the way he needed it to. You got to hit those headshots. You have to put in the damage. And every time that they're moving in, they're always, again, I feel like every time they went into a fight, especially against 200 books, they were dying in very quick succession to each other. The fights when they got in, I don't know if that's them playing too close to each other, stacking up for damage, or maybe that's them trying to go in and help each other when one member is too low. But I felt like they were always just a little bit too disconnected and running something off meta, which I love off meta, but he's run that multiple matches now, and I just don't feel like it has been working for them.
It's definitely a gun that makes a lot of damage at once, but especially when you have like lights or heavies with their bubble, lights with their dashes, this can be really difficult, especially when you have a revolver. It's a one shot, you do a lot of damage, but then it's not a consistent high spray, if you get what I mean. So it's like it's a little bit difficult, because if he just dashes when you shoot, you need a few seconds before, like a few milliseconds before you can shoot again, while the light, he can just shoot you down immediately without needing to quite worry about the time where he can shoot again. So like playing the revolver off meta, I'm all for it. Like, as you said, I'm like completely here with you. But there's a reason why certain guns are in the meta. I mean, now also looking forward to maybe the coming few maps. If the corners get a little bit more close, are we going to see riot shields again? Because we saw how effective they can be, especially with the buffs that their range has been increased and their attack speed has been increased by 10%. Are we going to see that more? Because currently I would classify maybe the shield, the riot shield, as a meta depending on the map. So maybe change out the revolver to riot shield could be coming in clutch. But just saying, I'm just putting out suggestions here to the teams.
I mean, I think you got to try something a little bit different, right? Like Team Extreme, we called them out right at the beginning as one of the teams that had to put up a good performance, right? Like they're lowest on the scores at this point. They're pretty far down, and if they were able to make things work, which they had previously, their previous play days were actually quite good, especially bringing in Sam Kolbox, who is not playing today, and maybe that's part of the thing is this team has been kind of, it's been it's been fluctuating in terms of its players. They haven't been really consistent. They do have a lot of subs, but they've had to rely a lot on their subs, and some members of the team haven't been able to play every single play day. So that's probably also hurting them a little bit, just the inconsistency of their team. And 2 matches in, they haven't had a good performance. They're running out of time to...
Oh, wow. They're just already in. All right, here we go.
Things, as we are already in our match on Sis Horizon.
So match number 3. It's a little bit tough here again. There's a lot of things you can change. Do you want to change anything? I mean, the revolver here again
Jordan
does a lot
cleaned
of
up.
damage and not necessarily
Executor staying on the revolver, interestingly.
Here again, you could be coming in close, maybe with the right.
I agree with what Dianic is saying. I don't know if, Chad, if you guys were really listening, but basically they were saying, like, revolver, you don't necessarily need to get kills with it. You just need to get, like, 1 or 2 shots and then let your team clean up the damage, which I think we saw a lot of with Executor last map. Like, he was 1 in, like, something, but he had 8 assists. And it's like, yeah, I mean, 1 or 2 shots of that thing, and then you're letting your team clean it is pretty crazy.
These team fights onto your side, and that's always something difficult to judge when you're in the play.
If you gift Cody some, will you force him to wear them? I think he has them on his character, does he not?
On these plugs across map. So there's not going to be a stagger in terms of this cash out yet.
I'm pretty sure he already has between the Twitch drops and something else. I think he already has a set of them.
The first time they took this fight against 200 books, but they're looking to run it back and make it happen. Dropped by 200 books. It's such a hard point to defend this one if you don't have control of that little flat top there.
But he might be wearing gloves.
So
I have to look at his character model.
Move to the side. Make sure they have a better position. Here comes the
Do the control X finish nails IRL.
But always hungry. They're already on the point. They're already going for the steal. 200 books. A little late to the party. They do some damage. Jurgen does jump off. Doesn't hold on to it. Nice play. He gets away. They go through the gateway. Has his dome shield at the ready, but his dome shield drops through the gateway. He's dome shieldless now. He's out of the way, but he does come back. Manda going down. Always hungry with the revive onto Bronx. 2 versus 2. Striking Krieger Blue. Looking to take out the rest of them. I do get the defib. It's back up to all 3. Finishing off Yoip. He's so close. It's only 1 health left. He goes down. Always hungry. Nearly pulling a fast one over 200 books, but
put him on Cody.
The playbook.
Oh, he would totally do it.
We're able to pull this out.
Cody used to have painted nails. I think he would still do it. You'll have to ask him, though. He should be back for some of the NA stream. I don't think he'll be... He might not be here for the beginning of it, but he'll be here at some point. I know it's, like, late for you, but still.
But look at it. Gamblers, all 3 of their players up. You're not having an idea what this player could be up above, giving the team an opportunity to move back in.
Oh, nice shots. This is a great angle, and then you give it up. This is my biggest complaint about pros in this game. I have said this since season 0 of PHL, is the hold positioning like that. I mean, I guess Team Extreme doesn't control cash outs, so this makes a little more sense. But, like, being up there on Goo, having that kind of positioning, and it's like, all right, like...
Now he has to run for this.
No, I'm not going to steal it.
That high ground control does doing some damage to the Gamblers, but it's not enough. The C4, he drops the dome onto the point, got rid of the utility, but he's just going to get melted by the combined wind of the Gamblers as they drop on top of him. Jordan, the last member of Team Extreme, is going to get wiped in just a matter of moments as well. He's surviving on a sliver of HP, finally goes down. Curtains for him. Gamblers revive. They're in solid control of this map right now. Always Hungry also getting wiped on the other side of the map. Both these teams, Always Hungry and Team Extreme, struggling a little bit in this Sis Horizon map.
Can also turn around. I mean, at the end of the day, it was just...
He said he needs to be skinny? Skinny in what sense? To run nails? IRL? I don't know.
We wanted him to see, to communicate a little bit better.
I need to actually put some on. I have this this like clear nail polish because I've been trying to stop biting my nails. That's been a bad habit of mine since I was a kid. I need to put it back on because I've recently bit them again. So bad. My problem is, like, I grow them out, then I've never been used to having longer nails, and it freaks me out, and I guess anxiety hits, and I wind up biting them off again. It's so bad. I'm like almost 30 years old.
Looking to drop in on Team Extreme. The Shack 50 doing work.
What can you do?
He's taken out Yoip. A bit of trade here and there. Jordan taking out Jurgen. The revive is there. All 3 members back up for Always Hungry as they look for these picks.
Paint them? I don't want to paint them until they're longer. If I were to paint them, I would want to have like actual cuticles first.
Gets out of dodge,
which I don't have currently. They're correct right now.
Him off, but
I'd want them to be like actual nails, not stubs.
But 200 books are here this time. One by one, the teams are filing in. Krieger holding the steal. The winch is there. They dropped it in time. 200 books can't get the steal. They go to the floor, but the gas keeps them off the point. continuing to
No,
delay.
not long
All
ones,
of Team
just like
Extreme are back
actual
up, running for
nails.
this
Never
point
understood
after
the
20
nail
is
biting
always
tick.
hungry,
It's just a
wanting
tick.
to spoil this. The
It's
Googler's
just
down.
an
Nice placement
anxiety
with the Googler.
thing.
He
I
might
don't
be able to
know.
hold on to
I've
this.
always
He
been.
does.
I mean, I'm
200 books successfully
I was
getting the
diagnosed
steal, but they're
ADD
nearly gonna pay
growing
for it.
up as a
Jurgen is
kid,
very, very
and,
low. Has survived though. DMAT's the
I mean,
wall.
I think I
They
just
now have
have
escape route. They're gonna get
ticks
a revive onto Krieger so they
that
can
have existed,
reconvene
but
and
this
make sure they
stuff
hold
makes
on
your
to this.
nails
They're
like
always hungry.
extremely,
Still
extremely
nipping
gross
around
and
at the
bitter
corners.
tasting.
The double barrel is there.
It
One shot
sucks.
doesn't
It
get
sucks
the
though
second. He
too if
went
you
through
eat
the
like
gateway just in
snacks or
time,
stuff,
but he
because
drops on.
it feels like
Looking
it
for
wears
the
off on
finish.
your
He
food,
does
and
take
then
it
that
on
tastes
demand,
terrible.
The heavy down
Yeah.
for 200 books. The second soon to fall afterwards strike around the periphery
Life
just has to delay
messes
for a
up your
matter of
teeth,
seconds
too.
as Bronx on the backside. But Gamblers are here again. Another third party. Every team has been here at least once, but 200 books still in control of this for the matter of time. Only Bronx left for Always Hungry.
No, I don't want
Dodging out of the
long
way.
nails though. I just
The
want like
Gamblers
normal.
look to
I mean,
get a
like
steal on the
they're-
point right now. They're
see 'em
holding
now.
on to it.
You see how they are now? They're like stubby.
They're
This is what I
melting up,
meant.
but the steal
Get 'em
actually
longer.
went through. The Gamblers get
My-
this.
my other
Krieger
hand's
getting
not
healed
too
up by
bad.
his light, but on the backside, Devil's Work is here. He's going to take it. The Gamblers successfully holding D. Every team
I don't have a
showing
lip biting
up, but it's
tick
the
because if I
Gamblers who
pull off any
successfully
skin off
hold
my
on to
lip,
at
it
the end
hurts
of
like
the
a
day.
mother.
Not only to get the plug money from the other cash out box, but we're managing to just walk away from their own point.
All right, Gamblers had a good cash even though they wiped. That's pretty good for them. 200 bucks. 200 bucks have looked really good this series, I feel like.
Even more points. The delay on the other cash out box is so insane, allowing the whole map, every single team now to go for C and make a huge tunnel vision towards that. We're not even double it in the last few seconds to secure themselves so much points. Maybe that's something they need to be looking for, especially for the side of 200 books. They could double this in the last second if they get the chance to still cash out C. So there's a lot of opportunities that are open now with this huge delay that has happened within the game. Right now, it is Team Extreme who has the cash out box, and they need to make sure that it keeps
Most people's
others their
thumbs look like
control.
Amogus. Mine
Always
definitely do.
hungry.
I got
They're
some
hungry for these
chubby
kills, they're hungry
thumbs.
for these points as they're coming in trying to steal it. Will be
Yeah.
not quite able to deny it as they get the steal, but look at the other teams coming in.
Oh, it's them
to
again.
Just make sure they fall.
Gamblers holding in the gas, trying to prevent them off the steal, but a third party again from the Gamblers. They can't keep getting away with this.
No.
Correct. He's not going to get away with it this time. He goes down to the headshots from the
Strike has
93R.
great positioning
Krieger
here for
dropping
cleaning
on
up. I
top
mean, they're
of
not
him,
going to get any
combined
value out of
with
this
the
box,
cover
though.
from
They do
Strike
get
on
the
high
kill.
ground. Always Hungry being punished.
They're not
for
on their
this last
cash. Their
one.
cash is all the way over there.
Will be punished, but let's be honest, they got quite successful when it came to the other cash out box. I mean, they got the plug and then they got the steal. We're nearly able to steal out the second one as well. I mean, the only one that is now under control is 200 books. But they are just waiting.
Makes me upset that your character is female, so I can't gender swap it. I mean, you could gender swap it to male.
Also, always hungry on the other.
But yeah, I've always ran female character models in most games
I mean, it's going to be tough,
over the last couple of years. For one, I've always, if you don't know anything about the game, then, you know, sometimes I like to assume that they might have a smaller hitbox. The other part, though, is I think, like, I'd rather hear, like, because, like, the finals, obviously, your character makes a lot of comms. When you ping, like, I ping things all the time. Even though I'm in voice comms, I ping things like crazy.
Fights happening right now.
And
Desperately
I'd rather heal. I can hear the female comms over my teammates talking
It's
more
been stolen
often.
away from them by Devil's Work. The DMAT from
so that's
his
one of the
medium.
reasons.
Very nice teamwork from the Gamblers again. They're everywhere.
I also
on the
feel
map.
like it's
Feels
easier for me to
there's
make an
nowhere you can get
outfit,
away from this
surprisingly.
team. They have a chance for
I don't know
first
why.
place
Maybe I'm
now.
better at
Looks
styling
like nobody's gonna
female
contest two
body
of the
types than I
first
am
teams on the
male.
map. Everyone is just completely avoiding them. Trades left, right, and center, but Bronx with the wipe onto him takes out one. Folan, the only left remaining member of Gamblers, drops to the ground, and he's going to get
just got
melted
super
as
tight.
well.
Ow.
It looked like it was going so well for them, and then Bronx with that double barrel just shows up and smacks them down.
You can see there's not too much time to regroup nor to rethink as Team Extreme are close and ready to take on these fights. As the first few shots are being made. A little bit of damage.
Women have like 10
taken,
times
but
more
always
choices.
hungry.
I'm
But on the other
saying.
side, we can see 200 books already moving
Shopping
up.
for men's
Coming
clothing and
close
stuff
here.
is so
It's also
difficult, I
creating
feel
a
like,
little bit of more
in general.
chaos. Team Extreme are trying to go for
Same
this
with like hair product, all that
steal, but
stuff.
it's not going to happen as it's being
It's a struggle.
dropped and everything. They're having such a hard
Men are
time
basically
now.
forced into online shopping, I feel like. At least in the US.
Last second, look at it. 200 books are doing everything together with Gamblers to just make sure this team does not get this cash out. It's now they stole it, but the other two teams, they're waiting for the fights.
200 books. They're in first place no matter what. This is all just for the ego, but Extreme need this to not be in fourth. Once again, 200 books getting so many points in this match. They are so far ahead of the rest of the competition with the time ticking away. It's all about the kills right now. Nobody's going to be getting any more kills. But Ellsworth's work goes down the second as well. Extreme picking off a lot in
200
the
bucks
back,
needed that first place.
Finally getting that cash, but they're really just securing another third place for themselves. They're fighting over table scraps, it feels like, because 200 books and gamblers were dominating on Horizon this time.
They were, and I think also when they came out to the smart place, I think this big issue was there. Gamblers, they had a good chance and they came in nearly getting themselves onto the first place. But there's one thing that really stood out to me, and it was just Team Extreme. Even though they know it's a little bit of a difficult position, they need to get as many points as possible.
Cringy, I don't know for open qual, but I definitely think so for closed. I don't know what open qual is going to look like for like broadcasting and things. I mean, we're obviously waiting to hear that information so we can decide if we can even watch party, but we're going to watch party obviously closed. Speaking of which, we actually have a lot going on with the channel when it comes to watch parties. I'm gonna turn this down just for a second because I need to focus. Okay. We've got a lot going on with the watch party right now, right? So we've been doing Pro Hubs because they've had play days 2 days a week. But coming up is the Italco Cup, which is a weekend. I'll get you the date. Hold on. It's in August. It's August 9th and 10th. I believe they're going to be, it's Italco's LAN event. You can check them out on Twitter. We will be trying to watch party that. It depends on the hours, but I think we're going to watch party it. I will at least try to. And then with that, we still have Pro Hubs playoffs. We have the Pro Hubs Championship Series. We then have, if Season 2 of Pro Hubs doesn't happen before major stuff starts happening, then we will do the major. For if there's open qual streams, we'll do those. We'll do closed qual streams. And then, of course, the major as well. Well, maybe the major. I guess... Actually, I don't know about the major because we're going to the major. We've already booked our hotel, so I don't even know what I'm saying. But we are doing at least the quals. I don't know, though, if there's a stream for the open quals. We're just going to have to wait and see. That's going on. The only other channel news I wanted to share is if you guys enjoy our podcast, Around the Arena, and you don't know yet, Around the Arena is live on Spotify. We uploaded a new episode earlier this week talking about is the finals ready for esports and things like that. Episode is live here on YouTube and also on Spotify, so check us out. Just search for Around the Arena over there and you should find us. So
I really need to see them probably play for... You need to make the big plays now, because we talked about like the consistency that we wanted to see from these teams in the top, and finally gets the throw there. But you need consistency. Some of these teams wanting consistency. You need to just make sure you can keep your points. These guys are do or die situations. If they don't win these matches, I need to see them going for first place every time they can. If it's a choice between second and first, you have to be going for first. Otherwise, you have a chance of being in the lower bracket. You can't just play for the stats right now. You have to play for everything.
Exactly, you have to play for that capital, you have to play for the positions. That's, I think, a very big thing, and go for that risky plays, go for those plays. As big as they are, sometimes it is worth taking the risk. Now we have the first wipe, always Hunger been taken out, same as 200 books. I think the two teams that are always nearly on the top have been the first ones to be taken out. That's gonna give Gamblers and Team Extreme a good start on this map, as the cash outs have been secured. And now this... Ooh. Again, open map rotations, very visible, which is going to make rotations for some of these teams a little bit difficult.
Yeah, this is such a hard point to push into, and you're right, these rotations can be exceptionally hard. Last match, when we were on Fortune, it was bad Wi-Fi, as they were just looking to third party, and this time it's Team Extreme holding on. Are they outside the edge of the map? They've dematted themselves off the edge of the map, just hanging in here, waiting for the moment to strike. They've chosen their moment now. They've pushed in.
Okay,
Yoip
they
goes
blow
down.
up Yoip. That's crazy.
Jordan picking off one kill. They're looking for the heavy now. Trapped him in the corner. Jurgen goes down. It's a quick wipe from Always Hungry Extreme. You've activated their trap card and they take him out, but now they don't have the setup. They have to fend off 200 books, and now it's a straight up fight. Dropping on top. They have glitched away. They've finished off one. The heavy is very, very low. He's getting healed up though. He does get taken down, and now it's only... The Revolver finally gets some shots, and Team Extreme fending off 2 in the matter of 30 seconds.
I don't know why that happened. My fault.
A little bit tough here again. The
I looked away for
Revolver
2
maybe doing a
seconds.
lot of damage, but sometimes it's just way too slow of a gun to get a kill in. I mean, 200 Brooks nearly had a great opportunity to actually
Hi,
even
Cody.
still win
Yes,
that
we're
fight, but what can you
inside
do when it's
leak
personal
as to how we
1v2?
run this
Now,
thing.
Always Hungry trying and looking forward to get maybe a cheeky
Yeah, I looked up and I was like, wait, why does it say
steal
Cody? Where am I?
against the
Apparently, I got
Gamblers
tucked
across on
behind the
other
stream.
side very
Played
quickly,
the
which
pro
is a huge
capture, so.
benefit for them, but do they have enough time? That is the real question.
Not a lot of time there. At this point, it's just throw bodies. The gas is there, just breaking up the fight immediately. And with that, the time is gone. Always Hungry. Once again, finding their match in Team Extreme. This is exactly what we wanted to see from Team Extreme. We already talked about this a lot. They just did not feel like they were working together the way they needed to. And now it feels like they finally are. Gamblers also winning their fights, taking the first cash out. We've seen them do this so many times. But Team Extreme coming alive on Fortune Stadium.
This Gamblers and Team Extreme here with the first 2 cash out points coming in. I mean, let's be honest, those are the 2 teams that needed the most. Gamblers currently on place 8, not considering the last few maps that we have played, but still in a little bit of a tough position starting this day. So the more points they get, the better it is that we have the fight between those 2 teams coming in. But so far, just trying to play a bit off, not quite give themselves to the opponents quite early. Everybody's full HP.
Oh, he missed the winch. Damn.
Just playing very far
Close.
backwards. They do not want to be the first team to lose a member here.
And these are top teams. Team 1 and 2 currently in the lobby right now, facing off against each other. There's actually 3 teams, Always Hungry, also showing up to deal a blow to Team Extreme. And with that, Gamblers are going to back away. They don't want to take part in any third-party situations on this vault. They run across. They want to waylay instead. 200 books as 200 books are in possession of vault number 4, plugging it. But here come Always Hungry, or here come the Gamblers, sorry, pushing very, very aggressively, wanting to punish this before the setup is ready. But they're a little bit slow. They're not there yet. They wanted to waylay them. They have found Strike, actually. He's delayed a little bit. He's not quite with his team. He does successfully make it over, and he'll be healing in just a matter of moments. It was not the catch that they really wanted. And now, plenty of time for 200 books to set up. This is going to be a hard nut for Gamblers to crack.
Going to be a difficult one, especially because they have the higher up, but they are in the building. And 200 books, as we know, again, the communication is very on point, especially when it comes to the team fights. They know exactly where they are and how to stay together. No Gamblers, they really need to make sure that they stay
Okay.
They'll isolate these players one by
200
one.
books
Players
decided
can
to take the
isolate
height from
them.
him.
Can they get the kill on the person? He may be finding one, but all of a sudden, look
Okay.
at this. 200 Brooks
Poland's
still
all
makes
that's
sure that the
left.
team trying to stay together as much as possible. We find
And
one
there it
trade
is. That's
immediately there yet
good
again.
defense out of
They
200
find
books there.
themselves the wipe on the opponents as Gamblers have been taken out, and 200 books to stay on strong. On the other side, in the meantime, we had Team Extreme being wiped by Always Hungry.
Strike with 5 kills. Jurgen with 5 kills as well. They might be the bottom 2. But with those current cash outs,
That keeps getting, like,
that doesn't seem like
tight.
it's going to last much longer.
Ugh.
This is a high kill match so far. Already, we've seen some matches where teams maybe get 8 kills. We still have 2 more cash outs left to go after these, and we've already gotten to that number on pretty much every team. Extreme pushing very aggressively into Always Hungry, baiting him out with the steal. Not going to stick onto it. Very smart, gets off there. Dueling right now, heals every which way from both of these teams, but Drax is a little isolated, separated from his team. Executor shows up
Executor's
just
gonna
in
get
time
the
to
res
grab
off.
look for the
Way to
rebound
be
kills
there.
with Difa, but Jordan
Gets Drax back
separated
up.
as well, looking for
Executor
the
got
off
spotted,
angles,
though.
but
He's
he's
down
been
to 2
caught
bars,
by the
basically.
other side. He goes down to Jurgen. Bronx
Good
with
goo. Never
that
mind,
double
gets cleaned
barrel
up by the
takes out
DB.
Executor, and Yoip finishing off Drax as well. A full team wipe. Always Hungry, not missing.
Oh, man.
With that, I mean, look at it. The scoreboard has been equalized a little bit as the cash out will most likely.
Well, now they got Gamblers here
trying
again.
to steal
Gamblers
it.
hitting the third party. I will say they
Always
do
Hungry
this a
still
lot.
member on, looking forward to the knife.
Oh.
They jump in, trying to
And
Oh my
then,
goodness.
wait, 200 books comes and jumps in here. Amanda could die. Amanda dies. Correcty. Oh, almost survives.
And equalized. Well, I was wrong. As Gamblers, they pull off the impossible and get the steal off with Dow. That sets them up for a great start into the last round of the cash out box in this map. Before we're just waiting for the... There we go. Ooh. Already set it up. The gateway.
between this and last match, Gamblers are just thirding, not even thirding, they're just running across and getting last second steals every which way we look, I feel like.
Oh, there we go. Trying to use the goo as a little bit of cover to get away, but unfortunately it's not
I
quite
just see
going to
Pulsar
happen.
fumble.
200 books.
Yeah.
I've now lost 2 members. Still have 2 coins
Very-
potential to use them.
That's
Or go here for a
Really?
full wipe and a full
What's going on
reset. As now the cash
Full
out
promise to
is
reset.
being stolen away by Always Hang. If they want to make sure to stay in
Cow
this
pox
game,
is
that's
broken.
what they need. But they need a little bit more because that only puts them to 28-5. And in case 200 books get a few more kills, they might still be in the 2nd place.
You're right, yeah, the Gamblers just need to be getting some kills here to secure their position. Of course, they'd rather prefer to get a steal, obviously. That's the ideal, if you can take it away from them. But they still have a chance.
I don't
to
know
not
what's
lose
going
too many
on.
points
That's weird.
because of how well they've played so far. That steal coming in huge for them. But Extreme getting back up to the high ground where they can defend this. 200 books, though, on the aggression. They found Executor in the stairway. He's
Amanda's
looking to
up there.
drop
He's
this.
ready to
The
ride
C4,
it.
The RPG, the winch finally pulls him off.
Oh,
And Drax
the late
actually
comes
picking
in
up
too
good
late.
Executor
Strike gets
with
clean
the
up.
revolver. His shots are finally hitting. They
Wow.
finished off all 3. 200 books have it. And Executor, the revolver
Great
paying
defense
off.
out
When
of Team
those
Extreme
headshots
there.
hit, they crush. And Extreme look to be in solid command of this. As over on A, the Gamblers looking to go for the steal. They've dropped it, repositioning. They found Yoiv, always hungry, on the run, drops to the floor, but that pad is no longer usable. Has to use his gateway to get up onto the high ground where his team is still fighting. He can't quite hit the angles. Devil's work. His team got left alone, and with that, they're going to completely wipe. Only a minute left, and he needs them to coin back in. And because of how staggered this is, everyone's now going to be looking towards B.
Now this puts Gamblers in a really tough position because so far they have not been in danger, but with now Always Hungry getting a little bit more money, 11.5k, setting them up on the exact same points. If you get this cash out, that means Gamblers are not secured.
They're gonna be at 29-5. It's gonna be tied.
Just one more kill, a few more kills to be secured in 2nd place, and that's what
They're
needs
tied
to
up
happen. They
currently.
need to focus on the kill game right now. They won't be the first.
Hey, Gamblers
but
get
they
a
will be the
pick.
second as the kills are happening one by one. They secure themselves a few more, standing up strong.
Gamblers
having
need this
more
steal,
against their
though.
opponents, but look
Gonna
how
die to the
close this
gas.
scoreboard is in the last
Amanda's gonna die to
15
gas.
seconds. Soon, everything and most of it will
Yeah,
be decided
Amanda dies to
for the
gas.
second via kills. The first one is there, but
Draki's
who
gonna
will
get the
be
steal here,
second?
maybe. Dome comes in.
Steal. They have time for this if nobody gets them off
Oh.
of it. Gamblers, can they do it
Oh
again?
my
They get it.
god.
How do they keep getting away with this? The last second steal is Extreme. From the jaws of victory, defeat has been snatched. It is just every time. Gamblers just pulling off the impossible with these last second clutches. And Team Extreme have to be kicking themselves there. That was so close. With everybody looking at it, they just had to delay for one more second, and they would have had it. But Gamblers, that
was crazy.
timing on this team, the ability that they have to just show up and get a steal right as they need to, with teams far enough away that they can't deny them from getting that cash out. Incredible work every single time.
And here's the thing, like at the very end, before they getting themselves that steal, they were in the same points as Always Hungry. So they had 31.5, Always had 31.5. So it was really that cash out steal, and the very last kill onto the kill of Always got themselves then ahead of their opponents. So theoretically speaking, they did not even need this cash out box to be in the top 2, but that secured themselves the first place, a lot of points, and this is what they need. Ignoring the whole day what has happened today, we'll see the whole resolution after this last very final map. But Gamblers, they are on the blink of getting on those last 4 spots, and they don't want to be there. They're on 8th place if we don't take the games in that they've played today. So very close to drop down. This game, stealing twice in the last very few seconds. At the end, nearly everything coming down to kills. Here again, the 3rd place was so close, I think on 29k. So close, like a few more kills, and they could have gotten themselves on the 2nd place. So that game was one of the closest ones we had tonight.
Yeah, the fact that everybody, the one cash out obviously securing the winner, but the fact that everybody else within just a few kills is crazy. And I feel like we've seen that every single match Just at some point in the game, whether it's after the first or
That was
second
crazy.
cash outs, every team is within a couple thousand of each other. Like these really is quite likely.
Okay, map totals are here. Let's take a look.
And really
See where
shows
we're
why
at.
these teams have kind of in
So,
this round,
200
why they're all
bucks.
sort of here together.
With the 2 first
Which
place
does
wins
score
are
because
doing pretty
Gamblers
good.
with
They've
that
moved,
first
I
place,
think,
they've now had two
to
second
4th
places,
currently.
and now they have a first
Yeah, they
place.
have.
So we move to our final map.
Oh, wait, well,
they actually are in
hang
a
on.
good position. 200 bucks have had 2 first places.
200 bucks is in
Now
3rd
they,
place,
you know,
but
they failed to get first place on this
Saints 1 and
They had to
Pulsar haven't even
instead
played
settle
yet, so
for
you know
a
they'll drop
loser
back
place.
after that.
So Gamblers might actually
But-
be able to escape the bottom 4.
They're doing a great. They're doing really great so far. And I think the one thing that really stands out to me is those really last few seconds coming in full on engaged, full commitment to their cause is what's got himself in the last round so many cash out boxes. And that is definitely something that they should not be ignoring, especially these opponent teams. Look out, because if Gamblers is in your lobby, your cash out is never secured if there's a few more seconds.
Good
left.
clean
They
up,
can
Demanda.
still win. I think engagement
Nice.
happening yet again. We can see 200 books being annihilated.
Too extreme. It looked great there on that first fight.
Gamble still fighting who's gonna stay on top, and with that we have the second wipe in the lobby.
I would like to see the heavy
Overtime.
keep
So
height
yet
here.
again,
There's no reason to
Gamblers and
drop.
Team Extreme,
but-
like in the last map,
You lagging
being
out?
the 2 teams to
No.
come out on top in the
It's
first
tabbed
2
out,
fights.
that's for sure.
And I'm hoping we see Team Extreme shake off that has to be the worst feeling in the world, just getting that last second steal. They need to shake it off. They need to perform here. Even if they can't make it out of those bottom 4, you just need the momentum moving into the playoffs next week. If you feel like you can end on a high note, you can ride that and feel like more confident moving into the playoffs. We'll see. We'll have to see how the points end up showing as we finish all of our play days. But for now, 200 books looking to take this away from Extreme. They've been firing on all cylinders so far. They've been playing really well.
Singu, he
Now
must
they
have missed
to
it.
perform
Looking
once
for the
again.
bridge or something.
Because at this point,
Getting ready to drop
after
right
that
on
fourth
top of
place
them.
finish they had on
They
the
are
third map,
standing
they
on top of this
let
shack.
their foot off the gas.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
standing
200
in the
books could
attic.
be in trouble.
Huge bounce pad.
Looking for the steal.
Yep,
The winch
good
is
good
there
winch.
from
I think he showed
Drax.
discipline.
Is
No, he did
about
fire
to
the
go ahead and
RPG.
take them out. So much health lost on the side of 200 books. Strike down early. It's one of their main damage dealers.
Okay,
He needs
strike
to be
back up
there,
from Krieger.
But they have surrounded. They do get the revive. Back
Amanda
onto
down.
Amanda goes down. Is 2
Strike
left
is a
for Team
bullet.
Extreme. It's only Drax on the table, getting pressed by the remainders of 200 books.
He's
Strike with
playing
only a
alive
sliver
here.
of
Stay
HP,
alive.
but maybe that's
Oh,
all he
good
needs.
winch.
The winch is in there, but Krieger finishes him off. Team Extreme cannot hold on. It looks so good for a minute, but they got a little
What is the
disconnected. Once
what
again,
is
as
the
you said, they're just
undisputed
not playing
GOAT
tightly enough.
of American Snacks?
We got a little bit of an issue, but it was only the first cash out.
It's tough. What happened? Uh-oh.
We did have a little bit of a crash
Unfortunate.
there. Oh no, unfortunate. We have had a game crash. Bear with us
Rip.
for just a second, everyone. We'll figure out what we're going to go ahead and do real quick. We'll let the teams know. Unfortunately, we cannot pause it, so they will be in the game. We'll see if we can reconnect as the spectator. Our apologies. But yeah, I feel like if anything was emblematic of what we've seen from Team Extreme so far, it has to be that first cash box, right? They get a nice initial pick, and then it feels like they kind of lose. All cohesion goes away. It's like the comms are not there. They don't have somebody saying, all right, stay here, camp the totem, or move here, aggress. One person goes, one person stays, and they get split, and all of a sudden the revive is through, and then they fall apart.
It's a little bit tough because, like, you see them in other rounds play so well, but then when it comes to especially
Unlucky.
team fights where they are the first team to lose a member, kind of the whole setup, the whole together.
Well, it looks like
It's like a
CNS
chain.
unfortunately
Parts
attacked
in the middle.
that map, so
It's
we're
like
not going to be
the
able to watch
chain
it.
is together in every single side, but if one side falls apart, you
Sorry,
see the
I
other
didn't
two
answer your
teams' edges
question.
completely away from each other. And this is something that really
Man,
looking forward to, especially
snacks?
for the playoffs to
Probably.
fix. This is something
I'm
that
a
we've seen
sucker
out
for
also
flavor
other teams
blasted
in the first
goldfish.
group A. There's like here and there some
But like extra
initial
cheddar
goals
ones,
with
those
things
are
what they can
freaking
improve for
peak
Team
for me.
Extreme. It's really play together when it comes to the execution part.
Oh wait, they got back in.
And
Nice.
perfectly, we're back into the game and something. Just a quick little update what's going on. We have another cheeky little team fight happening here, but the cash out boxes have been secured by
W,
Gamblers and
they're back.
200 books.
I was gonna say,
First team fights
if we're
and
talking
Orange
candy,
Mountain coming back into the game.
which I consider different than
Other than that,
snacks, right?
it is looking pretty much as
I would
we
say
expected.
I
Nothing too
really,
surprising.
really
Boxes have been
like
secured, and
pretzel
now we're moving
M&Ms.
to the next
They're
cash out
slept on.
boxes.
Everybody says peanut is the best or the standard ones, but I think the pretzel are freaking peak. The only thing is they don't give you as many in a bag, which is an L.
Winning that
But
last match had to have
the
been
like
such a
salty
burst.
pretzel
you know,
inside a
confidence
piece of
as
chocolate.
well.
Fire.
Being surrounded
Absolute
right now,
peak.
200 books do get the plug, but they're moving around Gamblers right now. They're kind of very split apart.
You know, Eminem mid,
In the archway
they're
underneath
good,
the
but I
tunnel,
mean, I'm telling you, the
chasing
pretzel ones are
after
like, they have a different type of crunch to them. They're a little bit salty on the
like-
inside, but not
Oh, I
too
know it's
salty.
happening
And then you
here.
got the
Okay, yeah, so when
sweet.
you
It's
have
like
Drax, what's
really,
happened
really
is
good.
as
It's almost
we
like trail
reconnected,
mix in a way,
all
but
of
like
these
just
people
in
have
one piece
the
of candy,
streamer
which is
mode on,
fire.
so you're not going to see their real names,
So,
unfortunately. So
yeah.
that is something that you're going to have to be aware of. But unfortunately, so bear with us for now. But Gamblers are taking part in this fight. They're chasing after 200 books. The heavy of Gamblers is on a sliver of HP, but he's still alive. He's going to be regenning in just a moment. They have found Crazy Host. He goes down full and looking for the second. They've picked off 2. It's only the heavy remaining. He is regenning, and his teammate's going to be up in 10 seconds. But they have found him. They've kept the hiding place, opened the attic, and he's now exposed, moving around the fights. But the third party is here from Always Hungry. No rest for the Gamblers at this point. They have to back away. The contest
Mountain Dew
is
does
desperately
not have
following
the same
rest of his
taste
team,
of
but he gets
Sprite.
taken out
Not in the
from the
US, at
backside.
least.
From
I wouldn't be
Boston,
surprised in
Gamblers
other
still
countries if
holding
it
on to the
did.
point, Always Hungry, looking
But
to get this
in the
steal
US, absolutely
against all
not.
hope. But
That-
200
that's
books is
crazy
here
work.
As well. Everybody and their mother is on this side of the map. They're going to go and look for the steal. Always Hungry, still dueling on the backside. Devil's Work changing.
It does
picking
not.
It up with the side of Always
I can
Hungry.
tell you.
Yoip looking to get those kills. As 200 books get a very easy
What does it taste like?
steal,
It tastes like
and they
Mountain
look
Dew.
to be
It's
able
its
to
own
hold
unique
on to
flavor.
this. Still 3 teams on this side.
That's
of the
why
map.
there's knockoffs of Mountain Dew. You have Mountain Dew, you got Mellow Yellow, you got other ones I don't even remember the name of. But it's its own thing.
Trying to get themselves onto the spots. While so far, maybe under the possession of 200 books, the time is closing in for anybody to steal this, and from the looks of it, Gamblers
Give me some NA.
from this, as Always Hungry wants to initiate 200 books.
You ever come to NA, I got you.
To jump it to get a little bit of distance in between, as the steal
Oh,
is
no
trying to
way.
happen, not gonna be able to. But look at this, last few seconds coming in. They got themselves to steal and got themselves on in the first place.
I can't mail you a can. It would, I think, explode in transit on the flight, wouldn't it?
Be stolen last few seconds. They may be trying to get a few kills in, but it will not.
Yeah,
be
Baja
stolen
Blast
away
also
from them,
hits.
and now we have the
But I will say I've
even
only had
more.
a Baja Blast
Well,
at Taco Bell, which is where like it started. I've never had it outside of Taco Bell, and I probably never will. I feel like it doesn't hit the same.
Second spot to come into the top 2. So it is still a tough game, and I think
Like a
lots of
Baja
pressure
Blast
will
when I'm
be
eating a
speed
beefy 5-melt
built.
burrito.
Then
Oof.
Always Hungry gonna have a great chance for
Or a beefy melt burrito. My bad.
Again, looking at Team History and Gamblers,
That
they
hits
tonight,
different.
they
I'm telling you.
have
Always Hungry, like you said. That's really their only hope at this point. But with Monaco being the huge map that it is, and these vault spawns have to be very happy.
So
with the other team.
basically, the
Very low
major
chances
goes
to
really
double
well in
this one, but Always
Sweden.
Hungry,
It goes
eating
so
this
well.
across the map.
And
They're just gonna go
then
ahead and grab it and
the final
toss it.
Central
Focus
sponsors
skill,
one of them
getting that
into
double
the
barrel
US,
shot.
and then we do
rest
the
of team,
Doug Doug
Blue
challenge
Dawn
with
on
our
his
viewer
way.
spots.
He doesn't want this to double. He's trying to get this to be. And it looks like
Baja
it might actually
Blast
get in. He does get the
gelato?
plug
I don't know if
just
that would
in
be
time,
good,
So this will
to be honest. I've never
a
tried it.
split right now. Always Hungry.
Also
still
never
have
heard
a
of that until right
chance
now.
to take that away.
But when it comes to
It's gonna be
gelato
a
and ice
battle
cream,
if
I'm
they
a
want a
big
chance
like I like to have the
anything
mixed ends. You know, I like cookie dough or brownie batter, things that like actually have like stuff in them. Jenny's has a flavor, the gooey butter cake. That's gas. For the same reason, because there's butter cake actually in the ice cream. That shit is fire.
Bucks to get the plug, but now Always Hungry are getting this as Team Extreme desperately need to get this.
200
steal
bucks need to
on
hold
side
this
of the map.
lead.
This is what determines
Yeah.
first place right now. But Always Hungry are looking to just third party this. They want part of this fight. Extreme
Always Hungry is
with
always
Gamblers
third party.
continue to do on the backside as 3 teams. Descend
This
on
is not enough for Always Hungry though. They will be at 25. They're actually in third, even if they cash this.
Need to make sure it stays under their
So-
control. A lot of teams, a lot of chaos. They're so far away from each other. But there's one thing that is really standing out to me.
Yeah, there's a team named Always Hungry, and their team logo is like Peter Griffin with a mustache and a top hat. I'll show it in a second.
They have the other cash out box, but they know if they want to be the first, they need to get the second. But meanwhile, their point is being.
Least favorite part of cash out is having to do math on the fly. I know.
Maybe taking on.
You know what's crazy?
Gamblers.
Because you know how we talk about gambling, it seems like every freaking stream. But do you know how hard it is to be like a dealer for like craps or something? Doing that math just seems freaking miserable. I don't know how they do it.
clutch, denying the steal. We go yet again. Can they deny it?
Okay, good steal.
Making sure that Gamblers
Always Hungry getting a good steal there.
As we try to bring it back on our control from the side of 200 books.
Yeah, see, Always Hungry winds up in third no matter what here. They do not make it out of this. Actually,
oh my goodness.
okay, now they do. Nope. No, they don't. They still wind up at third. Wait, they still wind up at fourth.
They were fighting for nothing as Extreme on the other side of the map.
Always Hungry need a kill. Need 2 kills right here.
And I think that actually puts them in
and they might not get it.
No, that just
they're not going to get it.
Into first now. They're going to be able to snatch that away from the side of 100 books. A crazy match all over the place. It seemed like Gamblers were in an incredibly dominant position, but at the end of the day, Team Extreme playing really, really.
I was low-key hoping they could pull it out, get like 2 more kills and pass Gamblers.
I mean, Team Extreme, they did something really important. They saw that Always Hungry were playing on the spot A as well.
That's
they had
Group
a few players,
B.
maybe damaged a few of them, and made a very important call there in the last few seconds.
Chat, what if between matches or between groups, you know, when they go to break and we usually play like Wordle and stuff, what if we hosted with chat like a Tetris match? I forget the name of the website for it, but there's a way to do it via browser.
And then Team
Thoughts?
Extreme picked up on that, walked over, got themselves the point, and only on the last few very seconds Always Hungry was able to come in and steal that point. So very, very close. A lot of risks taken for actually the same amount of points they could have gotten in a safer way on the other side. So there was a lot of risk taken, but this is something
was
what
a
we want to see
Tetrio,
from
right?
teams,
Isn't that the one?
especially here. They had to go for that big risk. They had to go for a lot of these points. They wanted to take the risk, weren't able to, but Team Extreme played it smart and realized what was going on.
Yeah, they had to make that choice, and you're right. Just knowing that that's what's going on. So often I feel like we've seen these teams playing really, really slow because they feel like, oh, well, we can't find them, so where are they? But this time they were aware. They realized that Always Hungry had completely left, snapped up the steal, give themselves a nice first place. And I agree. I'm actually really happy with what Always Hungry did. I think that was a great call. Did they get 4th place? Yes, they did, but they were going to get 4th place anyways. And if you somehow managed to steal both cash outs on opposite sides of the map, how cool would that be and how much of a comeback? That would just be insane if you managed to do so. So I love the play. Did it work out? No, but that's exactly what we wanted to see.
There's games for chat versus streamer, but don't know the names. Yeah, I know. I might do some research before I know.
We have our scores in just a matter of moments. Our team behind are going to be entering everything. And if you want to follow through, click through the website yourself and compare all of these teams, type an ! bracket. You can view our website live yourself. We're updating this. We have a fantastic view. Our production squad is absolutely incredible, and they've put together an amazing thing that you can follow along. But we do have that coming up in just a matter of moments. But which team definitely surprised you the most out of this group so far, Danik?
Ooh. I mean, you can always go for the classic Team Extreme now that they've had a great game and they've gotten themselves a lot on, like, so should I say difficult tasks. But I think the one team that really stood out to me today was Always Hungry, just for the place that we're going. They were going a little bit more risky, and this is something that I want to see from teams. Go for the risky part, do something crazy, right?
All right.
And
200 books, take the day out of that group.
That's a good team.
And they've got a new
my number
highest
one,
points for the
list, right?
for the
I
day.
would say at the bottom is 200 books, very expected from them to perform really well. Then there's Team Extreme, then there's Always, and the first one is Gamblers. I mean, what have the boys done today? Let's be honest, they have been on fire.
All right, hit the gym after this game.
The steals were absolutely insane. Of course, we
One
need
more
to
group,
refresh that
and then
real
I gotta
quick.
go
This
lock
does
in at the
include
gym,
their
and then I'm
last,
back
match.
for NA.
We can get a refresh and
And
a
I gotta cook
highlight.
dinner, and I
so we
really
can
don't
see
wanna.
But you gotta have, so it looks like we have Always Hungry coming in a little bit lower, 334 points for them, just above Team Extreme, which did come in last place. Despite that great first place performance, you can see they pretty much had only 3rd and 4th. But 200 books, the big winners of today, followed closely by Gamblers. Gamblers sitting right near at that top. 400 points by 200 books means that they are almost certainly going to be safe and will not be in that bottom 4, which is exactly what these teams are looking to avoid. You don't want to be stuck in that position. Of course, one more group left. So we have just a little bit more to do and just a few more games that we will have. So make sure that you do not go anywhere. We have lots more cash out for you. The last few teams, some of the best teams that we have waiting for you at this point, Saints 1 and Pulsar, fan favorites, are going to be playing in just a moment. So don't go anywhere. But we do want to give a shout out before we leave to Crash, again, our PR chief officer, the VIA commander-in-chief, absolutely supporting the scene and doing incredible work. Thank you so much, Broxton.
Watch party stream and suddenly I got 90 chores to do. I feel up.
Make sure that you do get your VIA chip upgraded. And with that, we are going to head to a break right now, guys. So again, don't go anywhere. We're back in just a couple minutes with more of the ProHubs League.
It's called Tetrio, right?
6.
This up? Wait. All right. Oh, this is so loud. Oh my god. All right. I don't want to learn this. I don't want to learn this. Never mind. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Can I show a somewhat cursed heavy outfit? Yeah, DM it. Let me see it. I'm like showing so much restraint for not playing Wordle, but I want to wait for Cody. Hopefully this evening. I want to play so bad. Yep, we're watching this group coming up. Pulsar, Saints 1. Those are the two teams to watch. And then we have Makeshift and Vatican. Makeshift and Vatican are still battling to get out of the bottom 4. I think the bottom 4 wind up in the lower bracket, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously you want to be in the upper bracket so that you don't get eliminated if you lose your first series, but we'll see. Rigged as hell, Makeshift is so down. I mean, they have definitely been struggling. Alright, let me see this time. Oh my god. Oh my lord. You get Chuck once NA Playday starts? Yep, same here. It's a dude? I thought it was the female body type at first. I mean, that's low-key the build I'm trying to have. That's what I'm working towards right now. I'm just absolutely maxing my chest. And the fit too? Not so much. Actually, the second one is kind of fire. Who am I hearing? Change up outfits. Dress like this for the major. I'm trying to figure out my outfit currently. Because Cody and I want to cosplay. So I'm kind of torn on what I want to cosplay as. My I don't know if I can show it. It might crash the stream. Here, I'll see if I can launch it. And if the stream starts freaking out, I'll close it. Give me 1 second. Hopefully the stream doesn't start tweaking. It might though. Actually, it probably won't. Surely it'd be fine. Right, surely. Oh. There's an update. Hang on. Hang on. If we drop frames on Steam, I have to, or stream, I have to update. I mean, it shouldn't. I have like 2 gig up, or 2 gig down. Sounds so gas, bro. Oh my god, I'm hitting 1.2 giga down. Let's go. I've never seen a number that high. That's crazy. I already downloaded the patch. It's just updating or patching it now. See that Vada City Lancer? Is that the Vada City Lancer? The hoodie with the jacket. It's pretty fire. I could do that. Hang on. I don't have my game updated. I'm trying to pull it up so I can show you what I'm currently running. Get a drip check live on stream. Almost there. Fries are fire. What in the world? We just had this place open under my building. So we used to have a coffee shop under our building when I first moved to this apartment. And then they like randomly went out of business and closed every single one of them, which there was like quite a few. And here we go. Anyways, so they've now opened this new place under called Wonder, which is like a ghost kitchen. It's got like 6 or 7 restaurants, but they're like trained with chefs, each of them. But they're not like actual like they don't have seating like a restaurant would. It's hard to explain. But anyways, it just opened like yesterday officially. And so I got their wing place today for lunch. It is fire. There's going to be a problem because it is, when I say under my building, I mean like literally I step out the front door and take a left and I'm at it. There's a problem. See, that's exactly what I thought, crap. I was like, ghost kitchens are a problem because of Beast Burger. But apparently this is pretty good. It's just like they don't have like, they decided to put like all these kitchens under one roof and then not have like a dining room. So there's a very, very small like eating area. It's meant mostly for delivery and takeout. But apparently the restaurants are like sponsored by like big name chefs. So, I mean, I was skeptical, but the wing place was freaking good and low-key not very expensive for what exists out here. Like I think 12 wings was like with fries and a drink was like $18, which is not bad out here. My game is taking forever to open. Give it a second.
And we are back.
They're back. Wait, hurry up. Come on.
Final cash out.
Pile my shaders.
It has been 6 of these days. It has been a lot of games, even already today. And we finally have our final group for you. A little bit more spread than it was before. I am Walt. I am joined by Dianic again. And as always, we are looking at who has a chance to avoid the bottom 4, because right now, that
Read
is
the fifth real quick.
main discussion. So,
oh,
run us
wrong
down
screen.
The teams, Dianic. Who are we looking at?
I was just
Who
showing
are we
that monitor.
expecting to really dominate, and who absolutely has to make a splash?
So the
I don't know why I showed that monitor.
We're going to be
Give it a
seeing
second.
now in the last 5 maps is going to be
Wait,
Pulsar,
what?
Makeshift, Saint
What scene did that
and
pull up?
Vatican Esports.
What the
So
hell scene is
the
that?
last 2 teams, Makeshift and Vatican Esports, those are the 2 teams who are still placed
Oh.
in the bottom
That was
4
weird.
teams. Vatican Esports currently with 1,002 points.
It takes eons to boot up when you haven't installed the shaders.
139.
All right, here we go.
I mean, if you
Anyways.
just look at overall Makeshift, they need to have a godly run here if they want.
All right, this is the fit I'm rocking currently.
Bottom 4.
Actually, I'll put on the heavy because that's what I've been playing.
Have a little bit of a better chance
Bots?
considering if they just get themselves 28 kills over the last
I forgot I put
over
the
next
years
5
on low
months.
key.
They're
Actually, I
gonna
was
do
running
that. The 4 places,
this.
4
Where's that?
times or 5 times.
This was the
what
fit that I was running.
matches, then they could get themselves out.
Diabolically bad, come on. I also just put on the anime
both these two teams did kind of
outfit. It
agree on the run
was, let's see,
here
let's see,
in
let's see.
this next 5 maps.
What is
They
it?
have
Appearance?
opportunity, they have a lot of points,
Base?
and a lot of chances to get those points, but every single map
That was
needs to
this
sit
one.
and needs to be nearly played perfectly.
This
One
was the
dropping
fit
down to
with
the
with
fourth
that
place,
helmet
making
that
it
I had
to
on
two
just a second
maps,
ago.
dropping down to the fourth place, you're out of the run and you're gonna be placed in the bottom four. So
This
one
one.
thing that screams to me is pressure so much.
Oh, it is a pressure cooker right now
Yeah.
for these
Anyways,
teams,
I liked it
especially
'cause of the
when you're
thunder
going
thighs.
against
It was kinda
one
fire.
of the best EU teams
So.
in the scene. In
Check it
Pulsar
clears.
Esports.
I mean, probably. This is what I'm
Constantly
saying.
on
I don't
top
want to be the judge for
in
an
the
outfit
top two,
because
both
I
in
can't really
EU regional
say that
playoffs
I
and,
have good
the
style.
just overall scoring for the
But I do think the
championships,
thighs running at
just
you
for
is
the EU side
scary.
of things. But yeah, one of our
All
top
right,
EU
jumping in the
teams
map.
here on
Here we
the
go.
side of Pulsar.
Pulsar,
They've
Saints
been
one
struggling a
to
little
two
bit.
teams
Haven't
that
been
we
as well as
expect
we normally
to
want them
run
do,
these
but
lobbies. We're
This is
gonna
their
see how it
chance to prove that they are that good as a makeshift. Taking on Vatican Esports right now. Again, these are the two teams that need to perform.
All right,
and
I
they
just
need
started
to
playing
do it
heavy over the last
right
2 weeks.
now,
So.
using that ARN at long
It was,
range with Halo,
medium,
pushing very
always for me.
aggressively. A very early dome there, though, from
There's a
the
good
side
shot.
of Arleezy. Not sure about that one. It's going to be a lot of lost utility very, very early. Sugi continues to dash around. There's the jump pad, aggressive from the rest of his team. Doesn't quite follow them, playing very patient. Got some heals for his team if they need. Just a lot of poking right now.
Not really sure what
Something has
makeshift
to
is trying to do
give
here. This is
eventually.
not a position you want to just be
Yes,
standing
on the
in.
ground, he's going to melt that. They just
Okay.
tossed the vault over, said, get out of here. We're going to yoink this away. Go for the plug. The rest of makeshift desperately trying to get away as Vatican Esports are on the hunt. They want to stop him.
Yeah, Vatican
The medium
chase
and the
him
light
down.
on their way as Arleezy
think
lags
Sugi
a little
gets
bit
the
behind.
plug, though.
Makeshift very split, but they're going to be able to get this plug.
They got themselves the plug and a little bit of plug money, but from the looks of it, it's going to be a little bit of a tougher deal to actually defend this one, as the teammates are still a little bit far behind, still needing to catch up. The steal might be there, and if Vatican Esports can hold
Chat,
on,
do you think it
this
would
is
be
very
bad if they
important
added a
turn.
steal
They might
bonus
be
to the
able
game?
The two teams that's
Where you earn
the
money for
points
stealing?
here, fighting against each other will be quite tough because one team will lose out, the other team will move forward with some cheeky little points. As the fight is being engaged, shotguns being hitting every single shot. Look at this. It's just so much chaos. They're trying to stay next to each other. They're trying to play.
I mean, they have a
bit
plug
close
bonus.
range.
Don't you think a
With the
steal bonus would
shotgun
make sense
moving
as well? I
forward
mean,
is going to be always a little bit of a rougher call. Start of this game, very, very rough right now for Vatican and for Makeshift.
A little bit of miscommunication there. Oh, he goes down a little evolution. He was trying to survive. He went for a defib on his teammate, but his teammate coined as he was fibbing. And then he went for the heavy afterward, just a little bit delayed. Now Makeshift back up to the 3 team members. They have a chance for this to get it back. Dueling with Double O in the corners, alone in Paris. Cannot get past
All right, I gotta put these
that
away.
pillar,
I'm
though.
going to gym
He's
after
just
this.
sitting in cover, exactly what
I
he
want
needs
my
to
tummy
do.
hurt.
And Vatican Esports, with that, is going to be over.
I don't wanna
for them.
have to
They're
be
gonna
a
able
tummy
to
ache
get
survivor.
B, and Makeshift could not pull out the retake.
Well, if that Vatican Esports get themselves a little bit more of a secure spot onto the cash out, but it was quite of a ugly fight, if we're being honest. It was a lot of chaos.
What's up next? How's it going, brother?
When it came on the teams, we saw how they were playing, and when it comes to this team fight, they don't have too much.
Tuning in at a great time. We're watching the last group. They
They
just kicked off. Pulsar against Saints 1. This is really important because they're currently 3rd and 4th on the total ladder. And this is the last play day. This is our last chance for seeding for playoffs.
But a lot of damage has been more taken from the side of Pulsar Esports. Is now that they're also being wiped out and gone, while Vatican Makeshift, they're fighting yet again.
You got a new vid out? Have you posted it in self-promo in Discord?
They have been wiped twice in a row now. Vatican getting a lot.
I'll check
of
it out
points,
while I'm at
a
the gym.
Very great start for them.
They need these points. They need to get there. And Arleezy,
I've stopped listening to music when I lift, especially on the treadmill, and I've been watching like people who stream and stuff. Like I watched Waltz's stream. I was at the gym the other day.
As they want to keep their aggression, they want to keep.
Go watch that in
they
Esports
have
World
going.
Cup.
Remember, they have to do an exceptional job today. So keep your eye on Vatican Esports. If they can pull this off, it is going to be an incredible comeback for them to get in that upper bracket and make sure that they save themselves. They're getting pushed right now by Makeshift. Once again, these two teams just constantly running at each other. Gateway is there. They're going to get out of the way. Makeshift wanted to get between them and the cash out, but could not successfully do so. And now the plug is in there. They won't have.
I'm saying next, like, yeah, cardio while watching something is a game changer because like 25 minutes goes by way faster than listening to like 7 or 8 songs, which is what kills me. I used to listen to music when I would run on the treadmill and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, it like just drags. Whereas if I'm watching like Esports World Cup or something, like locked in. But I'm starting to do more like incline walking rather than running post workout. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'll do a lift and then 25 minutes on an incline walk. Then I gotta come back and cook, which I just am not in the mood to do, but I gotta do it. I have to cook today. I really needed to cook yesterday too, and I didn't have time.
Still standing, they're still fighting. Somehow none of these players are falling apart now. Makeshift gotten himself one more kill, but look who's there, the third party incoming.
You wish I had a treadmill? You could get like a walking pad, which is what I used to have. I got rid of it just recently because I've been just going to the gym at my apartment. But a walking pad, and you just put it like in front of your TV and watch it while, or, like, watch while walking. You're surprised how long, like after an hour, it takes.
Actually get anything out of it.
KS23 butt, or is it just me? I have no idea, to be honest with
on
you.
The stairways, the heals barely keeping them alive. Vatican Esports escape with their hopes and dreams intact. They still have a little bit longer.
Hey, Vatican have the plug.
Looking to winch this out. They
here
might
comes
go
the
for a
Telco.
steal just to see if they can yoink this away. They're in a
The
great
Telco
spot.
and friends. The Telco drops. Person gets that winch, which is crazy.
Down in trade, getting chased after
Person
by
chases him.
But this could open up the door for Makeshift to pull this out with the Chaos on the side, but no, that's going down. Vatican Esports missing too. It's Double O, the only one left here as Makeshift.
Okay, Double O just needs to live here. These two teams are going to fight long enough, hopefully, that basically he just needs to maybe disrupt one thing.
Their attention to the point.
Dude,
but the
get
steal
there.
is there from Velo.
Get there. Okay. Oh my god, you got
It does
lucky.
get taken back. Vatican Esports holding on to this with the assist from Pulsar. They do wipe, which means that they're not going to get anything out of this, maybe just a couple kills.
Ever heard of Bear Chicken? They are really macro friendly. It tastes good and easy to cook. So the thing is, I have this thing called Marley Spoon, which is sort of like HelloFresh, but in my opinion, better recipes. So they mail you groceries every week and the recipes. And this week's just been it feels like every freaking week is busy these days, but like this week's been busy. I was at a friend's birthday last night, pretty much right after work. I cooked like an appetizer dip thing for it, and then left and was there basically all evening. And then Tuesdays I'm out, and then Wednesdays we have the watch party. It's just like I can't do it all. And it's 3 meals. It's meant for 2 people, so I save half of it for lunch the next day. But the problem is, like, it gets shipped on Sunday, so tomorrow, and I still have 2 recipes to cook out of the 3. It's because of how busy it's been this week.
Not be looking so good. Vatican are crushing it right now in first place. They do have to respawn as Pulsar has control of 5, but 6 is still left for the taking. Nobody even tapping yet. Pulsar.
Yeah, I do know that HelloFresh and Factor are the same company. That is not who I use, but they also apparently are really sketch with their sponsorships that they do, which is you see a lot of people do it because they accept a lot of people.
Both of theirs, if you can just find them on the side.
And apparently it will have trouble getting paid out. I don't know if that's true or not. I just saw that on Reddit earlier.
The advantageous position he used to be. Needs to wait for his team to come back. Still has to wait 15 seconds.
No, I have Marley Spoon, which is
a bit of breathing room.
Martha Stewart's.
Right now, the Gateway actually brings it across.
I don't know. It's really good. The food is. I've been very happy with it.
They go for the double. Here it is. The double is in place. Now they just have to go for the actual steal. This is great for Pulsar. They went from a third to now they are going to get first with the amount of chaos that this is about to bring in. Who's going to be walking away with this?
So far, nearly every team has gotten themselves on a cheeky little 4. A little bit of engagement is happening on all the way to the top. Makeshift against 8-1. Need to establish a little bit of control and dominance here, because if Makeshift want to make that goalie run happen, they need to steal it now. It's only soon.
See, people always say like go on Etsy, but Etsy's also like AI slop a lot these days. Like I'll be honest, every time I go on Etsy, it's like people 3D printing and charging way too much for it. I'm like, all right, dude. Problem is, like, 3D printing is becoming more and more affordable for people, or like your local library can print things. Wow, I can't believe they got that steal.
They got the gateway. My apologies. They got the gateway.
Why are we doubling the final cash box?
There
was kind of no reason for this.
Still there. Makeshift still somewhere in the building.
30K, you needed 2 wipes.
They're still at the bottom of the leaderboard. They still have a little bit of time, but they need to regroup now, or this is over.
Vatican Esports, they
paid $30 for a jump pad on Etsy.
On this cash out round now. They need this first place.
I mean, at least it's actually like somebody making it.
Take it out. Double O with a double kill, looking to hold this. Makeshift is there. They drop
the
goo.
Evolution.
They drop the goo,
why is someone griefing
from
them?
The side, taking them both out. Evolution as well, getting his team back in there. Ireleezy gets revived, and Vatican holding on to this.
I guess Saints won't want to keep Pulsar down, so it makes sense.
From under the noses of Pulsar.
Yeah, it was an American guy. Gotcha.
And that brings them a first place.
I honestly have space for a 3D printer. I could get one. I just don't know if it's safe to print stuff in my bedroom. Because that's where it would have to go.
Esports alive.
But I've been thinking about it low-key.
Not only
yeah, Evolution went huge. I like the butterfly thing in this name too. That's kind of cool.
This just shown how
it'll stink a bit.
You
can open the window while you use it. The problem is also if it prints overnight, it's gonna be rough. I'd rather like print it during the workday. I definitely don't have space out here in the living room where like my desk and everything is.
From their 8th position all the way to the bottom spots. So Vatican Esports are very much possible here to get themselves in that A spot. And there's one thing that I saw.
Put a fan in the Windows direction. I mean, I've got a ceiling fan. Nah, I mean, I'm probably not going to do it anyways.
Even when they were in a 2v2 situation
I thought about
or a 2v1 situation, they always tried to stay as close as possible. And when they had the cash out on the second cash out rotations, we saw the light from the Vatican Esports team just hiding in a corner and waiting for the steal, letting the other 2 teams fight and said, that's none of my business. I'm not going to get into there, get those kills. I'm going to wait. As soon as somebody touches my box, I'm going to be going in there. And this is exactly what he did. So they made it very clear. They need first place, and the players know that.
Yeah, they put their stamp on the game. They said, here's what we're come to do. You have to respect this. And I was definitely surprised to see Pulsar in the low position they were. However, I think a lot of that does come down to the double, as it was. They had a chance for a second, but they probably should have realized that the double was what the other teams needed, especially knowing where their position is on the board. And
watching it for real. Yeah. I feel like his camera is better this stream. I don't know what it is. I mean, he always has a good camera, but I feel like he's running a new one.
We've seen this a lot, especially lately, as teams kind of are developing their strategy, especially in these chaotic moments. You'll never see this in 3v3 because you're rare to go for a steal without wiping the other team first. But these teams will jump on, go for the steal, and the second they get the steal, that gateway is down, they are gone, and then you have to go through a gateway to chase them. They lost one on the way out, but even just getting 2 of them out was enough for them.
I agree. He is crispy. I don't know if he's got more lighting. I mean, he is also streaming
these strategies develop over the course of
middle of the day versus if he does NA games, it's at night. I think he's East Coast.
Because they know if they wipe out now without trying it, then what's really the point? I mean, yes, you can maybe play politics, maybe get a team out, maybe try to put a little bit of a weaker team against your opponents, right? So there's like still a little bit of politics going on, especially when you come in here. But on those last few seconds, if you go in and you have a chance and you see a little bit of an opening to go for a steal, just go for it. Those are the risky plays sometimes you really need to take. In a 3v3, it's not as possible. You need to get that wipe and then potentially get the steal. There's a lot more time pressure, but here there's a lot more open opportunity because while everybody else is fighting, do they really have the attention to then also take away the steal? And a lot of times we also saw gamblers and the other teams just get away with steals in the last few seconds where that never should have happened.
Yeah, you have to be so heads up when you approach these fights because, yeah, if you are not constantly alert, you have to be ready for those third parties and the last minute steals. And how you set these up and where you position is so important in these cash out matches. When it's not 2 teams, there's just that much more chaos. And you see consistently these top teams, when they know how to set up these fights.
That again getting ran over by Pulsar already.
Last minute steals like gamblers. And that's what we need to continue to see from Vatican if they want to make it through. Makeshift do finally have a gateway. They're able to get through, but they're being chased very fast by Pulsar, who have just rolled into the site. They do get the plug. I'm sorry, Saints 1 moving in. They finished off Sugi, but the plug is still there. But the plug happened after the death, so he's not going to have a quick one. But Velo taking out his heavy counterpart as they push
Okay,
up. It's now
Mickey's
a 1
down.
versus 1. Alone Paris, does he get the vibe? He does. He gets this back up to a 2 versus 1. Drops down. He needs to go for the reload. It's now someone versus Velo. Heavy versus light. But this health pool is there, but it's not enough health for someone. He's going to take him out. Clutching the team fight up. He needs to get his team up and then go for the steal.
All right, someone went huge there.
But
I
Vatican
swear,
Esports,
Vegas
nowhere
is
close.
someone's
This
biggest
is a
map.
successful steal
Bro
for
pops
the
off the
side
most
of
here.
Saints 1.
Saints 1, yeah, again, eliminated Makeshift. They already had a tough start in the first round. This is just making it a little bit more tough. But look at Vatican Esports. Still
Yeah, they're definitely not going to do proximity chat anytime soon in this game, if
Focus their
ever.
attention towards that spot, but so is
Same with
Makeshift.
lobby,
Makeshift,
like,
they wanna be
match
going
chat.
for that spot.
I mean, they just don't want toxicity like that.
They do not change their attention to the side of
Because
Pulsar.
that's, I mean, you're
The characters
destined to
also
have
very close
toxicity
to
when you
each
do
other,
that.
So a little bit of a change of attention can happen every single second here.
Like their positioning, not setting up where normally you would expect them to do so. You can see exactly where they are, but there they are finally in. Arleezy drops, but he gets melted in a matter of seconds. Emilian, the SA-12 beating that KS-23. It's only 00 now, looking to keep his hopes and dreams alive, but Alone in Paris, or sorry, Emilian dashing into him, takes him out. Meanwhile, on the other side, Pulsar Esports taking Makeshift out of commission. Both of our top teams, this is more of what we expected from them. 3-1-3, 1-3-3, 7 kills apiece. Meanwhile, our other two teams struggling with 2 apiece. This is exactly what we expected from Pulsar and Saints 1. Doing a little bit better on Las Vegas so far.
A little bit better, but it is also the second map. Maybe the first map was just a little bit of a cheeky little warm up. There's a lot of indicators, or a lot of things that are happening throughout in between the maps. But the one thing that I'm looking forward to is definitely Vatican Esports. Currently in the last place, they need again to make sure that they're on the second or on the first place this game. They are not allowed to have a few stinker games. So it is very important for them to stay high.
I've been seeing more KS. I mean, I've definitely not seen it as much as like Shaq or SA, but it's been popping up. I've also seen Riot Shield today by Floppy, which I'd argue they did solid with. They did their job. Pretty interesting to watch.
They're gonna have a free and relaxing time on the other box.
Very easy for them. Yeah, we'll have to see who can make it away with 3. Tapped by Saints 1, but Mickey goes down. Emilian also has been found being chased by the entirety of Vatican Esports. Throws an RPG as he runs, but they're hot on his heels. He did a lot of damage to that, but he's caught on the ladder, not where he wants to be. Arleezy finished it off with a very easy kill. But Makeshift, looks like they yoinked that away in the midst of the chaos. Nice gateway, going to get them across the map, looking for a very simple plug. Arleezy to LX not to follow through. They still have to deal with Saints 1 as all 3 looking towards that cash out. Do they want to contest on Pulsar instead? They have just plugged. They're going to be a little bit slower to the plug, but it's not enough to really be worth anything. So both cash outs.
All right,
start around
Vatican
the same
immediately challenging Pulsar.
There's not much different in the cash outs, but there's one thing that needs to be the difference here, and that is the kills. As we can see, a lot of damage being taken from Vatican.
Telco getting busy.
One of their members. Pulsar gets one themselves as well.
Boot himself.
Out. Vatican are left only with
2v1 here.
As he's trying his best to stay alive, get a few more kills in here.
All right, that's a good wipe.
Wiped and he's gone from the board. Now that has taken a little bit of time away from their scoreboard here to just be active. As now the third party comes in, Saint 1 changing their attention to the other side of the map, trying to go in here and get that steal. As Pulsar Esports, they're nowhere near ready to deny this steal. Doing a little bit of damage, but not quite enough here to take out the person, give themselves a cheeky little advantage on the kill.
Okay.
Already at Perzon goes down. It's just a Telco left on the point against 3. I think he's just going to have to wait for his team to revive. He does get the defib onto Laske, so he's up, but the steal successfully goes through. Laske very, very low, is going to get got down as well. Mickey finishing off Laske and someone taking a Telco. The 1-2 combo.
Do I think
Pulsar
2
down.
signed teams are
Saints
gonna
1
both make it to
looking
the EU
to
versus
get
NA
first
bracket?
place where they know that they belong.
I mean,
Still holding
I think
on
Envy will.
to Cash FD.
Pulsar, man, has been kind of struggling the last week or two. They got to get it figured out. But also, with it being final round, I think it's hard to say.
For Sugi right now and the rest of Makeshift.
I mean, teams might just light up in final round compared to cash out. You know,
that's huge for them because they even threw a goo down to try and prevent. But now they have to
I think only time will tell. But I think Envy will for sure.
They see on the high ground, Velo.
I'm hoping we get another esports work announcement soon. I want Space Station to announce their roster.
The goes through, who goes down, trying to create a false canopy for them, but they're just doing raining damage down upon. One goes down, two goes down, double, the last one left. He's going to melt in a matter of seconds. Makeshift getting a successful cash out, and Vatican from first to worst right now are just struggling. The steel Purzite, he cannot get the.
I don't know if we're getting
clutching
Falcons.
it out at the last moment.
I mean, maybe.
Does die in the end, but Saints won, getting this cash out.
Yeah, we know. Well, I don't know about with PROHUBS, but we know Space Station's evolved. Yeah.
Unfortunate start here for the side of Vatican Esports left with
Alliance and Space Station are confirmed, like involved with the major. I don't really know what that means. So, but they're not with PHL. Like, there's no announcement about that.
Points here, they need a lot of them. They need just to get the second. All of these are very close to each other. So, theoretically speaking,
nah, Vatican I don't think is gonna work. Vatican's just like they've been that name. I don't really know what it comes from. No, it's just Pulsar and Envy. Pulsar and Envy are the only two like actual orgs with teams currently. Vatican is, I'm not really sure what it is, but it's not an actual org, which is confusing.
White, Makeshift and one player left, and the box is starting to move.
That is a disaster for Vatican. If they get one of these cash outs, they can get a second, which would be at the very least a consolation prize for them. But that's definitely not what they wanted. Emilian,
oh, nice winch. It was almost max range.
For the side of Pulsar. Purzon very low last game.
Okay.
Also low, being pushed very aggressively from Saints 1. Everybody losing some health. There's barely anybody surviving. It's the last member of Pulsar immediately going down. Emilian
Pulsar fell apart,
crushing the side of Pulsar with very aggressive moves. A nice move from Saints to continuously take on Pulsar. On the other side, Vatican versus Makeshift. They're on the point. They even have the APS turret, but it does get dropped to the floor with the heavy.
Oh, and they reclosed it on him. That's funny.
The damage is coming through. They have found the heavy. There goes Ireleezy. Vatican Esports already dropped one. The heals into Velo. Suki has gone down. The light missing.
Didn't Stu just stream talking about the accusations?
Double low.
I mean, I don't think shooting.
Paris off to the side has a great angle on this fight. One goes down, looking for the second. Still two left. Forward side of Makeshift gets the revive. All three back up, but no, he goes down. It's left on Suki in the blink of an eye. Vatican Esports are turning it around from the grave. They've actually
doesn't you need to play with a hand cam?
Successfully winning that fight against all odds.
And on mouse and key.
Wiped and then turned
oh no, I mean Stu just playing on controller.
Amazing plays from him.
Exactly, but the problem is that
I don't think either of them are cheating.
6K plus 18, that is just nowhere near enough to get themselves on that second place. Not even as much too close to the first one. So if here Vatican Esports want to come onto top, they have to go and play the risky play to go for the second cash out box as well. But unfortunately, I don't think Makeshift will let that happen, as they're now moving in on the other cash out boxes. Here, same one against Pulsar Esports. Just fighting.
He looks like Cronus Uni. I don't think so.
Who's going to secure the most points here? As now the steal is coming through, and from the looks of it, Sane 1, they're not quite going to be able to deny this one, as the steal is going to be possible, and he's going to be taken out. Vatican.
Oh, there's Vatican!
To the other box, is trying to go for that impossible play. Is not going to happen. Is taken out as two are guarding the other cash out. They knew they had to go for this one, and with this, the round, and they're way too far to make an impact. Now, Vatican, they are left with the mere scrap
with the
of
steal?
this round.
Oh, nice steal from Makeshift.
Is there inside completely being ignored by Sane 1, and with that, they're
oh,
on
dude,
the first
Pulsar's
place,
getting kind of shafted.
Are left on the last.
Makeshift, what a heads-up play. They went for the big play. Like you've been saying, you have to go for these instead of just taking on Vatican, trying to steal it away from them. They run across the map. They look for the big dogs. They take out Saints 1 and Pulsar, get the steal at the last moment, getting them first place. They had a
Pulsar has been shafted. They're kind of getting horsed.
Now in a position to potentially get enough points. Like we said, they need to do well in pretty much every single game. Vatican has had a first place and now a fourth place. Makeshift have now had a fourth place and a first place. They keep splitting this between them. Does this mean they're not going to have a points? It is going to be so close. We need to keep an eye on both of these teams. Now that they've had a fourth place, they cannot do bad again. On the same side, Pulsar and Saints 1 did a lot better that round. They were struggling a little bit at the first one. I feel like they were not getting defeat under them, especially Pulsar. This time, definitely looking a lot stronger. Obviously, you can only do so much against a last-second steal like that when you get third-party. But overall, very impressed by their play. Saints won kind of almost targeting Pulsar, I feel like.
It felt quite like we saw those teams very target each other in the gunfights. Also, when it came to the cash out boxes, they were trying to focus a lot more and changing also their attentions where they knew the opponent team will be, which is the stronger one. And here again, maybe that's a little bit of a
super
test
cautious.
of
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the background a lot, actually.
Teams, so just make sure they don't get here in the top.
Yes, this is Dianic. This is her first stream. She comes from Siege. She's done a great job, in my opinion.
They don't have to worry. They're playing here maybe for position, for points, for spots, but they're not gonna drop out. The other two teams which need to make themselves and to do good is Makeshift and Vatican Esports, so they can influence how that round goes. Third party there.
Yeah, PROHUBS has been adding people to the casting roster quite a bit. Yeah, she's been casting. I think I don't know how high up in Siege or anything, because I don't know about the Siege competitive scene at all. But she's done great so far for coming into the finals, which coming into the finals and casting cash out for the first time is a task, to say the least.
Was attacking each other. Those other two can fight for the dominance on the opponent team to then get themselves points. So it stays. I think this round will be a quite.
Siege is just not for me. I get very sleepy playing and watching it.
Yeah, one of these teams is going to end up completely out of contention. The other one maybe has a chance, unless we see a third, fourth from them. Pulsar again on the side against Vatican. Vatican needs to start winning these. We saw some glimmers from them in the first one, but Pulsar seems to be coming.
Seen a repeater?
The repeater coming out from Evolution, running something completely different.
That's a
has to hit these
why?
Shots.
Why repeater and not
with his aim?
Pike?
A quick shot onto a Telco. Sliver of HP. He's about
why
to
repeater,
get away.
not Pike? I don't get this.
Continues to hit these shots. Person as well. Oh my goodness, the shots from Evolution. It's not quite gonna work.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he jumped and hip fired.
Telco, the last one left.
He jumped and hip fired freaking Lasky and killed him just about.
Telco left. They see him too. They have eyes. Are they going to chase him up there? He drops down.
All right, there goes the Telco. Pulsar wipe.
Smart play from him. Don't stagger this anymore. They can go for the steal afterwards. But Vatican pulling out the repeater, something we do not.
Close range revolver.
Very exciting.
I mean, if for close range, probably the model. If you're really thinking about it in that way. I mean, the revolver's not bad. But repeater is, I don't get that one. I've never understood why anybody would ever run that gun.
But from the looks of it, if I'm seeing this correctly, they're looking maybe forward here to double this first cash out box.
Ooh,
No, they're going to be passing through. That was a close one. They were moving close to it. But here again, there is Saint One. There is still Post Acer, who could be denying their plan here if they don't get this cash out box as far as possible from Makeshift, who has been plugged already.
They actually managed to steal this away. Double O gets taken out on his way to cash out B.
Yeah, that's true.
If only they'd gone there from the beginning, but I think they were worried that
I mean, we had somebody in Group A running revolver, and it was like they had 8 assists, but they were. It was like you needed to hit only 1 or 2 shots with the revolver to provide value.
Oh my gosh, Pulsar fighting on the high ground. Last guy already getting one.
Finals so good from Outload Intelligence, man. On God.
Mickey, can he salvage this? But 1 versus 3 is going to be an uphill battle for him.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on. It's bugged. I tried to fix it earlier on stream and it just doesn't work. But there's been a lot of technical difficulties today.
A minute will have elapsed on A before B even gets plugged, which means when we finish up on A, teams could just
we went live with multi-streaming and it absolutely blew up my internet. I had to like restart everything. It was rough.
Starting to struggle. They do take him down.
I could.
Revive is there. Up
actually, I have an idea.
Vatican Esports, the leading members as they can. They have to put something together right now. All 3 still up on Makeshift.
Let me try this.
Goes down. Velo, very, very low health. Backs away with his light. At least he has some heals as they reset and try to hold on.
Vatican Esports
maybe that works. If this doesn't work, then it's cooked.
Get themselves this cash out yet again. They're not allowed to have a single bad game moving forward from here. It was already a little bit of a tough call for the first one, as they're gonna find himself not being hooked inside of the building. The gunfights are now happening inside as the bullets are flying sword in the face.
Oh, it works.
Finding himself a few kills. They get themselves also a revive. But look at this. The cash out box not trying to be taken away, but they don't have too much time anymore. Saint One is now also moving in, trying to get this box stolen away. This is the perfect opportunity for Makeshift to just relax and sit back, as this is their cash out box. They can't just
where's the other chat box? Get this thing out of here.
Few more points as Vatican Esports trying to
the body blocks!
What's weird is it's just on this scene that the chat box doesn't work. The actual like thing, I don't know.
So close, Makeshift.
It was working in like my full face one, so I don't know what the problem
A
is.
few more kills for them, and with that, Vatican has been wiped, and the cash out box is to Makeshift. On the other hand, look at it, Pulsar. They're just having a great vacation on the other side of the map.
Just chilling right now.
I'm gonna try.
They got the balcony
We'll
right
try to do
now.
team names.
Chaos over here. We're in
The nice thing is we can assign people
one.
colors now and keep
Struggling
it that
against
way
Makeshift.
for the whole
Let's get a
series.
winch in there.
See, the problem
A
is
fight for
like
absolutely nothing on this side of the map right now is these teams
our
are-
tournaments we've
just need
done,
to
you know, we've had
win.
like
Just get out of
7
here. There's no
teams, and
reason
so the
right
problem
now.
is
Still have
you
time.
rotate teams in and out, and when you do that, you can't give them
Too late
one
now.
set
You gotta
color,
look at 3.
which makes everything
Get the next
difficult,
cash out.
right, to cast.
It was
Versus like
so
these are
staggered,
like
but the
4
fight
teams, they don't
continued
change
so
colors,
long
they get
after
5
the
games
cash
with them.
out
It's like
finished.
easy to
That
figure out. All right,
Pulsar
orange is Pulsar
very,
now.
very fortunate on this. And
You know what I mean?
The entire tempo of the match is completely reset after these 2 cash outs.
So that's like the problem. That's why we're trying to have
It was a
grouping stuff
tough one,
forward.
I think. Vatican
We're gonna
Esports,
just
I think,
see.
had
But
a
it's
little bit of
all
open opportunity, but
TBD
Saint One coming in
on
with that third party just
what happens, you know what I mean?
completely threw them off their plan. Just made everything a little bit more worse. Definitely giving here Makeshift a great opportunity. Now Makeshift is now waiting for Vatican Esports to come in, as also Saint One is finding himself in the same gunfight. So they're just constantly trying to third party this one, just make it even more tougher than it already is for Vatican.
So much longer in the EU matches.
They
2 more
were
maps
hoping
after
that
this.
a few cheeky kills here, but Vatican
And then we're
Esports
done.
standing
There's been
strong
some
in front of
like
these
game
two
crashes and stuff
players.
today.
All of a sudden, Saint One is just lighting up.
And then we have NA
Like a
at 8
god,
o'clock
so
tonight.
trying to find his last
Oh, he
player in
finds
the
him!
corner. Beautiful kill. He's able to dash away, find himself in a little bit of a secured spot. Again, the cash shot's still not under their control. They cannot get this unless they get these players out. Vatican Esports completely using all the coins. Now back out on the spot. Saint One not being successful with their steal so far.
There's still one more drop for this as well. This is not what Saints One needed. He thought he had found Double O, but Double O immediately picking off someone. Great shots from him, keeping them alive. Multiple teams circling around this point, and Evolution
Ooh.
has been hitting the shots, but he's been winched in.
Yikes.
That is a disaster for him. Saints
Yikes.
One actually just completely leaving right now. They don't want any part of this. They want to go target Pulsar instead, keep Pulsar from getting into first place, keep the scores equal as much as they can. They do not want Pulsar to run ahead with the first place, or we could see
I appreciate that, Fanny.
just to get
We'll try.
second.
People are just cool.
Saints
What can I
One
say?
Approaching Pulsar on the way. It was just a Telco there, and now that they've seen Saints One run towards them, they
I mean,
have to get
honestly,
back
it's
to
just
the
we got
point.
really cool
They
people
separated
that
because they thought
enjoy
they
this
might be able
game.
to third
So,
party, but
I
now
mean, we
they have
just
to get back. Saints One,
try to
very,
do what we
very
can to
careful
give
about
back
their
or
approach
let
on
people
this.
connect,
Moving
but
around, you can see everybody on
I
this
mean,
map
honestly,
is
it's just the
walking.
people
They
be
don't
cool.
have any
Can't really do, you know?
indication as to where they are. Sitting underneath. They have a seat.
We are, like,
Surely baiting out the steal.
Something like almost
That
60
being
subs
said,
away from
going on
3,000 on
the map,
YouTube, which is
here
pretty
comes the steal,
crazy.
Drops it down. The DMAT is there. The glitch nade immediately evaporating that dome. The shots fired out. The AK just not hitting anything. Sorry, the F-car not hitting anything. Just not doing the damage he needs to. He needs to finish off one. He finally finishes off Perzon. Pulsar losing one. The second one getting beamed out of the sky.
What's up,
to
Smile?
Telco.
If you
Also
want to
down.
play in
The
our
last member,
community
last guy, gonna
tournament
get
on the
eliminated
3rd,
as Vatican Esports
make
are
sure
gonna be
you're in
looking this way
Discord,
as well. They are
our
starting to
Discord.
show up, doing a lot of damage.
If you're
Oh
in
my
channels
goodness,
and
the shots are
roles,
there.
make sure
Amelia
you have the
desperately goes for
tournament,
the steal. They managed
join
to get it,
community
but Vatican
tournaments
Esports
option
are here.
selected.
Double O down
And then
Evolution
finally
continuing to hit the
go
shots
to
with
the
this
tournament
repeater,
announcements
and Saints
channel,
One have been
which is
eliminated.
in
Same way,
the welcome area.
Look what
You'll see
Vatican
tournament
Esports
announcements,
is
and then you
doing.
can click
Going
register.
all the way for every
What I will
frame.
say is
Now all
only
the
sign up if you're going to be the
first,
team
second
captain.
cash
It's because of
out
the
box on
bot and how it
side,
runs
but
it. So
completely rotated
there's no way to like
around.
register
Saint
as a
One
team. You just have your team captain do it because that's who we'll contact to get your information, like your team's info and stuff. So, yeah.
Points for them, while the cash out box on the other side is being plugged. They
Yeah,
don't
join
need
up.
that plug money. They
They're
can
totally
straight
fun,
up
really
on this,
casual.
headed to Makeshift
I mean,
and make their
people
life
are
miserable.
between like silver to plat, so you know, pretty balanced. And in fact, the team that won the last event, last two, are splitting themselves up to be on 3 different teams. So it's we'll definitely have new winners, which is very exciting.
That is not what they needed. They almost have to hope Pulsar get first now.
Yeah, there's also people who are
Makeshift getting eliminated as well. Our bottom two teams, the teams that need to hold on to this miracle run, getting eliminated on opposite sides of the map, and Pulsar all speed ahead, looking for this final cash out. Vault number 6 still available, but with 20 seconds left, there's no reason to go tap it. It's just going to evaporate.
We also host like private matches / scrims on Friday nights. So if your squad wants to practice things like that, join up for that.
Second place if Saints One are able to hold on to it.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 rubies, but they're not playing a community tournament.
A great tap there. Actually, they're not
one of them is Brutal Logic, who's a pro player for 4th party cash box. But yeah,
there's a couple kills that they do not need to get anymore.
Jog and Ducky are not ruby currently. I think they're diamond.
Going off. He needs to get a shot. He takes
but they're breaking themselves up amongst 3 different teams.
Looking for the more shots. Saints One on the opposite side, holding on to this with everything they can, but they are surrounded completely. Pulsar just playing for kills at this point.
Yeah, it's more fun if they do that. I mean, we didn't even ask them to do that. They just decided to because they felt like it would be more fun.
Right now, but Saints One have all 3 continuing to hold on to this point, but Pulsar Esports get wiped.
They get themselves a few more kills to find themselves potential in the first. Pulsar not being able now to get these kills in. Vatican, they can either go for kills, and that's how they might be able to secure the first place, or go for this still. All what they need is a little bit more points, a few more kills, and they have it.
Saints One need this cash, and they need some kills, and they're not going to get it.
Oh, million. Well, Vatican keeps coming in with these kills one by one.
Mickey, okay, Evolution gets the cleanup.
From the side of Vatican Esports last.
Dude, Vatican Esports is at a big day. Oh, they finished
Vatican,
third.
no!
They finished third. No. How they finish third?
Because of the cash box up above them, meaning they lose out on so few points, and those points could already mean that they cannot get the 8th place. This might be the end to get themselves out of that last 4 spot. It really depends.
Are there no pro players in USA? I actually don't know. I've never really thought about that.
Could have been the difference between place 2nd and 1st.
Oh my gosh, what a heartbreaker for Vatican there. If they'd gotten that last kill any faster, if it had just been faster, they would have been
17.
The first they would have been at 31.
What is that? 24?
Saints One, and they
24 versus 14, 25. Oh my god!
Final cash out against the entire.
They lost by a kill.
Sure.
Vatican to Saints One. Oh.
A heartbreaker for Vatican. A 3rd place is still decent, and they did get 24 kills in that match. That was a high kill game for them and for Makeshift, honestly. They were really putting up the numbers, and those kills are going to go a long way to potentially keeping their dream alive. We've had a couple maps so far.
You were hard, eh? You be yapping in the lobby chat. I've seen they say some wild shit in there.
If you want to follow along live, you can do your own math. Type an ! Bracket. You can follow along, but we're going to be catching up with that after our next couple maps. But yeah, I mean, obviously Pulsar Esports played and got their steal, so they were guaranteed first no matter what. So a solid spot for them no matter what happened.
I mean,
yeah, especially if there's a team that's third partying all the time or doubling, dude, they cook them in that chat. It is crazy.
They were not trying to focus too much one fight. They were like, okay, we're wasting time here. Let's go somewhere else. Even though they were cut off a few times from Vatican.
I'm scared I'm gonna have to hide the some lobby chat, low-key, because y'all see some wild shit.
If they see that this gunfight or this team fight is going on too long, they're just gonna move away and just take a second point.
We're gonna have to put like one of those boxes that creates like a makes it like blurry.
Vatican Esports take their cash out box, but they just
people see some dumb shit.
Going on way too long. There's not too much time here left before the second box is being plugged. We might be able to move there and have a higher chance there. So they were actually trying to play this more of a.
There were sensors. Yeah, okay, that's true.
Do we really need this?
Good point.
Are we gonna focus our attention?
Kai is a brand risk, bro. A lot of people are brand risk. We were playing private matches the other week, and Cody told me I had to mute the Discord audio. It's crazy.
We saw that in Group B quite a lot.
Honestly, the problem is like when there's that many people talking, I don't really know what's even being said anymore. I think I kind of just, I don't know, my brain can't comprehend it.
Did a great job on focusing on the game.
Yeah, really, really good stuff from them. I was very impressed by how well they played in that one. And yeah, understanding the macro, making sure that you're not getting dragged into these unnecessary fights. Unlike my ranked teammates, they understand how to play the game, so it's very, very nice. Wish they would carry me, but unfortunately they have their full team. Moving into Cis Horizon, this
Your
is
friend that has the most clout is the most out of pocket, bro. I'm
over and
saying.
over again. These maps know this. These players know this map like the back of their hand. I would expect Pulsar to do quite well here. Now, I do think we have seen Vatican running with Evolution, running that repeater, a lot of these long range. I wonder if they're going to be pulling those out, maybe pull off something a little bit unique for us.
Could be the case, but here again, all of the important parts here will be also kills. I feel like teams like Vatican Esports and Makeshift, they really need to focus on not only having now a great position when it comes to their standings, but also having a lot of these kills. This is a lot of
I've been there, bro. I've had friends join in my streams like way back when and been like, hey, bro, you gotta tell them off rip, like, I'm live. But before they even start.
The game, but the stakes are actually just for Vatican Esports, so they need kills here as many as possible. And right now, already struggling within the first team fight to just make a little bit of an impact. Might be able to get one, will be eliminated immediately. With that, we have the first wipe, and it is, unfortunately, Vatican Esports. The Saint one comes out stronger with Makeshift. And
Dude, it's crazy me on Cis Horizon how fast the first wipe is.
Makeshift
It is like instant.
Still staying alive, but the Saints ones are in control of the vault at this point. Pulsar respawning across the map. You said Makeshift needed to get a lot of kills. Vatican Esports definitely as well.
What does he make, Fenny? What kind of content?
Are in a very, very bad position right now. This is going to be really hard for both of these teams, and I'm hoping that they can put something together, because it's going to be one of them. Definitely not both are getting through at this point. Running that repeater again. Just hitting from range. He has been working this weapon. Not one we've seen a lot. We've seen teams pick up the pike if they want these long-range options, the damage. But if you hit your shots, that's what everyone says. If you hit your shots, it's a good weapon. So Evolution putting that to the test right now.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that's better than the pike in any situation.
And this is probably a good option.
The fire's bad on it.
Away, but this is such a hard
range and its fall off compared to the pike. It's just not good.
Advantage just to go for the steal.
Peter's just complete and utter mess.
It is staying tough. Makeshift.
I want to love it. That's the problem.
Distance away from that spot, there's not quite a gateway close to it, as the steal is trying to happen now very far away. The first few bullets are flying already as the engagement is happening. The steal not quite yet successful, as we close range, going to be hooked out in the open. It is a 1v1 fight against Heavy between Heavy, and both will be eliminated. Makeshift last with one more player. Vatican Esports able to defib one of their players, bring it up to a 3v1 stand onto this team fight. Makeshift able to recover one of their mates as well, and with that the steal is successful. All they need to do is now hold it down and make sure they have the upper hand. Now,
all right, see you next. Have a good day at work.
Talking about this Makeshift, Vatican Esports, my apologies, need 292 points, so they need twice the first place and 92 kills if they want to overtake Gambler. So it is, because of that third place, nearly impossible for them to get this.
Takes 2 weeks to fire them. Boom, Pulsar is doing well.
May be possible.
Oh, they're going to have to absolutely be working it. This has to be their start.
That's my repeater gameplay right there. Reticle right on him, doesn't hit. What is this game? This is the finals. The best FPS on the market, and it's free play. And even if you tried it before, download it and try it again.
Facing off.
Oh, it's not laser accurate at all. I'm telling you, there's numerous people who say that they aim with that thing and it just whiffs.
Unwilling to commit to it, and they're just backing it completely now. No reason to go for this. Instead, they're running over to take on Vatican.
But Ashrise, if you're looking to get into this game, one, you should. It's awesome. Two, we have a ton of content on our channel that is beginner friendly. And I do recommend checking it out.
At least 15 kills, by the way. So every single player needs to have 15 kills if they want to make that 92 kill record. It is really tough. Like that this is nearly screams for Vatican Esports a impossible run to make themselves and put themselves.
Should make some guides soon. I mean, we've got like meta loadout guys and stuff. Cody's working on a light one, I think, right now. But we have the I did a medium one.
makeshift. It looks like Vatican Esports.
And Vinny did a heavy one towards the end of last season.
Proving difficult.
So I mean, I need to do an updated medium one, okay? But I'm also gonna do a heavy one, more for
Saints One
beginners,
approaching that point
since I'm
right now.
learning heavy
We're gonna get a
currently.
Res from the side of Pulsar Esports, nothing plugged yet. Vatican rushing to the side. They're gonna go plug on D. Saints One getting waylaid by pretty much every team in the lobby. Below needs to get to this point. Can he plug it? He cannot. Someone takes him out on the far side of the map right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's most games too.
Saints One.
Most games, the meta shifts so quick. That's like you make
a
a meta guide and then you're making it again, and then you turn it into just a meta guide channel all the time.
Taking him out, and Pulsar holding in this position. But they do get
try to make them that are somewhat evergreen. Like that's why you make them like useful loadouts, but maybe not meta. Because the meta is always changing. But if you just do like loadouts that are evergreen in the sense of they're not total dog shit forever. Yeah, so we are the Finals Central, and we host a watch party for what is called the Pro Hub League, which is what this is. PHL is essentially the premier league for the finals. The finals just announced their first ever major that's going to be in November, but this is, I would say, the main league leading up to that. It's completely community organized. It's a grassroots league. We're friends with a lot of people that run it. But these are the best of the best EU players playing right now. And then NA will be back live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll host a watch party for that as well. But we serve as kind of like the B stream for this. So if you have questions, things like that about how this all works, we are here to answer them. I usually have a co-host, Cody, who's with me on these streams, but he has something going on today, so he should be on for the NA stream tonight.
Taking them apart at the seams as makeshift, looking to face off against Pulsar once again. The heavy is being chased. Velo getting away as fast as he can from Perzon, but he's just going to get melted. A Telco there to back things up. Sugi, again, the last remaining member.
He might stay up. I mean, last time to watch Envy before playoffs, which is exciting.
It's just disappearing from their engines. They are running out of that momentum that they had at the start. And you're right. I honestly don't know if it's possible at this point. It is going to be one of the hardest uphill climbs I've ever seen if they make it there.
It is a tough one, something that seems to impossible right now. This is a chance for them to get a few more kills in, and also the cash out needs to be there.
Oh, nice winch out of Emilian.
The same one is just eliminating
preventing the steal. That's crazy.
The wipe for them. Makeshift wiped as a second. Bulls are insane, just too strong for them to be taken out, and it is a glimpse of a hope for Vatican. The first few games where they were on top, but right now maybe this is already all.
Saints 1 and Pulsar are literally neck and neck right now. This is a pretty important map, I think. What are they on for? Map 4?
Oh, they have been showing that they do have the caliber to be in.
Saints 1 is ahead of Pulsar right now by 30 points, 35 points.
Like they've been struggling in some of these recent cash out play days, and we saw.
Nah, he has a personal conflict right now.
They have been dominant. They have made sure that everyone knows that they are deserving of those top 2 slots, especially as we move into the play days. Going to be really putting their stamp on this playoff. Pulsar getting that vault, getting a plug. Meanwhile, everybody looking over today. Vatican sparring with Makeshift once again. The SA continuing to beat out that KS-23, but he keeps going back to it. He does believe in the KS-23. Didn't work out this time, though. Vatican Esports going to be stealing this away. Actually plugged by Saints 1, but Saints 1 MIA right now. They decided they want to run over, and they want first place. Saints 1 are not happy just to get in the top 2. They may be set on points.
I like this play out of Saints 1. I'm fine with them giving up their cash to go over Pulsar.
Over to take on Pulsar Esports right now.
They want to make sure they're here in the first space as they slow but steady take on Pulsar. But look at this, one player still up above on the roof, now dropping down. Able to get himself at least one of these few kills now. Last man standing from the team is probably also
Makeshift. Are they winning? Let's see. I actually don't know where they're standing at the bottom for this group. They're at 160 on the day currently. This is map 4. Vatican's been playing pretty well, but Saints 1 is ahead of Pulsar. So it's Saints 1, Pulsar, Vatican, Makeshift currently for this group.
Oh no, someone!
Oh good, my shout out worked.
Went to go look for Lasky, but Lasky just wipes him. He completely whiffed all of his shots.
Oh wait, I gotta do Benny's too, because I had him on there.
Opportunity for Saints 1 has completely fallen apart. Emilian 1 versus 3, just the coins came in fast enough. And I feel like Saints 1, they went for the big gamble, and they lost everything.
It's beginner friendly in the sense of like the finals is really complicated to like spectate, especially cash out like this. So we are the stream that we are the stream that's like meant for beginners. If you wanted to come check it out and like learn more about what's going on.
Makeshift doesn't make their life easier, even though Vatican Esports had a great run at the start.
Finny, I was talking about the shout out thing like Hyperborn got from the bot. I'm gonna do it right now. I got you.
That upper bracket with this round has been completely eliminated, while Pulsar and Saint One are still fighting on which of these two teams is the better one.
Pulsar definitely looking like the superior team to Saints 1 at this point in time. They had a 1v3 on the side of the Saints against Pulsar, and Laske holding this point down by himself, able to push it through and keep it, just stall long enough for his team to revive. With that defender coin bonus as well, you have to be so quick with your movements, and Saints 1 were just a little bit sluggish to go for that steal. Did not have the utility that they needed to set up as well, just giving Laske very open angles on that, unfortunately. Which does mean that Makeshift do get some more points, but unfortunately, not really what they needed. I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, Vatican getting 4th place and mathematically eliminated. They're in. I'm not eliminated, but they're in.
Chad, this has been such a hard stream because I want to play freaking. I keep saying this. I want to play Wordle and stuff in between the series, and I'm saving them for Cody.
Unfortunately, Pulsar and Saints 1 are just they're a level above. 100%. The caliber of these teams is fantastic.
There was a little bit of hope for Vatican Esports at the start of this, but as soon as they dropped on the 4th place and then getting a 3rd place game with that, kind of their run was sealed. They really needed one of their perfect runs to have. They had a little bit of a buffer to have a few bad games, but that 4th place game was really, really unhealthy for them and their stats. With this, they're unable to get themselves on the 8th place. With that, they're completely out. They're going to be in the last top 4, meaning single LM when they go into the lower bracket. It will stay tough. They have the chance.
Wait, it goes to my channel? Wait, what? Oh my god. Alright.
Let's shift our attention a little bit to Pulsar and Saint One as they're fighting.
I don't know why it does that. That's kind of weird, actually.
Number 3, right? So,
alright, thanks.
Before the last game has happened, there were a point difference in between. Pulsar was 2,100.
Wait, did it do it for Hyperboreans too? I haven't like actually been able to test this yet. That's crazy.
Made that difference a little bit bigger in between, so this game will decide which of these two teams actually is better than the other one, and who will. It
must be the YouTube one that's bugged.
Comes out of the group stage.
And remember, these points do determine your seeding, so the higher your seed, the easier your first matches will be when we move to playoffs. And also,
it's probably the YouTube one. I can test the Twitch one tonight.
All those points are going to carry over, so you still need to be top 2 in the group stage plus playoffs.
Oh, I'm not doing it for Izzle every time it's
mentioned. Every point does matter because you want to put yourself in a strong position.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to give your YouTube and your Twitch. I figured it grabs it, but I didn't set it up all the way. It's how it does it.
Revolver from Alone in Paris.
Oh no.
They might not.
Anyways, I dropped off the second sentence for now. I'll look into it later.
They're going to run the game their way. They're going to play it what they want to do right now. Love to see this coming out for them. Sugi's still down, but it's
this was like something I played with at like 1 a.m. last night, so you know.
Been tapped. It's just sitting on the floor. Somebody can go pick it up. Alone in Paris with that revolver.
The domain? Which domain? Why is it that much? Surely Izzle is not that expensive.
Sledge as well has the winch. Cash out just completely.
Yeah, we're live only on YouTube. I was getting errors, so many errors, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, it was already late.
Just a continual stagger.
It does appear Makeshift is running a sledge.
I mean, from the side of Makeshift, as you said.
No, I know, but are you talking about like Izzle.com or what?
You know, you could say a little bit testing a little bit of their capabilities.
Like what's the domain?
Turn this game around so that it fits their play.
Is it really?
Sledgehammer and Revolve on this map, I would consider really good, especially because of the close corners and the fragility of these buildings. But
what is it?
On the other side, Pulsar and Saint One, as you mentioned, at each point that is very important. So comes your seeding. They're fighting who's going to be place 3 as their points have been updated on the website. So currently, there's only around 70 points in between these two teams of who's going to claim place 1, place number 3.
I think somebody already owns it. That's why it's so expensive.
Stage. So it stays close, and that is what is really interesting.
Somebody definitely already owns that domain because it's not on GoDaddy. You can get the Izzle
Saints
though.
one again going down to the side of Pulsar Esports.
1 penny.
Telco dropping on top of someone. Surrounded by the enemy team, chased in. He does pick off Laske, the 93R, not doing quite enough.
So
but he goes down eventually.
this is the third group. I'll go through the ProHub site after this map for you because this will be the final map of the day.
Pushing in onto the side of Pulsar. A minute left on this cash out. They can wait for him to.
But currently, actually, let me send this.
But he's already used one of his coins. You want to use your other coin with 6 minutes left on the clock? That feels like a lot. Feels like a. Maybe not the smartest decision. They have to go and actually get this.
Here's the leaderboard if you want to check it out. We are currently on EU.
Spotted, though, on the high ground, Pulsar continuing
but currently leading the entire play day is Aimers. For this group specifically, Pulsar currently leads.
On the
after map 4.
To do the damage, dashes away. Nice move from him, keeps himself alive. His team.
But I will give you a full breakdown of everything after this map
Esports are here
as well because it's a bit complicated.
While the fight is happening, Saints 1 still alive, but Vatican getting the steal on the backside. Now they just have to hold on to it. Pulsar and Saints 1. The rug's been pulled out from under them, and Vatican is here to clean things up. But Telco desperately wants to get to that point, but he's been surrounded by 3, taken down. He's 6 feet under at this point as Saints 1. There's no chance of getting back to this point. Vatican with a great movement across the map. They get this cash out.
The same one able to now recover one of their teammates, bringing them back out on the fight. Vatican Esports is looking for these kills, is looking for these fights. They just want to make sure that same one in Pulsar is going to have a tough time as who's going to secure that third place. But look at this, same one just coming in one by one, taking out every single player from Vatican Esports, and just going to walk away with not even losing a single member. On the other hand, with
yeah, Penny, I'll try it. I gotta check the Twitch one because it might actually work. But it'd just be YouTube that's tweaking. But I don't know if I can separate the settings. It's through the Streamlabs cloud bot though. It's one of their modules.
So far, they both have been taken away from Makeshift and Vatican, the two teams that have secured themselves on the top 8 anymore. And look at that revolver.
Dude alone just ripped that guy. Oh my god. Oh. What is happening?
I had a little bit of hope.
You have 3 bots in your chat. I just actually offboarded Nightbot and swapped to Streamlabs because Streamlabs lets me it shares settings between Twitch and YouTube. So it's a lot easier than Nightbot, which we were having to sign in and out of for each channel, which was very annoying.
Didn't quite pan out for them, with Pulsar and Saints 1 now fighting for those top positions. Like you said, 3rd place at the end of the day sets them up in a really, really solid position. Velo drops a smoke.
Vatican's having their box stolen. Who's stealing it?
Seen a lot from Velo.
Oh, okay. Saints 1 stole it.
Well by Pulsar and Saints 1, just not allowing him to even get close. But the sledge is a terrifying weapon if you get in close range with it.
Arguably bad pull, actually. I think it's actually in a worse location.
Give them much. It's still going to be hard. He has to get it in.
You use Stream Elements, Nightbot, and Streamlabs bot.
Laske with a couple headshots. That's a huge step for him. Drops to the point. All 3 back up for Pulsar Esports. But Laske's going to have that defib sickness. The backstab onto Alone in Paris. He wasn't looking at where he was going. Vatican losing that Makeshift, losing another one. Velo's the only one left alive as the sledge heavy. Nothing he can do with that long range. And the goo going down. Not going to be allowing him to wench that through the door. He does get the revive onto Sugi. But Alone in Paris getting caught on that high ground basically means this just isn't.
I mean, they have a winch. I don't know if jumping down there to goo that was really all that worth it. Oh, smoke's out.
So patient on this point.
Just playing in the same position as before. It was a good attempt to go in with that flank, but that's kind of what Makeshift needs right now. Thinking outside of the box. I know they have a sledgehammer trying to play this close range, but unfortunately that's just not going to be it all the time. As now the engagement
I haven't tried the defib post nerf yet. I mean, I haven't played at all since Thursday. I mean, you saw I was just updating by Game Live on stream, so yeah, I haven't played yet. I'm curious if it feels worse. I've heard it feels very different. That point, what is it, 0.2 or 0.4 second change is a lot.
Beautiful camp. He knows exactly what these 2 points are. He sees the sledgehammer. It might be dangerous, but He will only bonk the
Makeshift
opponent
looks to be
for a
off
little
meta
bit
in
before he's
general.
gonna have to
I mean,
step back.
Vatican was running repeater.
Sledge
It seems like
just
I
not
think
gonna
these
do
bottom
anything
teams are
against
really
the
trying
lead.
anything at
Opens
this
the
point.
window and just 3 people staring him right in the face, just 3 barrels. And your Sledge can't deflect those. That's just not going to happen. Pulsar and Saints 1 in a commanding first and second. Only
Name checks out.
3
True,
kills
true.
separating them right now. as
They're
the
kind of
gas
MacGyvering
seems to
their
have
way
gone
through this.
out of Vatican and Makeshift
I mean, yeah, they
on the
swapped the
backside,
cloak.
Saints
They
1
got
get
off a
plug.
dash, which is
Huge
pretty crazy.
C4 RPG does so much damage to them. The heals are coming out from someone, but he's gonna
I'm
go
just
down in a
surprised
matter
why
of
people are going
moments.
Sledge and
Irleezy
not
finishing him off with
Spear.
those
I feel like
deagles,
Spear
switching
is
it up a little
kind of
bit.
slept on.
Irleezy also finishing off.
I don't
Mickey
use
from
it, so I don't
strength to
know anything
strength
really
right now. It's
about it.
only
But
a melee and
I
he
figured
has
that
some C4.
that they were
He
just
needs
going to
to get a
hotspot over
floor
that
above.
instead.
He needs to get to those upper floors,
They're gonna
drop
get
it
the
down,
steal.
maybe with that RPG. Drops, does not get the mantle the way he wants to, and Vatican.
They lose. I find them more memorable.
coming
That's
alive for a
that's
moment
valid.
here, getting a steal, and this is going to be no coins left for someone. He's used all of his coins. There are 2 members left until they can get onto his totem. They have to find this and get that defib. Mickey grabs it and then runs. Grabs that cash box as well. Saints 1 going for the plug. They've doubled it now. They want to confirm this.
Damn, that was smooth.
Themselves and push Pulsar further down. And now Pulsar are on the clock. They have to go for this, or they are going to be in a 3rd place, and that is not what they want right now.
All right, Telko's going for it. Assuming they have the dome ready. Person gets the cleanup. They definitely get this. Yep. Okay.
Stole them off it, and now they've gotten themselves the cash box under their control. Saint 1 was in nowhere position to get this steal and to deny it. Now it's Vatican Esports also now moving in. Makeshift, on the other hand, has been wiped out. They'll be coming in last second as a clutch. This Pulsar is able to just
Okay, good close on the D-mat there.
There might be a team coming in, and will be
I don't know if I like this hole. They're gooing themselves completely in.
It's running out slowly but steady. If Saint 1 want to be here, the team on the 3rd place, they need to steal.
All right, here it
now or
goes.
never, because every team is now on their hands.
Here comes all the
trying to
third parties.
deny any steal that may be
Pulsar just needs to play
happening.
slow, make sure they get kills. No, they just got wiped.
They get a couple kills, but they duck out of the way.
Wait, Pulsar just got
Esports
wiped by
are at the
Makeshift.
mercy of the rest of the lobby. The gas prevents anybody from seeing anything, but this could be exactly what Vatican
Wait, this
Esports
is
need.
this
They're
is a
going for the
huge smoke
steal.
nade.
There's goo
Wait,
in
this
the
is a
walls.
huge
Nobody
smoke
can make
nade.
it in. Evolution
Nobody sees him.
pulling
Oh my
him. He
god.
gets the
Oh my
steal.
god, Vatican's gonna get
Saints 1
first.
taking second, but Vatican still giving it everything they have.
No
Smoke
way,
steal.
dude.
Destroying the hopes of Pulsar. They got
Oh,
wiped too
no
early.
way.
They're still going to get a lot of points from this, but Vatican continuing to still try and putting on an amazing show for us, even though they
Dude,
won't get out of
that's
the bottom
insane.
four. Incredible work from them, and look at that. 5 kills for Irleezy, switching over to those deagles, something that we don't see a lot of.
Hey,
but we
ult run
saw
thermal
more
in Pro
of.
Leagues. Nobody
It's a very fun
runs
weapon to
freaking
watch.
cloak.
Definitely very
It's
fun,
crazy.
but it will be quite interesting now to see
That's what I'm saying. They
if
abused
Pulsar
that. That was
and
crazy.
Saint
That's so
1
smart.
is actually on place number 3.
Yeah,
Again,
also
3
H+.
points in between each other. There's a lot of kills between both these 2 teams, but just they're on the 2nd and 3rd placement. So
That
it
was
will be quite
nuts.
interesting to
Oh
see if
my
Saint
god.
just did barely enough to get themselves on the 3rd place. And for
Okay,
the
let's
fact
wait for
that
the final
Vatican
scores to
Esports
come in,
got
and then
themselves
I'll
on the
break
9th
down
place,
kind of what
pushing Team
PHL is
XP
for
into
Ash
10th.
and for any
So,
newcomers that are here
I think
hanging out
we've
in,
got a little bit
in
of
chat.
positivity coming out of this last match, even though it
'Cause
is
it's
an
confusing,
unfortunate
and we're also at the
second
end of the
point
day,
by
so,
himself in this championship. So
Yeah.
even here, Vatican Esports still staying strong and not giving up, even though this last map didn't prevent them from getting out of the bottom 4.
And I mean, if you want to take anything away from this, Vatican Esports are definitely a team that does not go down fighting. They're not going to stop trying even when it looks hopeless, which I think sets them up for, you know, potentially a nice run through the loser bracket in the upcoming playoffs, which again happens next week. So next week we'll be running our playoffs. We are done with our cash out play days. If you wondered where all the 3v3 was, it's coming. We got a lot more 3v3. We're going to have a double elimination bracket next week for more points and a chance to go to the championship where EU faces off against NA. And we're going to be seeing in just a moment, as our production team finishes up tallying the points from that last match, what that playoff is going to look like. Because again, top 8 are going to be in the upper bracket, bottom 4 in
Yeah,
that loser
Person's
bracket.
nuts,
Loser
bro.
bracket's the best
Telko is a
one,
good guy as
unfortunately.
well.
So it is going to be a
So,
brutal.
We will be watch
slaughter
partying at Telko's tournament, by the way.
You're right.
Assuming that the hours are not like crazy bad
They bring
for
that
us.
same energy back to
For me,
next week.
specifically.
Makeshift as well. I mean,
They might be
Makeshift were
cooked for
also
Cody,
playing
so if
Flavor
that's the
War. Yeah,
case, he
they
probably
had
won't be
some
on,
fourth
but I'll
places.
at least
You
be
could
on.
see the struggles at times, but they still got a first place. They still made some crazy plays. There was some really cool macro going on. I think this just goes to show, even as we have these teams
All right.
that are dominating at the top of the list.
There's your day 6
skill at
stats.
the
200
bottom
books
teams is
take
getting
the
better
day,
and
which is
better. These teams are really
crazy.
starting to improve.
That is insane that 200 bucks is taking the day here. But Pulsar and Saints 1 were only separated by like 9 points, 11 points, which is wild.
Fourth game wouldn't have been the
All right.
first place.
So that's pretty much it for this. All right, here's how ProHubs works. Okay, for those of you that are new, here's the spiel. Okay, so ProHubs, as I mentioned, is a grassroots organization, meaning that it's run by the community. They are not affiliated with Embark in any way, who is the developers of the finals. It is just a passion project. They hosted season 0. We are now in season 1. So what happens is there are qualifiers that teams compete in to qualify into the ProHub League. There are some people who qualified previous seasons and continue to stay in based on their placement from last season. So anyways, if you qualify in, you join the ProHub League, and then you play in what's called play days. And essentially what happens is there's 6 of them. They are twice a week. One's on Wednesday, one's on Saturday. Your team is placed into a group like this. Let's switch to EU because that's what we've watched. And you play 5 games of what's called cash out. So if you're new to the finals, cash out is the mode we just watched, where there are 2 vaults that spawn. You unlock that vault, and then you run the cash box over to a cash out station, which is what we saw teams protecting. You bank it in there, you earn a little bit of money from banking it, and then you go to protect it. And then you wait for the secure process to be done while protecting it. If you secure it, meaning that you control it after it finishes its timer, you collect that money that the cash out was worth. Pretty straightforward. There's a lot of strategy involved. It's pretty crazy because there's 4 teams on the map, so it's kind of like 2 simultaneous matches going on at the same time. But sometimes teams might break apart and come third party or fourth party your box, and so it becomes very crazy. After the map, your placement matters. If you come in first at the end of the map, you get 100 points. If you get second, 60 points. Third place, 30 points. Fourth place, 10 points. And then you earn 1 point per kill. Okay? These points are counting towards your, I don't know what they actually call them, but we've been calling them league points, basically, which are going to determine your seeding for playoffs. There's an upper and a lower bracket. And the game mode switches from cash out, which is what we were watching with multi-team, to final round, which is 1 team against 1 team. There's a centralized vault that you open, and then you bank it. And if you secure it, you basically earn a point. And it's the first 1 to 2 points, or it's actually 25,000 per deposit. And so you just have to secure it twice is basically what you do. So that becomes your more standardized bracket play. If you're in lower bracket, if you lose your series, you're kind of out. Whereas in upper bracket, you get knocked to lower bracket, and then you still have a chance at the tournament. All of this matters for playoffs because you're earning points along the way still. And then the top 6 teams from each region, so EU and NA, will qualify for the championship series, which runs in similar format to playoffs. It's double elimination bracket, that whole thing, except it's EU versus NA. The team that wins the tournament wins the most prize money. Here is the current prize pool, $2,130. Playoffs, if you win EU or NA, you get $320 at this point. However, that does not include Twitch subs and things like that they've been getting throughout the tournament. It's up to date some, but not completely. And then this is the pricing breakdown for the championship weekend. And so that's it. That's PHL. That's how it works. Like I said, it's completely grassroots, so it's ran by the community. We are good friends with a lot of people that run this event. And so they've been nice enough to let us watch party it and kind of be like a B stream for them. They also hang out with us on like podcasts, which we do have a podcast here on the channel called Around the Arena. So if you're interested in esports and things like that with the finals, we are actually on Spotify. We just released the episode this past week, which is basically talking about if the finals is esports ready, because there's an upcoming major in November. But we also talk about a lot of things with the game and also gaming in general. So check us out over there. We have 2 episodes live for season 2. We're recording another one over the next day or so, and that should be up this week. And that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything. That was a lot. I know there's a lot of information, but we do also, Cody, I think, is working on a video right now talking about if the finals is ready for esports. It's a more condensed version than what we were yapping about on the podcast. So be on the lookout for that. That should be out this week, I believe. I've seen a preview of it. It looks really good. And it breaks this down a little bit more in a digestive format than me just talking about it. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for now. See real quick. That is it for the stream today. For right now, I'm gonna go hit the gym. I'm gonna cook some dinner, and then I'm right back here at 8 p.m. Eastern for NA. If you are into esports, stop by. NA, you're gonna be able to watch Team Envy. Yes, Team Envious, aka Hastra's organization. They are the first pro organization that has shown up in North America in the finals, and it's it's like a fever dream to see this, okay? Because like a lot of these are just community-made teams, but like Envy being here is very cool, and that just happened last week, so or this past week actually. So stop by, check out the last day of play days for that, and then playoffs. We'll see you next week. So, anyways, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you at the finals. Peace.